Since you guys showed great support on the 20-year long LA Lakers rebuild, I want to do another one for you guys here. So it's going to be a long video today. It's going to be a fun one. We're going to be doing a 20-year historic rebuild with the Chicago Bulls post Michael Jordan, because this was once the premier franchise in the NBA throughout the 1990s, a team that won 6 NBA titles in a decade and haven't won one since. And we are here on NBA 2K25 here in the Kobe era. We are going into the 2003 NBA draft, a season that wasn't great for the Chicago Bulls. They ended up getting the 7th overall pick. They got a good player in Kirk Hinrich, but not nearly the caliber of LeBron, Wade, Bosh, or Carmelo Anthony. But this is a good and interesting Chicago Bulls team. So we all know that they were the king of the 90s, right? They three-peated from 91 to 93, then they three-peated from 96 to 98, and then Michael Jordan, Phil Jackson, they all left, and they were one of the worst teams in the NBA. They finished last in the conference in 99, in 2000, and 2001. They'd even eclipsed 20 wins in any of those seasons. They finally got 20 wins in 2002, and then the 2003 Bulls, the team that we are taking control with today, went 30-52. Jerry Krause was still there, but this was the start of the John Pax era. Jalen Rose was the leading scorer, 22 points a night. Daniel Marshall had 13.5. Jamal Crawford was young. Eddie Curry on this team. Jay Williams, Tyson Chandler, who they traded Elton Brand for. And this was also the last year of Michael Jordan's career with the Washington Wizards. So yeah, like I said, a lot of interesting names here. Eddie Curry and Tyson Chandler is a very intriguing center duo. Eddie Curry basically turned them, I believe, into LaMarcus Aldridge or somebody good later on because they took advantage of the Knicks. Man, Mike, the Knicks, when I started becoming a fan in 2005, 6, 7, just a dysfunctional organization. But we have Tyson Chandler, who ended up winning a DPOY later in his career. You have Daniel Marshall, who could still be a crafty scorer. Obviously, had some really good years with the Utah Jazz. Jalen Rose is our best player. He could be somebody we trade at the deadline, but he's under contract for the next 5 years. Jamal Crawford, we know that he is one of the best handles and turned into one of the best six-mans throughout NBA history. He's on the squad at 22 years old. You had Fred Hoiberg on this team, who ended up coaching the Bulls like 2 decades later. And we have Jay Williams, a big what if in the NBA era, just in NBA history, 2nd overall pick, but injuries derailed his career before it really started. And we also have Rick Brunson, the dad of Jalen Brunson, on this team. So it is a funny team for sure. Just guys that have aged poorly, have aged better. This is the time where NBA logos were sick. This is the Eastern Conference right now, where the New Orleans Hornets were here, and there's 14 teams in the West. So we'll have the Bobcats come in a couple years. And I think every 5 years or so, I will import at least expansion team or 2. So maybe we're going to have 32 teams by the end of this. We're going to go from the 2003 season all the way to the 2023 season. So the last season will be the Paolo Banchero draft class. We're going to have Jay Williams, Jamal Crawford, Jalen Rose, Triple J's, Daniel Marshall, and Tyson Chandler be your starting 5. That is very interesting. Marcus Fizer here, Fizzer from Iowa State, 24 years old. You have Eddie Curry coming off the bench, Eddie Robinson, Trenton Hassel. You have Roger Mason and some others as well. So we are coached by Bill Cartwright, who didn't last too long. Then it ended up being like Scott Skiles, Vinny Del Negro, and then Tibbs in the start of the 2010s. So this is the LeBron draft class. Obviously, I would like to find our next Jordan. That's what we're going to do today. We're trying to find our next Michael Jordan, which is easier said than done. You guys also liked it where I didn't make the draft picks and I just simulated the draft as well. So it's up to the CPU because I know who ends up becoming a good player from these draft classes. So I think it adds a little bit of unpredictable CPU crossover, which I like, and I think it's going to be fun. So if we get the number 1 overall pick and they take Chris Bosh over LeBron James, I may cry. All right, so let's see how this goes. Opening night against the Boston Celtics, we lose 98-85. Paul Pierce shops 25 against us. Yeah, this is a team that does not have KG, Ray Allen, or anybody like that. I don't know what's going to happen with Jalen Rose. Obviously, we're not going to have a ton of cap space throughout this. Now, we can free up a little bit going forward. Marshall's on a fine contract, so that could appeal to some teams on the trade market. Chandler's under contract for the next few years. Same with Jay Williams. Like, what if Jay Williams becomes like a superstar here before like Derrick Rose ever did? So I got offered Jay Williams, excuse me, not Jalen Rose. Penny Hardaway and a 1st-round pick for Jalen Rose. Now, I would need to see that 1st-round pick. I mean, if it was unprotected, you have Marbury, Marion, 19-year-old Stoudemire. I'm going to decline that trade. I need to know for sure that it could be a top pick. We are 0-3 to start off the year. Injuries are going to be on as well today. Trent Hassel gets hurt as we are 1-6 to start off the year. Not great at all. But like I said, I'm okay being bad. This is kind of different from the Lakers long rebuild because that was where in the start of it, I was kind of like low-key in a retool. Like I knew that this was an over-leveraged roster and old guys, and I didn't want to become what the Lakers were in the final years of Kobe, right? I wanted to be competitive every year to try to get Kobe a ring. Now, it didn't happen, unfortunately, because the Hornets ran the West, the Thunder ran the West, obviously, with Harden, Russ, and Kevin Durant. We'll see how this is going to be in the East. Like, there was a bunch of different teams that kind of ran the Eastern Conference in the 2000s. The Sixers made it in 01. You have the Pistons, who almost became a little bit of a dynasty at this time. The Pacers had a good year, but lost to the Showtime Lakers. The Nets had a good year, lost to the Showtime Lakers. The Celtics and Magic obviously came alive in the back half of the decade. So we'll see if we can become respectable before it really took them, I don't know, drafting Derrick Rose at 1, where they got extremely lucky in the lottery, getting Jimmy Butler at pick 30. They draft Joakim Noah. They get Luol Deng. They get Carlos Boozer. We are bad, right? We are terrible to start off the year. We are 2-12, which is fine. I want to have the best odds at getting this man right here, LeBron James, who is a generational prospect. Dwayne Wade, obviously, would be fine. It's a consolation. Who's to say that we are going to win the lottery if we get there? I forget the Pistons. That pick was like top 2 protected or top 1 protected, I think. So there was a chance Memphis could have had, what's his name? LeBron James, but they ended up not getting 1. Darko goes to the Pistons. I'm fine with anybody in the top 4, but obviously LeBron is somebody I would really like. So I just got offered a first-round pick from the Knicks, top 10 protected, and Antonio McDyess for Jalen Rose. I appreciate these first, but a top 10 protected pick doesn't move me. I need it to be unprotected. And we also lost Danielle Marshall, dislocated right patella. He's out 4 to 6 months. So there goes my premier trade asset at the deadline, unless with 2K's recovery system, he comes back in time. There goes Tyson Chandler. This is an interesting trade. I can get Marcus Camby, who's in his prime, for Jalen Rose, who's dropped a little bit of trade value, but 29 years old, it's probably wise to move Jalen Rose. Now, I don't have to move him in the middle of the season. Like, I can move him on the night of the draft as well. So we'll see. We've been a little bit better as of late. We're 10-24, though. We're still really bad. We did just lose to the Wizards twice, who have Michael Jordan. He's good. Who knows if he's going to retire at the end of the year? I assume he will, but I don't know for sure. They also have Jerry Stackhouse in 2003, who's 28 years old. Jerry Stackhouse, I feel like, could have been a lot better at one point, but he still had a great career. I can get Steve Francis. This is an intriguing offer for Jalen Rose. Okay, I think Steve Francis is a free agent at the end of the... Or no, he's on an extension, which takes him to his prime. Francis is a good player, but he did have some unpredictability with his character, similar to like your Stephon Marburys and stuff like that throughout that era. He's a great player, 24 years old. Like, I'm intrigued. Ooh, that Kelvin Cato contract. I don't know if I want that, though. That's a pretty negative deal that I would have to take back. I'm intrigued, but I'm going to decline this for now. It does look like Jalen Rose may be like one of the top pieces on the market. So the Bulls actually traded him in December after the draft and Danielle Marshall for Antonio Davis, Chris Jeffries, and Jerome Williams. Yeah, I hope to trade him before I lose that type of value. And I feel like this could be the worst we're ever going to be. So I'm hoping to build up this team now so we never have to be this bad again and we can have like an 18-year run of being a really good team. So Marcus Fizer, not happy here. He's got 2 years left on the deal at 24. He could be a trade candidate at the deadline. Daniel Marshall is back. There we go. So that is definitely somebody we can trade. And Jalen Rose, honestly, at this time, like you look at some of like Allen Iverson's efficiency back then, that is more than fine for teams to be interested about. So we'll see what I could get for Jalen Rose. Now, I'm intrigued about a 24-year-old Joe Johnson. That's for sure. That is for sure. So the Suns traded Joe Johnson at one point. Obviously had his best years with the Atlanta Hawks, but still a good player in Phoenix. I would have to eat the bad money of Tom Gugliotta, which I'm fine with. Like 2 years left on the deal. He's 33. I don't like we could be a big market still. Like we're the Chicago Bulls, and they were still a very respectable franchise then. I know it was so different after MJ and obviously a lot with like Reinsdorf and Jerry Krause, but I still feel like we can convince free agents to come here. Jason Williams, white chocolate, get him over here. Andre Miller, 26 years old. I'm intrigued about the Joe Johnson idea. Now, I don't know how. So Phoenix does have Stephon Marbury, so they would have they were basically going from, I don't know, you pair up Marbury, Stoudemire, and Jalen Rose. Like that's something with Sean Marion. That's a solid team. I wonder if I can get a first round pick out of this. Now they've had some injuries this year. I would want the 2003 and the 2005 unprotected first. Could I get that for this deal? Let's see. Marcus Fizer's got to be in this trade, who I was okay moving. He's a good player, and he's 24 years old. It could be Fizer, I'm sorry. But I think I'm going to trade him in this deal. So I'm going to get 2 future first-round picks. I got to take the Evan Eschmeyer bad contract as well. Ugh. Like, that's $12 million of guaranteed money that I could potentially move. But I get an 03 unprotected pick and a great draft, 05 unprotected pick in the, is that the Chris Paul draft? I get Joe Johnson, who still has some good potential in this league, but then do I run into an issue with like Joe Johnson, Jamal Crawford? I mean, Jay Williams is a 1. I don't hate this idea. Maybe this is a bad trade. Maybe I should wait till the offseason, but I think I'm going to pull the trigger on this. I wonder if I can get like, I don't know, Marcus Fizer, I feel like actually has some good value. I really apologize if it's Fizer. 2 firsts, Joe Johnson, but I got to eat some bad money in this deal, which is fine. Like, we're a rebuilding team. I should be okay eating some bad money, but I'm trading Jalen Rose. I'm tempted about Joe Johnson at 24. He's under a good contract going forward. 6'7", make him a small forward. Let's do this trade. All right, so us and Phoenix agreed to a pretty big trade. Phoenix right now is 27-20, so I don't think it's going to be a great first rounder this year, but it's something. I am going to make Jamal Crawford I'm going to make Joe Johnson a small forward where he goes up to a 78 overall. And then I'm also going to look to trade Donnell Marshall. I could trade him in the offseason if I can't find something I love. So I'm going to ask for the Lakers 03 first round pick and an 06 first round pick and Robert Horry. For Donnell Marshall, they say no. They would want Trenton Hassel, who's 23. I'd like to keep Trenton Hassel. You know what? I think I'm going to move Marshall in the offseason. So that's going to be it for us. We're going to be pretty bad throughout the rest of the year, but hopefully Chandler comes back before the season is over. He should. It's all about seeing Jay Williams' progression as a lead ball handler. Donnell Marshall keeping that trade value up. Joe Johnson, Jamal Crawford, and Eddie Curry all in the mix. Like Eddie Curry playing well, 20 years old. Another guy you could potentially move or build around. All right, so you have Kevin Garnett, Chris Webber, Shaq, Tim Duncan, and Kobe, all top 5 in MVP race. The year of the power forward, man. I mean, KG's got 2 years left on the deal. I mean, I hope they don't re-sign him. I would love to get Kevin Garnett. He becomes like a veteran legend in Chicago rather than Boston. Yao Ming and Amari Stoudemire, Carlos Boozer and DeJuan Wagner, and Jay Williams leading the top of the Rookie of the Year race. You got Larry Hughes in Washington for 6th Man of the Year. Depoy is Ben Wallace right now. Then you got Kevin Garnett, Duncan, Webber, and AK-47. And Eddie Curry may end up winning Most Improved Player, which is pretty sweet. And then I wanted to show you guys the All-Stars for 2003. Jamal Mashburn of the Hornets, Paul Pierce, Iverson, McGrady. It's just weird seeing the New Orleans Hornets in the East. You got Jason Kidd, Vince Carter, Jermaine O'Neal, Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Stackhouse, Ray Allen, a young Ray Allen, obviously in Milwaukee. And then you got Kobe, Marbury, Starbury at the time, right? Nash in Dallas, Gary Payton in Seattle. Then you got Dirk, Karl Malone in Utah, Elton Brand, who could have been, I mean, I'm sure he got so many Jordan-like comparisons, or it's just like the similar thing with like maybe Mac Jones to Tom Brady, or Anthony Volpe to Derek Jeter. Everybody's looking for the next guy, when in reality, it just may never happen again, and the odds of that are probably pretty high. So we just got Tyson Chandler back. We are bad. We are 17-54. Yeah, this team is not, actually, we just got 20 wins. We go 20-62. Shout out to Kevin Garnett getting his MVP with the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tim Duncan was the MVP winner this year. Yao Ming gets Rookie of the Year when in real life it was Amari Stoudemire. It goes to Hughes. Ben Wallace gets Depoy. Ricky Davis Most Improved over Eddie Curry. And then shout out to the Kings getting some nice hardware as well in the front office. You got T-Mac, Kobe. T-Mac's 23. Oh my God. Duncan, KG, and Shaq on all NBA first team. You got Elton Brand, Yao Ming. Yeah, like what's Yao Ming's career going to be with maybe the injuries not affecting him too much? You got AI at 27. You got Jason Kidd there at 30. All NBA second team. Third team, you got Gary Payton, Vince Carter, Dirk, Paul Pierce, and Big Z. Zajunas Zagelskis, who obviously became the big man with LeBron James. Here's all defensive first team. No surprising names there. Allen Iverson on all defensive second team. Okay. Here's our rookie first team. We do get Jay Williams there. It's going to be a big year, too, for his efficiency. Like, he's got the counting numbers, but I got to see the efficiency be a little bit better. John Salmons, Caron Butler, Tayshaun Prince, Manu, and Drew Gooden on all-rookie second team. I wonder, Ginobili's, like, already kind of good, so the value of him is going to be pretty high. Obviously, no playing tournament this year. We didn't make the playoffs. If we looked at the mock drafts, we are going to have the worst record, but will we get the number 1 pick? I do not know. We ended up going 20-62. Because you got the Miami Heat, who also went 20-62, so where's that tiebreaker going to be? We're either going to have the 1 or 2 going into the lottery. Houston was really bad. Utah, Denver was also really bad. Cleveland and Washington at the time as well. The leading scorer this season was Tracy McGrady of the Orlando Magic. He played 40 minutes a night. Oh, my God. Leading rebounder was Ben Wallace. Jason Kidd led the NBA in assists, steals, and blocks goes to Tim Duncan. Our stats on the season, leading scorer was Eddie Curry, who was pretty good, honestly, in the absence of Tyson Chandler. So we got to figure that out going forward. Do we just roll with 2 big men? Neither one of them can space the floor. Do we try to be like Curry Ball before Curry Ball happens? Like Daryl Morey obviously tried to do that with like the Boston Celtics in the early 2000s. Donnell Marshall did not help the trade value in the second half. Good Lord. Joe Johnson, very intriguing for us going into next year. 24 years old. There's Jamal Crawford. You have Eddie Robinson, 26 years old. Something in there. Trent Hassel, I think something in there as well. Rick Brunson, Fred Hoiberg, I don't think are going to be part of our future. So let's see how round 1 goes. You have the Sacramento Kings with like Weber, Peja, current coach Doug Christie, Bibby, Vlade. Obviously, like Kings fans, bittersweet of this time because there was like the refs scandal against the Lakers. They beat the Blazers in 5. Blazers led by Rasheed Wallace before he makes it over to Detroit. A young Zach Randolph and an old Scottie Pippen. The Timberwolves with the MVP winner Kevin Garnett beat the Clippers in 7. They got Wally Szczerbiak, Knicks analyst right now. You got Joe Smith, former #1 overall pick. Clippers led by some fun names here: Corey Maggette, Andre Miller, Quinn Richardson, Ellen Brand. I'm not too familiar with this guy. He was a second-round pick in 99. Okay, Lamar Odom, young Lamar Odom there. The Lakers beat the Suns in 5, so we do own the Suns' first-round pick. They ended up as the 6th seed. And the Dallas Mavericks with Dirk and Steve Nash beat the Spurs in 7. Okay. Obviously, the Spurs ended up winning it all this year. They beat, I believe, the New Jersey Nets because this was the last time. Yeah, like the Lakers in 4-peat at this time. You do have the Hornets upsetting the 1-seeded Pacers. Okay. Jermaine O'Neal, Brad Miller. I forget if this was Malice at the Palace year. I don't think so. I could be wrong. I don't know the year off the top of my head. Hawks beat the Sixers. There goes AI. Nets stay alive. They beat the Magic in 7. And then you have the Detroit Pistons beating the Knicks in 5, who are leveraging their future into this win-now team that doesn't win now. The Kings beat the Timberwolves in 7. Wow, that's a fun series. Young Hito Turkoglu as well, 24 years old. You got Gerald Wallace at 20 years old as well. KG doing all he could, averaging 33, 18, and 5 in the playoffs. Leave KG, come to Chicago. And then you got, 0-3 here, Laker Kings. I guess that was 0-2, maybe the scandal. Maybe it was. I forget exactly. Well, the Lakers did beat the Timberwolves this year in 6 in round #1. And then the Lakers lost to San Antonio in round #2. Dallas beat Sacramento, and then San Antonio beat Dallas. You have New Jersey and Atlanta here. Atlanta, led by Jason Terry in Game 7. Okay. Glenn Robinson, Sharif Abdur-Rahim, Deion Glover. And then you have PJ Brown, Jamal McGlory, Baron Davis in New Orleans. The Nets sweep the Pistons. I love this young Nets team. Well, Vince Carter, is he hurt or not there? Okay, so Vince Carter's not there yet. But you have Ken Martin, former #1 pick. You have Mutombo, older. Richard Jefferson, Jason Kidd. And then you have, let's see, who's going to go to the NBA Finals. The LA Lakers beat the Kings. I guess they're technically going for the 4-peat here because they just won the last 3, correct? Yeah, so the Lakers are going for the 4-peat. They're playing the Nets, a rematch from one of those finals. Game 1 goes to the Lakers. Game 2 to the Lakers. Game 3 to the Nets. Game 4 to the Lakers. And the Lakers have now 4-peated in this new era. Shaq, doesn't leave, right? 31 and 16 and 3 assists for Shaq. Finals MVP. Because Shaq was still here, I think in 04 too, right? When they lost to the Pistons and then he left to Miami. So yeah, Lakers beat the Nets to start things off. Player retirements. There goes John Stockton. He retires at an 84 overall. Kevin Willis, Scottie Pippen, Chris Dudley, Steve Kerr. Michael Jordan does retire. I'm not going to override any of these retirements. Do we see any Chicago Bulls? There goes Rick Fox. Irvin Johnson retires. Arvydas Sabonis retires. One of the more, I think, entertaining players of that generation for sure. The passing ability at his size. There goes Brad Nelson. Hall of Fame is Michael Jordan, John Stockton, and Scottie Pippen. Chicago, so we retire Jordan and Pippen. Stockton gets retired by Utah. No shocker there. So I'll change some of these uniforms. Kind of like this Rockets logo, but I'll let some of this stuff change. I just hate what happened like in modern day time. They really ruined, I think, some of these logos. So we don't have any big league meetings to change. Here we go. The 2003 draft lottery. This could set up the next 20 or 19 years of this rebuild. We'll watch this one live. All right, so the Pistons are at 9. The Wizards are at 8. The Jazz are going to get number 7. Here we go. So the Raptors, who got Chris Bosh in real life, they are picking 11. The Nuggets here, who get Carmelo Anthony, are going to be at number 6. I don't know if they've dropped. Let's see. Number 5. Here we go. I think we could drop to 5. Yeah, we could drop to 5. This would suck. Okay, Cleveland drops the 5. So the Grizzlies have moved into the top 3. I guess not via the Pistons. They have a different pick. Hello. The Heat here. Okay, this is the Heat. Oh my God. Okay, so we have a 33% chance right now of landing LeBron James, I hope. Number 3, the Vancouver Grizzlies, or Memphis Grizzlies. Is this going to be a pick? This is Milwaukee's pick. Oh my God. Okay. I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous. So we have a 50% chance. Are we going to be able to get LeBron James? Number 2 is going to be the Chicago Bulls. Oh my God. That sucks. And number 1 is going to be the Memphis Grizzlies. Via who? Because the Pistons have their pick. The Houston Rockets. Oh my God. You traded away LeBron James. Oh my God. So we do not get him. We fall to the number 2 pick. Phoenix's pick from the Jalen Rose trade is going to be at number 23. So we have 2 first rounders here. Oh man. Yeah. I hope we're not going to do what the Pistons did and took Darko Milicic. I assume the Grizzlies are going to take LeBron James. Can I see what this trade was? Because I don't think this was something that happened beforehand, like going into this. Let's see. The Rockets, did they trade away? Or did this was something that was actually owned currently? Yeah, the Rockets did not trade a first-round pick this year, so that was something that I guess happened in real life. Damn, that's tough. So we are going to, I don't know if I'm going to fire Bill Cartwright. Like sure, I would go after Rick Adelman, Greg Popovich. I'd like to get like one of these real head coaches. Rudy Tomjanovich, we could try to be 7 seconds or less before that became a thing. Screw it. Bill Cartwright is out. I'm going to try to sign Rudy Tomjanovich here. Let's give him about $6 million. I mean, I might as well offer. Can we get Popovich to leave? Maybe. I don't know. I'll offer him a deal. Could we get Adelman to leave? Let's offer him a deal. Kurt Rambis is an assistant. Man, terrible head coach for the Knicks. Let's just see. Okay, I get Adelman or I get Tomjanovich. I kind of want to sign Adelman. He's got really good ratings, so let's do that. We're going to sign Adelman here and decline Rudy. Bang. Rick Adelman. Or no, I just signed the wrong guy. Okay. No, I did sign the right guy. Okay, never mind. I signed Adelman. We're good. All right, let's go to the combine, or let's go to our pre-draft workouts, and this is what I want to see. We'll work out LeBron, but I don't think we're going to land him. I'm going to work out Wade, who's 21. I hope they just take Wade or Melo. Don't complicate this and take Bosh. If you take Kirk Heinrich, I will cry. I'm only going to scout these guys. Actually, I'm only going to scout these three, hopefully hinting to my GM, do not draft Bosh. Draft me Melo or Wade, assuming LeBron is going to go number 1. Now, who could we get at 23? I would love to get Kyle Korver, 3-point shooting. Leandro Barbosa, crafty scorer. Down here, Jason Capono, great 3-point shooter. Zaza, Kendrick Perkins, Big Perk. Nick Collison had a solid career. Boris Diaw, Matt Bonner, like one of those guys. And here we are at the NBA draft. So I have no idea who they're going to take from me at 23. I think this is when we're going to try to move Daniel Marshall. So you're assuming LeBron is going to Pau Gasol, Jason Williams, Shane Battier. Like, I don't think I could trade Daniel Marshall for Mike Miller, but that was something I was going to try to do. All right, I will eat Scott Pollard's bad money over the next 3 years, but would you give me Gerald Wallace in exchange for Daniel Marshall? Wallace has 1 year left, but I think he's in, I don't know. We'll see if they accept this. If not, they would want my first rounder later in the draft. We'll wait on that then. All right, so we're going to assume Memphis is going to take LeBron with the number 1 pick. They do. All right, so here goes nothing. Let's see who they end up taking for us. Please just take Melo or Wade. We take Dwayne Wade. Okay, I think I would have preferred Melo. This is a great class. Just Melo's 2 years younger, crafty scorer, but I'm okay with Wade. I am. Chris Bosh ends up going number 4 to the Miami Heat, a team he ended up on anyway. So Melo is going to be a Milwaukee Buck. David West is a Cav. Josh Howard's a Nugget. TJ Ford's a Jazz. Kirk Heinrich not going to be a Bull. He's going to be a Wizard. Chris Kaman to the Pistons and Barbosa to the Celtics. So later on, we end up with Jason Capono. Okay, I would think I would have preferred Delfino or Zaza a little bit more, but I'll take it. And we had a couple second rounders, but there's not going to be enough real players from this. So we'll have some that will sign. Travis Outlaw, 18 years old. Don't mind that pick later on as well. And then we also get, don't know if this is a real player or not, but we are going to sign, can I throw it? There's no 2 ways. So we'll sign all 4 of these guys. Capono, Wade, Outlaw, and Ebi. We're going to take there. No team player options right now. Qualifying offers, we don't have any. And I would like to move Daniel Marshall. And we are going to trade him to Seattle for Vladimir Adamovic, who's a Serbian 6'10 power forward. He was the 12th overall pick in 99. He shot 41% from 3 for the Supersonics. I think Marshall, and he's got 2 years left on the deal. I will take Ansu here. He's got 2 years left as well. Actually, do I have to take him? No, I don't. So I'll do that. And then Marshall, I think did he end up in Seattle? I don't know. Can I get a second rounder instead? Corey Blount for Jerome James, who I do not want at all, actually. So you can keep the second rounder. Let's just do that straight up. I think we win that trade. Next year, we have an interesting front court. We have Chandler and Curry. We have Rademovich. We have Johnson, Outlaw, Capono, Eddie Robinson. We got Jamal Crawford and now Dwayne Wade. So Crawford's like a 6-man. And then Jay Williams, that's the starting point guard. Jason Kidd's a free agent. Jermaine O'Neal, Elton Brand. We don't have cap space, so I'm not really going to sign anybody. I've taken on some bad money along the way. Maybe just another point guard, but I'll sign somebody to a minimum deal. Kenny Anderson, let's just sign him. Veteran point guard on the minimum. Hoiberg, Brunson, Mason, all going to leave. So let's do that. We did create a $3 million trade exception. I don't know if I'm ever going to use it. Now, Jason Kidd gets a max, basically, 4-year, $58 million deal. Elton Brand back to the Clippers. Gary Payton leaves Seattle at 34. He signed with the Lakers around this time, and I think the Heat. 3 years, $45 million to the Nuggets. Ron Artest leaves Indiana for the Spurs. Baron Davis leaves New Orleans for the Miami Heat. Rasheed Wallace does not go to Detroit. He goes to the Utah Jazz. Sean Marion to the Wizards. Hello. So they couldn't keep him around Jalen Rose. That's big. Reggie Miller back to the Pacers. It just makes sense. Any other big switches here? Rip Hamilton leaves Detroit for the Jazz. So the Jazz load up on a couple Pistons, Rasheed Wallace and Rip Hamilton. Wally Szczerbiak stays with Minnesota. Corey Maggette leaves. Oh, no, he stays with the Clippers. So I do also want to just keep an eye on Kevin Garnett for next year. Now, Joe Johnson is up to an 84. Hello. This is an intriguing young team. I'm very excited about next year. And I do need to release somebody before the season starts. Probably going to be Corey Blount. He's 34 Blunt. He's got 1 year left. And I have plenty of big men. So we're going to advance to the 2004 season, where this is going to be, I believe, the Dwight Howard draft class. He is the prize here. Not the best draft class in the world. Not the worst, but probably didn't age the best. You still have Andre Iguodala, Alec Jefferson, Josh Childress, Delonte West, Shamir Nelson, Ben Gordon. A couple guys that have spent time in Chicago. I do want to see is Kevin Garnett. Yep, still an expiring contract. I don't know if we're going to ever be able to create the cap to sign him, but we'll keep him on our radar. Jay Williams, Dwayne Wade, Josh Johnson, Vladimir, and Tyson Chandler in the front court. We're going to have Eddie Curry, Jamal Crawford. We're going to have Trent Hassel, Travis Outlaw, and Jason Capono off the bench. Eddie Robinson as well. Now, I think Eddie Robinson's going to be out of the rotation, but we have some names here that I'm intrigued about. We're going to give young Dwayne Wade 33 minutes. We're going to give Joe Johnson 33 minutes, and we're going to give Jay Williams 33 minutes as well. System proficiency, we're going to go to balance under Rick Adelman, the new head coach here in Chicago, 3 stars. And let's see how this goes. We're taking on the Knicks and the Spurs to start off the year at back-to-back, and Vladimir gets hurt on opening night. Great. So Eddie Robinson will start playing, or got hurt in the second game. Jamal Crawford had 22 points off the bench. Maybe we can get him his first 6-man of the year award this season. Dwayne Wade had 18 and 7 here. Well, Dwayne Wade ended up being a Bull. I forget that at one point. Isn't he from the Chicago or Illinois area? Isn't that why he went to Chicago? Once again, could be completely wrong. 49 between Joe Johnson and Dwayne Wade here. I like that. I mean, could we be frisky this year? Dwayne Wade's a good overall. He's like an 86, 87 right now. Well, he could be an all-star this year. We're 6-3 to start off the year. Hello. Maybe he's somebody that changes the franchise immediately. And we're 8-5 to start off the year. Dwayne Wade is averaging 21.7 points. Joe Johnson, 16.5. Everybody's been pretty solid so far. Jay Williams, 6 assists. Solid efficiency. Can't hit threes, though. And we're here at the trade deadline. I feel like last year we had so many injuries that, like, guys could not play through. This year, it's the opposite. We've been relatively healthy outside of, like, the Vladimir injury on the second night. He's not been great. I mean, kind of an interesting player for like 2004 basketball. 43% from 3, 39% from the field. Jamal Crawford, 12.7 points, 4.1 assists, 46, 40, 85 splits. We'll see where he is in the 6-man of the year race. Jay Williams taking strides this year. 55 true shooting. Hello. I like that. Joe Johnson, 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. I mean, I can't give him the contract the Nets gave him, right? And Dwayne Wade, 60% from the field for a rookie guard. Okay, that's absurd. Tyson Chandler almost giving me a double-double night, not running into the field goal issue percentage-wise for a big man that doesn't take threes. Eddie Curry's been good as well. I wonder if he would, like, ask out at one point. Like, does he think he can have a larger role? Travis Outlaw is having a pretty good rookie season, and Jason Capono shooting 37 from 3. I don't really think I'm going to make any trades here at the deadline. I don't think I need to. Yeah, I see Eddie Curry would test for agency next year. But I like what we're doing. We're the 5 seed in the Eastern Conference. We have a positive point differential. Like, we could be playing playoff basketball for the first time since 1998 when Jordan retired, left, right? And look who's number 1 there in the West. Pau Gasol and this guy, who could have been here in Chicago. Would have been dope. I would have appreciated that, but it did not happen. So I think we're good with what we got. I don't think I'm going to make any trades, and let's see if we can have a good rest of the season. Oh, I did want to show you guys the award races here for 2004, where LeBron may win MVP in his rookie year. Ichiro Suzuki type. I don't think Wes Unseld won him. Did he win MVP or Finals MVP in his rookie season? Shaq, Duncan, Garnett. Still has 1 year left. Jason Kidd. Dwayne Wade's 5th in Rookie of the Year voting. Okay, Kirk Heinrich being better than Dwayne Wade would be kind of hilarious if that ended up happening. No Melo here. Michael Redd, 6-man of the year, number 1. You got Jamal Crawford there at number 4. Rookie Mo Williams at number 5. He's the reason the Cavs got Kyrie Irving. And then you got, for 6-man of the year, Ben Wallace. I like how the points are just going down every single year, but 14 rebounds, 2.4 blocks, probably going to win Depoy. LeBron could win it in year number 1. Most improved, you have Carlos Arroyo, Desmond Mason, Mari Stoudemire, Gerald Wallace. And then the All-Stars this year as well. Did Dwayne Wade become an All-Star? He was. Him, Carmelo Anthony, somehow not top 5 in Rookie of the Year voting. Are all-stars in their rookie year. You got Vince Carter over there. Still in Toronto, may never leave. Jermaine O'Neal, who I think signed, with the Washington Wizards. Him and Sean Marion running it up there in the DMV area. Here's the West All-Stars. Maybe could have traded for Steve Francis, but we do have Jay Williams, so I'm okay with what we got. Gary Payton, who signed with the Nuggets, 35 years old, all-star, and obviously LeBron James making it. So LeBron James ends up winning MVP, 24 points, 10 rebounds, 9 assists, 3.5 stocks in his rookie season. I mean, it would be wild from going from Michael Jordan to LeBron James, but we didn't have that luxury. LeBron, Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year goes to Michael Redd of the Milwaukee Bucks, one of the more underrated scorers, I think, of the 21st century. Elton Brand, Depoy. Wow, so he gets it over Ben Wallace, and he was like a monster offensively, so he's got to be on an All-NBA team. Carlos Arroyo, Most Improved, and Lucas, Coach of the Year. LeBron James is going to make those guys a lot of money. T-Mac, Kid, LeBron, KG, and Shaq, All-NBA first team. Shaq's 32, still balling. Bosh, Elton Brand, who broke his left foot. Tim Duncan, Francis, AI, second team. I guess this Elton Brand being this good makes us look bad. And then you have Dirk, Yao, Weber, Ricky Davis in Cleveland. Wow, 25, 5, and 4.5 for Ricky Davis. And Vince Carter on All-NBA third team. Defensive first team, you got T-Mac, Kid, Brand, Duncan, and Bosh as a rookie in Miami. And then second team, you have, I don't like the Bosh photo. I wish it had like long hair Bosh. You have Camby, LeBron, because you have the young LeBron photo. KG, who did not sign yet, Wade, and AI, so shout out to Wade making it, who makes also all-rookie first team. Jose Calderon with the Warriors. So the Chicago Bulls ended up as the 6th seed. We're going to be taking on the Washington Wizards against Jermaine O'Neal, Kwame Brown, Sean Marion, Jerry Stackhouse, Larry Hughes, Kirk Heinrich. Obviously no Michael Jordan, but they were able to use that money to go out and get O'Neal and Sean Marion. We see Detroit as a 2 seed, New Jersey, Miami with Chris Bosh as the 1 seed. So everybody's benefiting from the 2003 draft. You have Memphis up there. Because Milwaukee at the 7th seed also has Carmelo Anthony. We can check out the leading scorers this year. Points per game was T-Mac for the 2nd straight year. Shaq did miss some time, only 65 games. Rebound leader was Elton Brand. Assist leader, Jason Kidd. I think back-to-back years being the only guy with double-digit assists. Like, how does Jason Williams not qualify for field goal percentage? He played, I don't know. Steals leader was Kidd. Blocks leader was Elton Brand. What a monster season from him. So, Dwayne Wade, 18.8 points. I guess 29 minutes. I guess Jamal Crawford is eating into those minutes too much, so maybe I got to change our system. Vladimir was a little bit disappointing. Good three-point shooter, but pretty inefficient inside the three-point line. So for the playoffs, it's going to be Jay, Dwayne, Joe Johnson, still Vladimir, Chandler over Curry. We'll go 24 minutes a night to these guys because Eddie Curry is pretty good. Jamal Crawford off the bench getting 24 minutes a night. Travis Outlaw was actually a good rookie. He'll get 20 minutes. Capono, 14. Don't think I'm going to play Trent Hassel. So it's going to be a 9-man rotation for the playoffs because I'm not going to play Eddie Robinson. I'm going to go 40 to a young D Wade. I'm going to go probably 37 to Joe Johnson. And let's go 32 to Jay Williams. Let's see if Joe Johnson and Dwayne Wade can upset the Washington Wizards and get us a playoff series victory. Jay Williams has back spasms, but he can play through it. And then the Wizards do not have any injuries. Game 1 goes to the Washington Wizards, 122-105. 24 for Marion, 40 for Stackhouse, 22 for Dwayne Wade in 31 minutes. On to game number 2. Dwayne Wade bruised left hip. We do lose this one as well by 2. Scored 42 points in the 4th quarter. Sean Marion with 34. Kirk Heinrich, 17 and 8. Dwayne Wade, there we go, 35, 6 and 8. Jay Will almost had a triple-double in this game, but we are down 2-0. I would like to at least get one victory in this series, and we go down 3-0. Oof, we get blown out in game number 3. Yeah, we're struggling. Vladimir, 1 of 16 from the field. Oh my God. Maybe the Supersonics got out at the right time. Sean Marion, 39 and 11 with his form. Okay. Are we going to get swept? Please win at least one game for the young guys' confidence. Everybody's hurt. Oh, we got swept. We might be the only team that gets swept. Probably not, but still, that's embarrassing. Jay Will at 30. Jay Will played really well in the playoffs here. Joe Johnson, ooh, he struggled. He did struggle. Dwayne Wade was good. Wish he shot the ball a little bit more. Averaged 7 assists. Like, do I make Dwayne Wade a point guard at one point throughout this? I could. Vladimir was abysmal. Jamal Crawford struggled at times. Chandler looked like he was better than Curry, who I may trade this offseason. So let's see who advances. Wow. Milwaukee was up 2-1. And then, wow, Sam Cassell, Michael Redd, and Carmelo Anthony. That's absurd. And then Detroit ended up winning 3 unanswered. Or not 3 unanswered, but they won game 7. What was game 7 like? They won 106-93. Jason Terry had 31. Chauncey had 24. Yeah, because no Rasheed, no Rip there. You had the Heat. Wow, Celtics took them to 7. Heat with Bosh. Celtics with Paul Pierce, who's a 94 overall. And then you had the Magic beat the Nets. Okay, so the Nets, who were in the finals last year, losing round 1 this year. T-Mac had 41. How's Grant? He's good, 31 years old. They also have Boris Diaw, a rookie. Obviously, Washington swept us. LeBron sweeps the Rockets here, who could have had LeBron. Kind of poetic. You have the Mavericks, and I should have kept the Rockets' old logo. You have the Mavericks here, who beat the Denver Nuggets. Okay. with Juwan Howard, Camby, Gary Payton. Did somebody get hurt on this team? No, not the best team in the world. Sacramento beat San Antonio in 6, and Utah swept the Clippers as a 7 seed with their new additions paying off. Let's see what happens in round number 2. You have the Kings beating the Jazz in 5. Dallas bringing LeBron to 6 as LeBron, king of Memphis now, in the conference finals in year number 1. Miami versus Washington, who they beat. Detroit makes us look a little bit better, I guess. So let's see who goes to the NBA finals. It's going to be not LeBron's time just yet. It's going to be the Sacramento Kings versus the Washington Wizards. So a 6 seed versus a 3 seed. The team that beat us goes to the NBA finals. All right. So Jermaine O'Neal and Jerry Stackhouse are getting a ring, or it's going to be Peja Stojakovic, Chris Webber getting a ring. The Lakers did not make it to the playoffs, which is really interesting. They go 39-43. Oh, because Kobe got hurt. How many games did Kobe play this year? Did he miss a lot of time? He did miss a decent amount. Yeah, he missed half the season. That's why they didn't make the playoffs, and that team is not good outside of him. So game 1 goes to Washington. Game 2 to Sacramento. 3 to Washington. 4 to Washington. Washington wins in 5. And Sean Marion turning into like a top 10 player in the league. Finals MVP Sean Marion of 2004. Maybe the 04 Wizards are kind of like the 04 Pistons in a way. Oakley, Malone, Grant, Long, Johnson, Hardaway, Robinson all retired. Derek Coleman, Kenny Anderson, who was on our team. Mutombo retires. Corey Blount, who we traded away. Blunt. Anthony Mason retires. Michael Curry. And yeah, no notable coaches really retire. Karl Malone and David Robinson go to the Hall of Fame. Jersey retirements, Malone and Robinson. Historic changes. We are adding the Charlotte Bobcats as an expansion team. We will be changing the uniforms of the Chicago Bulls. The Memphis Grizzlies logo will change. I'll change all these. That's fine. League meetings, we are going to add the Bobcats. So we're going to have 30 teams here. We're going to throw the Hornets to the Southwest. Bobcats go to the Southeast. And we will have an expansion draft as well for just one team. We do not have a lottery pick, so let's see who gets the Dwight Howard sweepstakes, the Toronto Raptors, so they don't get Chris Bosh, but we may have Dwight Howard and Vince Carter running the East for a little bit. Seattle at 2, Cavs at 3. We get our first round pick at number 21. And for the pre-draft workouts, so we are going to probably scout guys in that range, like J.R. Smith would love, Ben Gordon, Trevor Ariza, Kevin Martin. A lot of good scoring guards in this draft. Al Jefferson, Tony Allen for the defense. How many? I got 4 more. Let's do Beno Udrih. Why not? Sasa Vucevic. We could do, I think that's it. Royal Ivy's in this class. Sebastian Telfair, Andres Biedrins. We'll scout him because I honestly may need to draft a center. Hopefully they do if we do trade away Eddie Curry. So who am I not going to keep? Okay, I can't actually keep everybody relevant for us. So yeah, we're not going to lose somebody of note. Okay, well, Jalen Rose does not get kept. I guess has become a negative contract. So they also take 2 Williams, Alvin, and Jerome. Clifford Robertson, Chucky Atkins, Ronald Murray, Dante Jones goes, Jaron Collins ends up getting drafted. Damon Stoudemire gets drafted. I don't even think one of our guys got drafted. So, hey, that is crazy that Jalen Rose did not get kept. We are here on the night of the NBA draft where Eddie Curry, I could trade right now, who's going to be a free agent next year. And if I don't believe in Vladimir, I could try to get a power forward here for Eddie Curry. I don't want to spend too much money on one because, like, what if I can get Kevin Garnett money? I don't know if I can. Damn, Lamar Odom would have been sweet. Like, Juwan Howard, only making $4 million a year. A young Zebo could be nice as well over from the Trailblazers. Troy Murphy, good three-point shooter, but is making a little bit of money going forward. I mean, I'm intrigued about Zebo. Do they have a center? They do not. So this is definitely a team that could do Zach Randolph for Eddie Curry. Zach Randolph was a Bull at one point in his career. What's the issue here? The Blazers would acquire $1 million more than allowed. I don't really want to take any bad money back, so I'll take, like, Cherokee Parks. Eddie Curry's got 3.5 stars. Wow, they do like Eddie Curry, so maybe they will do this trade. I can't really throw in much more. I'll give you pick 51 in the second round as well. So would you guys do this? They would want my 2005 unprotected first and Derek Anderson. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. I don't have many seconds to deal. I'll give you, okay, 2 seconds gets it done. Zach Randolph, welcome here to the Chicago Bulls. It's a contract year for him as well, but I'd be comfortable paying Zebo more than paying somebody like Eddie Curry because we need a Zebo on the roster. All right, so let's see how this draft goes. The Toronto Raptors select Dwight Howard out of high school in Atlanta. So he's going to be there with Vince Carter. Emeka Okafor in real life went number 2. He goes number 2 here. Andre Iguodala goes to the Cavs, a team that he played in the 2015, 16, 17, 18 NBA Finals. The 4th overall pick is traded for Ricky Davis. Hello. First year in the league, the Charlotte Bobcats making a massive move. Ricky Davis was really good last year too. And the Cavs take Chris Duhon out of Duke, Knicks legend. He had like a 18 assist game once or something like that. Ben Gordon goes to the Knicks. Speaking of, they're at number 5. Sixers at 6 select Devin Harris out of Wisconsin. Delonte West out of St. Joe's goes to Portland to team up with Eddie Curry. The Suns get Luol Deng. I guess like their Sean Marion replacement, Jalen Rose replacement. That's pretty good. J.R. Smith goes to the Pacers, so he's not lasting to where we were selecting. And Atlanta at number 10 is trading the pick to Golden State for Mike Dunleavy and Troy Murphy. But they also give up Theo Ratliff. Pretty good trade, I think, there. And Josh Childress goes out of Stanford. And then Golden State had back-to-back picks. And they're going to select Sean Livingston. It's only right. So let's see who the CPU drafted for us. I'm hoping it's not like position of depth that we already had. I wouldn't mind a center. So it's Sebastian Telfair. You know what? I don't really have a backup point guard behind Jay Will, so I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm fine with who went after. There's nobody that I would have been like super happy with over those guys. So actually, I'm good with that for sure. We're going to get Sebastian Telfair, 18 years old. I guess out of high school, right? So team player options, Outlaw, welcome back. Not going to pick up the option of the second round pick last year. Qualifying offers, we got none. And then it is free agency time. Kevin Garnett. I'm interested. He doesn't have a real full 100%. Okay, I am interested in Kevin Garnett here to Chicago. I know I just traded for Zach Randolph, but I got to do this, right? All right, so I don't have many seconds. Can I trade Vladimir to the Cleveland Cavaliers for 4 second? Actually, let's just try to do 5 second rounders. Can I get 6 second rounders for him? We might as well start high and we'll go down one by one. Yeah, I just got 6 second rounders. So a team that had like no seconds. Now I get some. I'm going to make a play for Kevin Garnett. So Jamal Crawford is a free agent. We would lose Jamal Crawford, which I got to choose Kevin Garnett over Jamal Crawford, right? I get Dwayne Wade on this rookie contract. I should take advantage of it. Let's give KG a full 4-year deal that's going to send over time. No trade clause, no player option. I think it goes to his best offer. 4 years, $71 million. Let's do it. We would lose Jamal Crawford, like I said, but that is an MVP of the 2020 or the 2003 season. Yeah, we'd have Dwayne Wade, Kevin Garnett, Joe Johnson, Tyson Chandler. Let's do it. Kevin Garnett is a Chicago. Oh, Jay Will's a free agent. Shoot. Okay. I mean, I would still be fine. I would have to renounce the rights on Jay, but I think I would have a little bit here to try to create $4 million to keep the cap hold open, in which I'm going to use some of my second rounders that I just acquired from Cleveland. 3 of them and Eddie Robinson. They know they're not bringing back KG to Minnesota for a second. So that's going to clear up $5 million. So I actually should be able to keep one of Jay Will or Crawford. And I'm going to, since I have Dwayne Wade, I'm going to keep Jay Will over Crawford. So I think we should be okay, right? Let's go. I just got to make sure nobody signs Jay Will, which I don't have bird rights on, but I don't think anybody is. Actually, he may get a... Oh, wow. The Pacers may screw me over. Is Jamal Crawford going to get signed? He may not. So what I may do is keep the talks open for Crawford and Jay Will, I assume, signed. So we get Kevin Garnett. Hello. Let's go. The title window starts now. Oh, did Jay Will not sign? He didn't. I can't. He's going to get too much money anyway. Yeah, it's a lot. So Jay Will's gone. I chose, what's his name? Dwight Howard over him. Duh, makes a lot of sense. So Jamal Crawford, I'm going to give a 3-year deal to. Front load it. Team option. If you want that much money per year, let's do that. And we are going to be over the cap, but we have this window with Dwayne Wade 3 more years. Only him and Howard will overlap for 1 year, or excuse me, him and Garnett will only overlap. I guess it'll be for, yeah, just 1 year, just 2008. All right, so going into next year, I definitely need to add another center. We have Zebo and Garnett. I don't know how Zebo feels about coming off the bench now. We're good on wings. I guess Sebastian Telfair. Actually, I think I'm gonna make Dwayne Wade my point guard. I'm gonna see if I can get Alonzo Mourning to be my backup center to Tyson Chandler. Would be pretty sweet. Bang, there we go. And then I'm going to sign like one more point guard, Daryl Armstrong. I'll bring in on the minimum. And that's going to be us for us. A very eventful free agency. I added Kevin Garnett with Dwayne Wade. There's Joe Johnson, Tyson Chandler, Jamal Crawford. Travis Outlaw goes up a little bit as well. And I went to my contract extensions, and Joe Johnson and Tyson Chandler are refusing to resign. So hopefully that changes at the end of the year since I moved Eddie Curry. It's going to be, I think, Dwayne Wade at the 1. Let's go Crawford at the 2, Johnson at the 3, Garnett at the 4, Chandler at the 5. Telfair is going to get like, I don't know, 15 minutes off the bench. Let's go with 33 to Wade as our point guard. Jamal can get 28. Let's go 32 to Johnson. Randolph is going to get like 20 minutes. Let's go like 29 to Chandler. I'm good with these guys getting minutes. Let's go 10 to Capono. I don't think any of these guys are going to get minutes. And I want to go like 36 to Garnett, 36 to Dwayne Wade, and we'll go one more to Joe Johnson. So let's see how this team looks. 4-star balanced. I don't know. Maybe we'll go to 7 seconds or less. I'm okay with that as well. We could try that out for a little bit. And can Kevin Garnett and Dwayne Wade be the new Kobe and Shaq? We start off the season beating, okay, the schedule makers kind of cooked. We had to be in Minnesota though. Kevin Garnett, 26, 14, and 7 in his first game against Minnesota. We won this one, but we ended up losing to the Nets. It is kind of funny, too, that Al Jefferson, so he got drafted, I believe, by the Celtics, was in the Kevin Garnett trade, but then he just got drafted by Minnesota here. Michael Redford, Tyson Chandler, not going to do that. Memphis and Chicago, and Charlotte. We beat Charlotte, but not Memphis. So, oh yeah, Memphis has that logo with LeBron James. Now, this is a good offer from New Orleans. Kyle Korver and their first round pick for Zach Randolph, who I'm probably not going to bring back. I may have to trade Zach Randolph at one point. I did not think I was going to end up with Kevin Garnett. And I'll say I'm getting so many first round pick offers for Zach Randolph. I feel like that'd be wise for me to, like, I can't lose Chandler, Randolph, and Joe Johnson all for nothing. And there goes Dwayne Wade. Oh my God, a spinal injury. Oh man, that sucks. But the team is 32-6, even without Dwayne Wade. We're on an 8-game winning streak, a 14.1 point differential. Could we meet the Grizzlies in the finals? Who knows? Shout out to the division champion, or the team at the top of the Pacific or the Northwest, the Portland Trailblazers, who are 18-22 and are the 3 seed because of the old rules. Wow. Eddie Curry is hurt for them, but he's been good. I expected that. Yeah, I guess we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do. Kevin Garnett is averaging 21 points. Joe Johnson is fully breaking out. He's joyous, so maybe we will be fine with keeping him. Jamal Crawford, like, I wonder if I would trade somebody for a point guard if I don't love the idea of Dwayne Wade as, like, the full-on one, because clearly his scoring has been affected by that. Now, if I went to my contract extensions, now Tyson Chandler wants to test. Why are you going to refuse, Joe? Ooh, I'm intrigued here. Jose Calderon for Zach Randolph, and we swap first. I get 2 more years of team control after this year for Calderon at a really good rate. I like that. Could I give them Phoenix's 05 first, which I kind of want to keep. Like, could I give you my 05 first instead? And I get your lottery protected 07 that becomes unprotected in 08. I think I would do this trade. I like Randolph, and he's been good, man. Like, Zach Randolph's been good, but he's a free agent at the end of the year. I just gave Kevin Garnett all that money. I think we should trade him. They want to do another first rounder. What about, can we just do this straight up? I assume they're going to want a first. Telfair for Steven Jackson. I'm good. What about if I give you my, I'll give you my first rounder this year. Lottery protected, sure. And Randolph for Calderon. They want Telfair for Jackson. What about if I throw in a second? Okay, so we just traded Zach Randolph, who spent half a year here, for Jose Calderon, who's averaging 16 points and 9 assists a night on 44, 36, 90 splits. That's how good of value Randolph had on the open market. And like Travis Outlaw can kind of be like a backup power forward. He's a solid player. And Dwayne Wade is pretty much coming back, or he just came back. He's averaging 14 points, 8 assists. Joe Johnson, about 20 points, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. He's too good to trade right now, so we'll have to worry about him in the offseason. I don't know why Tyson Chandler wants to leave. I would like to re-sign him as well, because I can't roll with 35-year-old Alonzo Mourning next year. So if we look at the All-Stars this year, did we get Dwayne Wade and KG? So we got KG. He's averaging 21 and 11, 47 from 3. I don't know how hard those shots are. Steve Nash, 30 years old, 24 and 10 for the Indiana Pacers. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Yeah, no Dwayne Wade this year. He got injured as well. Kobe at 26, great player. With LeBron, Gilbert Arenas in Los Angeles for the Clippers, making the All-Star game. Rashard Lewis making the All-Star game. Mike Bibby as well. How have the, I think that actually just said LeBron James was in the dunk contest. Yeah, it was LeBron, Amari, Richard Jefferson. That would be sick. Oh my God, that'd be amazing. Award races, LeBron's probably going to win MVP, but hey, maybe KG steals it from him later on. Jason Terry averaging 25 a night for the Detroit Pistons. You have Emeka Okafor, Josh Smith, Dwight Howard, Devin Harrison, Al Jefferson for Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year, Jay Will balling out there in Phoenix. Ron Artest in San Antonio, so like their new Bruce Bowen. LeBron might win T-Ploy. Ronald Murray from Shaw might win most improved for the Bobcats. Kendrick Perkins, Eddie Curry is there. So yeah, Eddie Curry and Jay Will could be the guys that got away. Trade deadline's kind of early here in January. I don't think I'm making any trades. All right, so yeah, contract extension deadline. Chandler and Johnson do not want to re-sign. Okay, maybe they just want larger roles. I get it for Johnson maybe, because like Dwayne Wade and Garnett are going to be overshadowing him. I don't really get it for Tyson Chandler. So this team is going to win 50 games here in the 2005 season. The Chicago Bulls are back, ladies and gentlemen. I think it took me 16 years to win my first ring in the Lakers rebuild. Hopefully, we're going to win it a little bit earlier here. 60 plus wins. Okay, it could be a lot worse, but we just lost Alonzo Mourning with a dislocated left patella for the season. And LeBron James ends up winning MVP. He steals it from Kevin Garnett, maybe. Pretty identical season from what he had a year ago. Dwight Howard, Rookie of the Year, 22 points and 12 rebounds for the 19-year-old center up north. Jay Will ends up getting Sixth Man of the Year for the Phoenix Suns. Was really good for them. Glad he got paid and is playing better. Andre Kirilenko, Depoy. Hello. I love how on that trophy it says the 2020 Depoy. And then this is the 2014 Most Improved Player, Ronald Murray of the Charlotte Bobcats. Lucas gets the 2013 Coach of the Year when it's 2005. And we got Executive of the Year. Hey, there we go. We get Kevin Garnett on All-NBA First Team, 20 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists, 58, 37, 77 splits. He joins T-Mac, Steve Nash, LeBron, and Shaq. Second team, you got Chris Bosh, Dirk, Duncan, Kobe, and Jason Kidd. And then third team, you got Gilbert Arenas, Jason Terry, Paul Pierce, Weber, and Dwight Howard. Here's all defensive first team with Kidd, Kobe, Kirilenko, LeBron, and Howard. And second team with T-Mac, AI, Artest, Duncan, and O'Neal. Rookie first team, Devin Harris, Jameer Nelson, Josh Smith. Welcome to the league, Josh Smith, Dwight, and Okafor. And you got Livingston, JR, Iggy, Al Jefferson, and Dang on second team. So we ended up as the 1 seed. We're going up against the 46 and 36, a good Nets team. So it's not going to be the easiest 8 seed in the world. So we had a 12.9 point differential. The reigning champion, Washington Wizards, an 11.8. And then over in the West, LeBron. Wow, it's clearly the Memphis Grizzlies out there as kind of the top team. Our leading scorer was KG. We're going to be without Alonzo Mourning for the playoffs. So Cherokee Parks could end up being the power forward. And yeah, it's a new day for me. But the 2005 Bulls ended up going 65 and 17, 12.9 point differential. Number 2 to the Memphis Grizzlies. Who knows if we're going to play this team? They got Speedy Claxton and Jason Williams in the backcourt. How old is Shane Battier? Just 26 years old. Kevin Garnett led the team in scoring. We're going to be without Alonzo Mourning for the playoffs. So we're taking on New Jersey in round number 1, led by Jason Kidd, one of the best point guards in the league, 32 years old, probably led the NBA in assists yet again. I saw they did have Darko Milicic as their center. So T-Mac, Kobe, Carter, Lewis, and Nash all led the NBA. Steve Nash averaging 24 points is crazy. Elton Brand, Bosh, O'Neal, Duncan, and Dirk led the NBA in rebounds, followed by Garnett at number 6. And Nash averaged 24 and 10. That is incredible. So for the playoffs, we're going to go Jose Calderon as the starting point guard. He averaged 8.8 assists. 37% from 3. Dwayne Wade at the 2, Johnson at the 3, KG at the 4, Chandler at the 5. We're going to go Jamal Crawford off the bench. He'll get around 25 minutes a night, maybe 24. I like Travis Outlaw. He'll get like 18. Telfair was actually pretty good this year. He'll get 15 minutes a night because I'm going to go 33 to Jose Calderon. I may have to play Parks because we don't have like a true backup center. Like Armstrong's not going to play like a third string center. I could play Evan Eschmeyer. Probably not. I guess he's the local kid, right? Northwestern. But I'll probably go with Cherokee Parks, who's fine enough. He's going to get like 14 minutes because I'm going to have to go like 34 or a decent amount to Chandler. I'm debating. I don't even think I'm going to play Jason Capono for the playoffs because I do have Crawford and Outlaw coming off the bench as wings. So let's go 34 to Tyson. Let's go 37 to Garnett. Let's go 37 to Wade. Maybe I end up going like a little bit less there, a little bit less there. 32 to Johnson. Like this is the 5 that I think could take us to the promised land. Under Rick Adelman, we are 4-star 7 seconds. New Jersey's got, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin, James Posey, Darko, Kerry Kittles, Jason Kidd. We do win game 1, 122-105. 54 combined between Joe Johnson and Dwayne Wade. I can't do math. 55 combined. Jose Calderon had 14 assists. Tyson Chandler had 11 rebounds. He had 10 stocks in this game. Okay. They also have Vin Baker. They got James Posey. Let's win game 2, please. There we go. We win game 2, 134-88. Joe Johnson, 27 points. He's showing that, you know what? I'm the franchise here. It's not Dwayne Wade. Re-sign me at the end of the year. Kevin Garnett had 20 points, 19 rebounds, 11 assists, and 7 stocks. That is like a I don't even know. That's like a Jokic and a Wemby combined stat line. We go up 3-0. Kenyon Martin and Jason Kidd had 53 combined, but Kidd and Garnett had 50 combined. Can we win in 4? Nope. They do win game 4 by 1 point. That's fine. We'll do the good old gentleman sweep. Okay. They just won by 16. Don't tell me we're going to a game 7. Okay. We end up winning game 6, 105-92. The defense showed up here. Dwayne Wade had a very productive round number 1. He shot 75% from 3. He only took 4 attempts. So young D Wade not shooting the ball. Calderon, 53% from 3. KG was great. Tyson Chandler was great. Tyson Chandler and Kevin Garnett mean duo in the front court. So in round number 2, we're taking on the Detroit Pistons, led by Chauncey Billups, Jason Terry, Tayshaun Prince, Ben Wallace, Chris Kaman, Dave Memento Okoro off the bench, Nick Collison, Tony Allen, and Chris Humphries. You got Washington, reigning NBA champions, right? You got Orlando with the best scorer in the league in T-Mac. You have the Clippers with Elton Brand, who's maybe one of the best big men in the league. And then you have the Spurs with Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Ron Artest. It looks like Manu Ginobili might be hurt. Or no, he signed elsewhere. Memphis with LeBron, Pau Gasol, and then the Rockets with Yao Ming and Steve Francis, a team that could have had LeBron James. So let's see what happens here. We do win game number 1, 100-83. 16-10 for Calderon, 12-6-9 for Wade, 12-13-7 blocks for Tyson Chandler. Game 2 is going to go to the Bulls, 120-93. 47 for Garnett and Dwayne Wade. 21 for Outlaw. Bang. There we go. That's his best player performance. Double-double for Chandler. Johnson struggled in this game. Can we go up 3-0? Nope. They win game 3 by 5. Jason Terry had 43 points. Okay. Game 4, we do win this one. 109-96. KG, 25-15 and 5. 12 assists for Dean Wade. Stop saying that, Matt. Dwayne Wade. 12 for Calderon. 5 blocks for Chandler. And we are going to win in 5. There we go. So we beat him by 30 here. Big 3 getting it done. Are we getting Washington or Orlando? They're going to a game 7. And Orlando beats Washington. So Washington not going to go back to the finals. T-Mac averaging about 30 points per game in the playoffs. They have Grant Hill. They have Jock Vaughn, coach of the Nets at one point. Luke Ridnour, Boris Diaw, Drew Gooden. And then we have the Bulls and the Magic. And we're going to have the Clippers versus the Houston Rockets. So LeBron James can't go to the conference finals in year number 2. I forget if they lost in the conference finals or the conference semifinals last year. And we are going to crown a 3rd new champion here today. Let's see if we can get past Orlando and get to the NBA finals. It looks like we're at full strength. Dwayne Wade's averaging 21 in the playoffs. KG was a monster in the conference semis. We lose game 1 by 12. Calderon with 21. KG had 20. T-Mac had 25. Parks, he's got to stay there. Outlaw's been good. Telfair's been good. Like, the whole bench has been good. Maybe, like, Jamal Crawford, I'm going to lower some of his minutes because we are rolling out. I mean, it's a 9-man rotation. I think I'm going to go 18 to Crawford, and I'd like to go a little bit more to Johnson and Calderon. All right, so we're down 1-0. Game 2, we win this one. We come back 126-104. KG, 30 and 16. 13 rebounds for Chandler. 8, 6, and 9 for Dwayne Wade. Game 3 goes to Orlando. 140-114. Oh my God, our defense sucked, which I don't get. Like, we have a really good defense. We tied up 2-2. That's a massive win. T-Mac had 37. KG had 24, 14, 7. No blocks, but 3 steals. You have the Clippers up 2-1. Massive game 5 here at home. I don't feel comfortable being down 32 going up against T-Mac, who might be the best player in the NBA. Like, healthy T-Mac might be the best player in the league. We take a 3-2 lead, 127-115. Johnson, KG, Wade, and Calderon all showed up. Shout out to, like, Eddie Curry, who turned into Randolph, who turned into Calderon. 2-2 over there. Game number 6. Are we going to the NBA Finals? Yes, we are. The Chicago Bulls win 137-115. 22-13 for the Flash. 22-12 for Tyson Chandler, 16 assists for Calderon, 28-7 for Joe Johnson. Are we taking on Houston or the Clippers? We're taking on, let's say, the LA Clippers. So you have Elton Brand versus his old team. He dropped 37-15 in game 7. Steve Francis had 33. Yao Ming fouled out in 29 minutes. So we're going up against Agent Zero, a 39-year-old Reggie Miller, Corey Maggette, Elton Brand, Zaza Pachulia, J.R. Bremer, Marco Yarich, Eddie Griffin, former Bull? No, that's Eddie Robinson, I think. So I don't think anybody's hurt for this team unless Glenn Rice, now he's 38. He's just kind of washed at this point. Don't want to be mean. So here we go. So my rule too with the Lakers rebuild was I didn't want to go 50 million over the cap. I think I'm going to do everything in my power to keep like Joe Johnson this offseason. And I will trade Jamal Crawford if I have to do it. Like, I want to bring back Joe Johnson and Tyson Chandler, but let's get through the Clippers first. I could make adjustments to the rotation, but I like this bench. I don't mind it. Let's go. All right. Game number 1 against the Clippers. It took me, I think like 16 years to get my first title with the Lakers. I would like for it to be only 3 years today, but we do lose 191 in game number 1. Johnson 4 of 11, Calderon 3 of 13, Garnett 4 of 11, Gilbert Arenas at 31. This defense is really good. I mean, the Clippers in the West, 52-30. They had the second best offense. They actually had a middle of the pack defense. Game number 2, we do win this one, 135-106. There we go. 29-10 for the Flash, 24, 15, and 5 for KG. He had 9 offensive rebounds. Calderon got into foul trouble, but still had 20 and 10. And Joe Johnson getting it done scoring the ball. We do go down 2-1, though. We lose by 8. I think we were down 2-1 against Orlando. Joe Johnson fouled out. So did KG. Can we not foul out, guys? Calderon, bruised right hip. He can play through it. He's got it, man. This is the NBA Finals. Ugh. All right, we're down by 2. Can we have a strong fourth quarter? We're down by 7. And the Bulls can't come back. They're down 115, 111. Joe Johnson had a good scoring game. KG had 21, 18, and 7. Corey Maggette with a 30-piece here. Damn, I don't know, man. I didn't think the Clippers were this good to go up 3-1. All right, so maybe they want to win on their home floor. I don't know. We ended up winning this one by 46. Yeah, nice statement win there. I don't think the Clippers, let's see if they had any like injuries flare up. So I don't think the reason, yeah, there's not even that many injuries in the league right now. So here we go. Travis Outlaw's got a knee injury. He's day to day. We have a good first quarter, bad second quarter, good third quarter. Don't choke this fourth. We're up by 1. This is the force of game 7. Oh my God. Please win this game. Please win this game. We're up by 3. Oh my God. I'm so nervous. Up by 3. Jeez. Don't do this. Don't do this. We're up by 5. Things are looking good. Bang. Game 7. This is it. This is it. Okay. Yeah. KG got a block at the end there. Who's Miller on their team? That's, oh, Reggie Miller. Yeah. I was like, Mike Miller? No. All right. What a game from KG. What a monster game from KG and Dwayne Wade. Here we go. Game 7, which I'm going to, I don't know. I was going to play like Calderon a ton, but he's hurt. Like, I think Crawford's going to get like 15 minutes here in game 7. Same with Outlaw. And I want to play like Johnson and Wade a decent amount. All right, here we go. Game 7. Can we complete the 3-1 comeback? We're at home in Chicago. This would be poetic. 3-1 comeback. Good first half. You're up by 9. Do not choke it. You're up by 13. Okay, we're up by 14. This looks great. Oh my God, the Clippers are going to blow a 3-1 lead. Oh my God, this feels good, man. Like I said, it took me so long in the Lakers rebuild to get one, but us being able to draft Dwayne Wade was huge. I think having the cap space to like go out and get Kevin Garnett, we still have a little bit of the luster from the Michael Jordan era where we were able to convince Kevin Garnett to leave Minnesota. I assume he signed a contract extension around that time with Minnesota and then just ended up, I forget if he requested a trade, but either way, it's going to work out great for us, man. Like, KG could be a Bulls legend. Dwayne Wade could actually be a Bulls legend rather than a Heat legend. Inside Dwayne Wade with the left hand, that is no good. He's got 14 and 6. I'm going to assume, oh my God, KG's got 27, 14, and 13 in game 7. Could he have like a Tim Duncan career arc? Like, KG's not like looked at as like a top 10 player ever, and Duncan pretty much is. But KG's like right on the outskirts, like still compared with Dirk in a way. KG's got the ring, but no finals MVP. But could we maybe make KG like a top 5 player ever? Because I think he won MVP in year 1 of this. So he's got the MVP. He's about to get his first ring. I assume he's going to get finals MVP this time around. Let's see what happens. KG, fadeaway jumper. That is good. He's got 29, 14, and 13 in game 7. Oh my God. So congrats to the Bulls who just won the 2005 NBA Finals. KG gets finals MVP. Start of maybe a top 10, yeah, like career arc. We'll see. He's 29 years old. We're in his prime, and he's going to have a great supporting cast. So there goes Hakeem Olajuwon, Reggie Miller, Rod Strickland, Glenn Rice, Clifford Robinson. Gary Payton does not finish out that contract. He signed with the Nuggets. Tony Kukoc retires, Bulls legend. I don't think we're going to retire his number. Daryl Armstrong ends up retiring. Fred Hoiberg retires as well. There goes Mark Aguirre, scoring legend for the Mavericks. Hall of Fame, Hakeem Olajuwon, and the glove, Gary Payton. Rightfully so. Gary Payton gets his jersey retired by the Sonics, but not Hakeem by the Rockets? Okay, interesting. So NBA.com has created a new mock draft. We'll do that. Players will not be eligible. So this is when the high school thing ran out. I mean, it's not going to matter too much because we're going to import the draft classes anyway. So that is fine with me. Let's go to league meetings. Yeah, we'll change that. Draft lottery. So this is what? The 2005 draft class with CP3. I don't think we have any picks here in the lottery. Just kidding. 14 via Phoenix from the Jalen Rose trade. What if that moved up into the top 4? That would be insane. But hey, I will have 1 first-round pick. The Warriors do have a first-rounder at 30. The Hawks get number 1. So is Chris Paul going to be a Hawk? It would be cool if he replaced like the glove as the next Seattle Supersonics legend. I may keep the Sonics around, so I don't know if they'll ever become the Thunder today. So here we are with the pre-draft workouts. We're not getting Chris Paul. I wouldn't mind Andrew Bogut because we could use a long-term backup 5-2 Chandler since Alonzo Mourning. I could bring him back, but he's older. Lou Will, Danny Granger, David Lee I would like, Jared Jack, Marvin Williams who went like, what, number 2 in this draft class? Gortat Screens, Amir Johnson, Sean May, UNC legend, Gerald Green, Channing Frye. We can kind of scout all those guys out. So we'll hop here to the draft. I don't need to trade away like Jamal Crawford or anybody like that just yet, but if I do need to create some cap, I will. Now let's see. The Hawks do take Chris Paul, the 6-foot guard out of Wake Forest, who is still going strong in 2026. I don't know. Okay. I was like, I don't know about going strong, but Chris Paul's still a relevant player today. Charlie Villanueva going number 2 gave me like a whoa, a shocker. The Timberwolves at number 3. They're in the post-KG era. They get Darren Williams, okay, who probably should have gone too. Great pickup by Minnesota. Seattle, you had the Gary Payton replacement long-term there. Raymond Felton goes there, number 4 to the Bobcats. Team he played for, I believe. Number 5, we have a trade to announce from David Stern. Philly's trading that pick in Wesley Person for Gerald Wallace and a first-rounder in the 07 draft, which has Kevin Durant in it. And the Kings do take Andrew Bynum. Marvin Williams does go to the Knicks here at number 6, so he's not making it to 14. We have another trade, number 7, and Eduardo Nahara. Sorry, butchered that so bad. Keith Van Horn and Todd McCullough. Going to the, what team was that? I think I forget, honestly. Andrew Bogut goes to the Sixers, so they trade out of the Bynum pick, and they get Bogut. I kind of like this draft for the Sixers. Brandon Bass, kind of a mid-range legend, goes to the Hornets. Nate Robinson, 5'9", Nate Robinson going to the Cavs. David Wade, damn, I would have liked David Wade. He goes to the Trailblazers. The Nuggets take Monta Ellis. Number 13 is Lou Will out of high school to the Celtics. And Danny Granger goes to the Pacers, the team that ended up drafting him. So we're going to finish out this draft. We'll see who the CPU took for us. Please be a good player. I wouldn't love Jared Jack, like another point guard. Okay, we get Channing Frye. I'm cool with that. We definitely needed a backup center. He's 22 years old, coming out of Arizona. Can space the floor. 2 former Knicks centers, Tyson Chandler, Channing Frye, are going to be our center rotation at one point. Did we have a second rounder? We did have an early one, and we got Yohan Petro from France. Okay, maybe he's going to be a good player in this save. CJ Miles goes, like one of the youngest players ever to debut. And did we have multiple seconds? No, looks like just, oh no, we did have 2. Mili Ilic from Bosnia. So we went international here in the second round. I like this draft. We got a bunch of big men, which we needed in the playoffs. I gotta stop saying Dean Wade. I just recorded a Cavs rebuild. Dwayne Wade, Calderon, and Jason Capono, all welcome back. Qualifying offers, Travis Outlaw will get it, a former second rounder. Shaq is hitting unrestricted free agency at 33. I mean, Joe Johnson is going to get no serious offers. Interesting, okay. And we have bird rights on him and Chandler. I mean, we're going to be very far over the cap if I sign both these guys, like 20 million over the cap, which is pretty hefty. So what I'm going to do is actually trade away Jamal Crawford. He's got 1 year left and team control. So I think since it's a valuable contract, can I get Eschmeyer in this deal as well? All right, and I'm going to try to do this trade with the Atlanta Hawks. I feel like Jamal Crawford played for the Hawks, but I could be wrong there. We're going to get their 07 unprotected first. So even if they're bad with Chris Paul next year, you have Chris Paul and Jamal Crawford running the show with Dunleavy and Troy Murphy, a trade they made last year. And I'm going to get James Jones, who was the 27th pick in the 03 draft, stealing him from the, not playing with LeBron. And then Evan Eschmeyer and Jamal Crawford are going to go to Atlanta. They actually want my second rounder, Ilic, and I got to take Pavel. That's fine with me. They're very similar. Oh, he's a little bit more expensive, but I'll do this trade with Atlanta. Jamal Crawford, thank you for your services. I'm just going to leverage this roster a ton for Tyson Chandler and Joe Johnson. So let's give Joe Johnson about $60 million over the next 5 years. I'll let that ascend. I feel like that's normal, but I think Tyson Chandler, I could do a flat rate there. Yeah, we'll make it something like that. And I'll do no option on it. It'll be full 5 years. We're committing to this core around Kevin Garnett and Dwayne Wade. And I'm going to hopefully get back Outlaw at one point. He is a restricted free agent anyway. So I actually don't have the cap to get him. So we'll see. Maybe I'm not going to be able to get back Travis Outlaw. We'll see about that going forward. Red Ginobili, who spent last year with the Miami Heat, is available. Richard Jefferson's available. Anybody leaves. So Shaq goes back to the Lakers, 5 years, 106. Jason Richardson goes back to Golden State. Sharif Abdur-Rahim goes to Atlanta, back to Atlanta. So that's a good team around Chris Paul. Who knows if that 07 first rounder is going to be worth anything. I feel like there's not movement here. Eddie Curry had a good year with Portland. Is he not going to go back there? Interesting. We'll see. Steven Jackson, Hideo Turco is still there. I don't really have much money to move or use. So Gary Trent Sr., I'll sign him on the minimum. And then I'm hoping to get back Travis Outlaw at the end of free agency. Gary Rice, you got Eric Strickland. I'll sign on a minimum as well. And then Outlaw should come back on the QO. Anybody pop up here? No, not a lot of movement up here at all. Interesting. So we get Travis Outlaw back on the QO. Play progression. Garnett's a 96. Wade's a 93. There might be a time where I have to trade somebody before Dwayne Wade is a restricted free agent because, yeah, there's a hard cap out there still. So is there any contract extensions to get done with right now? No. Dwayne Wade has still 2 years left. He just got a ring in year number 2. He ended up winning, the 06 NBA Finals with the Miami Heat, so in year number 3. But yeah, Tyson Chandler, 23 years old, Garnett, 29, Johnson, 27, Wade, 23, Calderon, 24. Is Calderon, what year was he? Same as Dwayne Wade. Cool. So he's got 2 years left. I think the 07 offseason could get a little interesting for this 2008 season. Like, we could be an expensive roster. So we'll figure it out when we get there. The 06 draft, who was the number 1 pick? Why do I feel like Bogut's the number 1 pick? No, he was in 05. Wait, yeah, because Chris Paul wasn't the number 1 pick. Bogut was. 06 was Bargnani, LaMarcus Aldridge, Kyle Lowry, Brandon Roy. Yes. Randy Foye, Paul Millsap, who was the second rounder out of what? Louisiana Tech? Yeah, JJ Redick, Duke legend. So there's some names here for sure. We're going into the 07. Do we have any picks before in the 06 draft that aren't ours? No. But we do have 2 and 07 going forward. So it's going to be Calderon, Wade, Johnson, Garnett, Chandler. Big year for Outlaw. Capono is going to get like 16, 17 minutes a night. We'll go 18 to Telfair, so that'll leave about 31 for Calderon. Let's go a decent amount to Wade throughout the regular season. He's got the young knees. We'll go minutes to Fry and Jones, but none of these guys are going to get minutes. So about 10 more remaining. Let's go 34 to Garnett. Let's go about 33 to Johnson. And we'll see if this team can repeat in the 06 season. So we are here in January. We are 32 and 13. We have a 4-team race, which is pretty electric for the 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. We have the 3rd best point differential. The Nets, still really good. They picked up Michael Redd, who's having an all-star level season. I assume they lost Richard Jefferson, and they did give him a massive 4-year deal in the last year of free agency. Kenyon Martin, really good big man. Like him and Elton Brand really turned out here. Milwaukee's the 1 seed with Sam Cassell at 36. But Ray Allen in his prime does not get traded. Like no Seattle, no Boston, Carmelo Anthony, Tim Thomas, Mickey Moore. It's a good team. And then you have the Washington Wizards who won the finals 2 years ago. And us there as the 4 seed. The Spurs are running the West right now with Duncan Artest, Kendrick Perkins, David Wesley, and Tony Parker. Memphis is 28 and 17 with LeBron James, who's having an MVP caliber season. You have Utah as a 3 seed with AK-47, Sheed, TJ Ford from the 03 draft class, and Rip Hamilton. And the Lakers are there. They're kind of back with Josh Smith, who they were able to draft 14th overall in the 04 draft. So looking at the scoring, Kevin Garnett, pretty similar numbers to what he did last year. 6.7 assists, 43% from 3, 57 from the field, 1.4 blocks, 13.5 rebounds. Dwayne Wade, career high technically in scoring right now, 4 rebounds, 8.5 assists. Like he could legitimately be a point guard for us. Joe Johnson, 53, 43, 84 splits, 5 assists, 4.5 rebounds. Calderon, 16 points and 9 assists. He's like an all-star level point guard. And then Travis Outlaw's been really good off the bench. I'm hoping to bring him back in the offseason. Tyson Chandler, another productive year at the center position. Jason Capono, elite 3-point shooter. Sebastian Telfair, Channing Frye, and James Jones have all been kind of struggling this year. Like James Jones is at least shooting 39 from 3, but Frye, maybe not the best backup center in the world. So I think I would like to hit the trade market here at the deadline. And I want to see if I can move Pavel Podpizolin, who we got in the trade last offseason for Greg Ostertag. Like Pavel's at least a decade younger than Ostertag, but I feel like Ostertag could be a good veteran big. I don't want Brian Scalabrine. Do I really have to give up a second rounder in this deal? Like I'll give you the 06 second rounder. I'll give you your second rounder back. Okay, they agree to that. So I'm going to play Ostertag over Channing Frye, who's been better as of late, but I think I just trust the veteran play of Ostertag. But we'll see what happens down the stretch. And then for the 06 All-Stars, we have Vince Carter, AI, KG. Do we get Dwayne Wade as well? We do get Dwayne Wade. You have 2 Wizards in O'Neal and Marion. You have Chris Bosh, Melo, Steve Nash, Jason Kidd, and Dwight Howard, who's an absolute beast in Toronto. Paul Pierce as well. In the West, you got Agent Zero, Kobe, LeBron, Duncan, Shaq, Parker, Jay Rich at 25, stud, Chris Webber, 32 years old, Dirk, Yao Ming, Elton Brand, and Steve Francis. LeBron was in the dunk contest with J.R. Smith, Josh Smith, and Fred Jones. Okay. And then award races, LeBron might win another MVP award. Has he won the first 2 of his career? Yeah, so he's won 04 and 05 in his first 2 years. So he's going to 3P to start off his career, it looks like. KG's number 2. We'll see if we can get it for him. Darren Williams, maybe outdueling Chris Paul. They have very similar numbers, which is pretty cool. And then you have Bogut, Bynum, and David Lee. Eddie House leading the 6th man of the year race. You have Dwight Howard leading the Depoy race, and Zarko in Milwaukee, the most improved player race. All right, so we ended up winning like 56 games. KG does not get another MVP. Would have been good for his top 10 all-time legacy, but LeBron, 3 for 3 to start off his career. Darren Williams edges out Chris Paul to get Rookie of the Year. Bonzi Wells, 6'5" Bonzi Wells. Wasn't Bonzi Wells like an Arizona Cardinals running back? Oh, I'm thinking of Beanie Wells. Never mind. Dwight Howard wins Depoy, Zarko most improved, and Doug Collins takes home Coach of the Year for the Washington Wizards. AI and Kidd get the guard spots on All-NBA First Team. AI is 30 now. LeBron, KG, and Dwight on All-NBA First Team as well. So we have a top 5 player in the sport. Shaq, Pierce, Duncan, Nash, and Gilbert Arenas on second team. Nash, another monster year as well. Doing it for Indiana instead of Phoenix. Kobe, Tony Parker, Josh Smith, Elton Brand, and Yao Ming All-NBA third team. All defensive first team, you have Kobe, Kidd, Karolinko, LeBron, and Dwight. and we do not get a Kevin Garnett on all defensive second team, but we get Dwayne Wade, who had the best year of his career. So a top 10 defender in the sport. He averaged 9 assists, 4 rebounds, 19 points, an absolute stud. We don't get anybody on like the all rookie teams, and that is going to be it. So we ended the season as the 4th seed. So the Milwaukee Bucks took the 1 seed in the Central Division from us. We actually tied. Wow, so it really was like a 3-team race for the 2 seed. You have Washington and Detroit. Detroit with the new logo. We're taking on Cleveland, so a team we made a trade with this year, led by Iggy, Mike Miller, Duan, Wes, Big Z, kind of like all role players in a way from like that era. Maybe a little bit better than role players. Chris Bosh, taking on the Nets. You have Carmelo Anthony taking on Dwight Howard of the Raptors and Vince Carter. That is a mean duo as a 7 seed. You have Jason Richardson and maybe the We Believe Warriors here. Antoine Jameson, Lamar Odom, Eric Dampier. How's Sean Livingston been? He's been pretty good, actually, an elite mid-range shooter. LeBron is taking on the Clippers, team that beat him last year, but Elton Brand is hurt. Utah's taking on Seattle with Rashard Lewis and Mecca Okafor. They really could have had a Mecca and Darren Williams. So you had but they took Villanueva. And then you have Sacramento and the Lakers just renewing their rivalry there in round number 1. So let's just take a look here at the stats from this season. Calderon, sprained right knees day to day, but he can play at the start of the playoffs. Telfair started later on. Tyson Chandler got hurt, so I had to play Fry a little bit more down the stretch. How is Ostertag's efficiency? Fine enough as a backup 5. So what I'm going to do for the playoffs, we're going to have Tyson Chandler as a starter, Calderon as a starter, Calderon, Wade, Johnson, Garnett, Chandler with Outlaw, no Eric Strickland, who was playing for the injured Calderon. Let's get Telfair in there. I don't think I'm going to play James Jones. He was too inefficient down the stretch. I'm going to trust Capono and Outlaw a little bit more. We're going to go 15 to Ostertag, 15 to Telfair, 18 to these guys. I'm going to go about 32 to Chandler, 36 to KG. I want to go 38 to Dwayne Wade, 35 to Johnson. We'll go 33 to Calderon. Can we beat Cleveland in round number 1? Calderon's healthy, but we do lose game 1. We scored 9 points in the 3rd quarter. That's kind of unacceptable. Telfair was pretty good, I guess. Capono was there. Damn, Calderon struggled. Same with Ostertag and Travis Outlaw. We do win game 2. KG, 26 and 16, 13 assists for Calderon, 11 assists for Dwayne Wade, and Joe Johnson had 22 points. Game number 3, we take a loss here. So we're down 2-1. We lose 86-85. We scored 14 points in the 4th quarter. Also unacceptable. Game 4, 2-2, 136-86. We beat them by 50. Come on, let's win game 5. Stop playing around. Bang, there we go. We win 119-110. Had to get warmed up. Joe Johnson drops 35. And then here we go, game 6. We do win. So we advance. We beat Iguodala, Mike Miller. Fun team there. Desmond Mason, excuse me. We're going to be taking on the Washington Wizards, a team that beat us in the playoffs 2 years ago. I think we beat them last year. 42 combined between Johnson and Garnett in round number 1. Milwaukee beats Toronto in 7. Ray Allen had 47 points in game 7. Yeah, man, Toronto's on the rise. If they don't lose like a Vince Carter in free agency, he's got at least another year left. You have Vince Carter and you have Dwight Howard. Like, you got something built in there. Eddie House was in the 6-man of the year conversations. They're going to be very good soon. And New Jersey made light work of Miami. The We Believe Warriors, this is like their version of it. Josh Childress, let's go. Sean Livingston, Antoine Jameson, I love it. Jason Richardson, they beat the Spurs. They're taking on LeBron. And then Seattle beat Utah. And Sacramento beat the Lakers. Oh my God, every single underdog outside the Clippers won. All right, if LeBron's going to hear it if he doesn't get to the finals out of this Western Conference. So let's see if we're able to beat the Wizards. We do win game 1, 101-95. Jermaine O'Neal had 36 points. But Dwayne Wade had 30 and 11. Garnett had 24 and 14. 19 assists for Calderon. Game number 2, Joe Johnson's got a sore right ankle, but he's fine. And we win game 2, 125-100. Kirk Heinrich and O'Neal combined for 40. 58 for Wade and Garnett, 17 assists for Calderon. We do lose game 3, 122-102. Triple-double for Dwayne Wade. Okay, Kirk Heinrich had 31 and 11. We do go up 3-1, though, 125-109. Joe Johnson with 34. Wade with 24. 21, 14, and 7 for Garnett. 15 assists for Calderon. All right, so 3-1 for us, 3-1 for the Nets. Memphis actually swept the Warriors, and the Kings swept the Supersonics. Do not blow a 3-1 lead. And we are back in the conference finals. We win 110-100, and we're going to be taking on, let's see, the New Jersey Nets, a team we beat in round number 1 last year. Dwayne Wade was a monster in round number 2. So you got Memphis and Sacramento over here. Sacramento, man, they were really good in my Lakers rebuild. They got Andrew Bynum, young Andrew. He was pretty good this year. Mike Bibby, Derek Anderson, Peja, and Weber. Will LeBron be able to go to the NBA Finals? We'll see. Can we meet him there if that's going to be the case? So we win game 1. by 27. Jared Jack is behind Jason Kidd over there. And we are going to go hopefully up 2-0. Bang. There we go. 107-96. We've been very good these playoffs. Game 3, the flu game for Calderon. We do lose this one, 119-107. Kenyon Martin had 23. They can easily tie it up. Nope, we take a 3-1 lead. Kevin Garnett had 25. So it looks like Cleveland gave us our toughest test so far, and we do win in 5. Michael Redd at 26 was not enough. Dwayne Wade 28, Garnett 27, Johnson 26. And the Grizzlies are 12-1 taking on us. We are 12-4. Calderon is banged up, but Wade, Garnett, Johnson got it done. So we got LeBron James versus Dwayne Wade here. LeBron is averaging a 30-point triple-double in the playoffs. He has Pau Gasol, White Chocolate, Speedy Claxton, Shane Battier, who's struggling with efficiency, former #1 overall pick Michael Olowokandi, yeah, and then Quentin Richardson, who's really good, but he's hurt. So let's see. This is going to be a hell of a final series. Travis Outlaw has been pretty bad in the playoffs, so I'm going to lower his minutes to like 13 a night. Ostertag's been fine as the backup. Telfair's been fine as a backup. Capono could be a little bit better, but I'm going to give him like 20 minutes a night. So the final 3, I'm going to go, I think, to Joe Johnson, who's just a bucket, man. Here we go. LeBron versus Wade. This is pretty electric. We do win game number 1, 96-93. LeBron got to the finals for the first time in 07. He gets here a little bit earlier. Game number 2. Oh my God. No freaking way. No way. Could this be like a pivotal point of the video? Like, this could have a long-lasting effect on Dwayne Wade's career. He tears his left Achilles in game 1 of the 2006 NBA Finals. It's like a Black Swan event. Oh my God. That is brutal. Now, I wish I had Joe Johnson. We're going to put Jamal Crawford. I'm going to put Jason Capono in the lineup. Damn. So James Jones, LeBron's, I don't know if they were buddies before the Cleveland days. He's going to get in the rotation. Oh, God. Okay, so Capono's going to get like 26 minutes a night. I may actually have to play Jones like 17. I'm going to go 17 to Outlaw. Jeez, man. I'm actually going to go like, let's see, 40 to Joe Johnson, 37 to Garnett, 33 to Chandler. We're going to go 36 to Calderon. I'll go a little bit more to Telfair, who could play the 2, but he's 6 foot tall. Wow. What did Dwayne Wade do in game number 1? He had 10 points, 7 assists. He did it in 17 minutes, like Halliburton of the finals, but that was game 7. This is game 1. Damn. He tore his left Achilles. Yep. Only down 6 overalls, which is interesting. We do go up 2-0 without him. We won by 29. Jason Capono. He did win a 3-point contest in his career. Knocks down 6 threes. Joe Johnson with 22. Tyson Chandler with 20. And yeah, like, how much time is Dwayne Wade going to miss next year? We go up 3-0. Wow, this team is so good. Okay, James Jones, 15 points. Like, just off the bench. He has not played in the playoffs. They do win game 4. I mean, there's a chance we could blow a 3-0 lead, so I'm not being comfortable whatsoever. Yep, 3-2. Just like that. Shamal Swift at 28. Don't do this to me. Okay, we win the final. So we go back to back, but it's bittersweet, right? With Dwayne Wade tearing his Achilles. Kevin Garnett, 22 points, 14 rebounds, 6.5 assists, 3.3 stocks. Like, I built a juggernaut of a team that was able to win it all with arguably our second best player, Dwayne Wade, getting hurt. Damn. That is unfortunate, right? Right? Like I said, a little bit bittersweet. That's now Kevin Garnett's second Finals MVP, so it looks like he made the right decision coming to the Chicago Bulls. Vlade Divac, Sean Kemp, Christian Laettner, Doug Christie, Robert Horry, Alonzo Mourning retires, Tom Gugliotta, who was here, Cherokee Parks, who was here as well. All right, bunch of notable names. There goes Mike Woodson. He retires. Alonzo Mourning gets his jersey retired by the Heat. Sean Kemp by the Supersonics. We're going to change the branding of the Bucks, the Wizards, or the floor of the Wizards. Actually, yeah, I'll change the Bucks. What is it going to become, like the red, I guess? And we aren't going to have like any lottery picks. Everybody owns their picks here in the lottery. And the Denver Nuggets win. I'm going to assume the Marcus Aldridge sweepstakes. We'll see who goes 1. Hornets at number 2, Knicks at 3, Bobcats at 4, Hawks at 5. I will get my first round pick at number 30. Hopefully we can get our version of Jimmy Butler from 2011. And yeah, I assume the Milwaukee Bucks, like, it's the red logo, right? Or no, it's still, yeah, it's the red triangle behind instead of the purple. I don't know what I like more. Like, the purple reminds me of like Glenn Robinson and Michael Redd and Ray Allen, and the red reminds me of like Larry Sanders and Brandon Jennings, honestly. So yeah, Dwayne Wade, I don't know like how long this Achilles injury is going to be out for. We know like 2K is weird with that stuff, so we'll see. We're not getting any of these guys at the top, so we'll be scouting like JJ Redick. Like, I feel like he just got drafted earlier, but he didn't. We'll scout someone just like Adam Morrison. I wouldn't mind at number 30 if he'll be there. Probably not. Daniel Gibson. Like, we should try to probably snag a guard. Steve Novak, more of a wing. Dabo Sefolosha, Leon Poe, Sean Williams. Yeah, we'll just scout those guys out right now. Like, who do the mocks have going number 1? LaMarcus Aldridge probably should have gone number 1, right? I wish I was around for like the Bargnani hype. I just didn't really follow the draft when I was 5 years old. So Tyson Chandler does not look thrilled here, which is interesting. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to make any trades. Like, I think I want to ride out this core. Like, I could move Calderon next year because I'm going to have to pay him and Wade, and we're already paying Johnson, Chandler, and Garnett. So we really need to hit on some draft picks. Like, having Fry on these cheap deals, like, those guys can really benefit you. Aldridge goes #1 to Denver here. So they don't get Carmelo Anthony. They get Aldridge a few years later. Rudy Gay goes to the Hornets. Great career. I think maybe at a higher ceiling. He's kind of like Zach LaVine, I feel like, of this generation. Brandon Roy goes to the Knicks at #3. We'll see if he can stay healthy. #4 is Paul Millsap to the Charlotte Bobcats. #5 is Andrea Bargnani going to the Hawks to play with Jamal Crawford and Chris Paul and Sharif Abdul-Rahim. They could be good very soon. Kyle Lowry goes to the Timberwolves. They're building up their post-KG core. Blazers at #7. They're going to get Tyrese Thomas. Rajon Rondo to the Mavericks. There you go. He ended up as a Maverick at one point. And the Celtics at #10 get Mohamed Sane from Senegal. Randy Foye goes to the Magic. Adam Morrison goes to the Pacers. I'll just go to the lottery. Sheldon Williams to the Sixers. And Shannon Brown to the Suns. And let's see who we ended up taking at #30. Steve Novak, I'll take it. It's kind of similar to Jason Capono in a way, but it could be, I don't know if it could have been much worse. We'll see. Ronaldo Balkman could have been interesting. Chris Copeland, a couple Knicks. Chris Copeland was in the '06 draft? Really? I feel like he was in like 2010 in my eyes. So Wade, Calderon, Capono, Telfair, Jones, and Petro. I'm going to pick up all these team options. Free agency, could have Baron Davis. Good career with the Heat. Sheed Wallace. Maybe we'll see if he goes back to Utah. Maggette, Ron Artest, who got hurt as well. He tore his Achilles in the playoffs. Damn. Travis Alwal is going to get the qualifying offer. We're not going to have any cap space. We do have a little bit of like a mid-level exception. Like Eddie House could be a fun replacement. Not a fun replacement, but like somebody to offset some of the shooting guard numbers with Wade hurt. So yeah, I'm going to give Eddie House a 1-year deal with a player option on the second year. So if he plays well, he can opt out. We're going to renounce the rights on Gary Trent, Strickland as well. Maybe not Ostertag. We'll see. But I do trust Channing Frye next year. So I'm going to bring in Knicks legend Jerome James on the minimum. Yeah, we are very far over the cap. So I'm hoping I can bring back Outlaw, but we might be hard capped where I can't even do that. Carlos Boozer is staying in New Orleans with the Hornets. Mike Bibby is leaving Sacramento to go to the Big Apple to play with the Knicks. Marcus Camby staying in Denver. Him and Marcus Aldridge in the front court's fun. Caron Butler staying in Miami. Rashid staying in Utah. Corey Maggette leaving the Clippers to sign with the Rockets on a 3-year deal worth $41 million. Ron Artest staying with the Spurs, and Manu Ginobili leaving Miami to sign a 2-year deal with the LA Clippers. So we'll see what ends up happening here. Baron Davis, Andre Miller still here. Dunleavy, Salmons, Hito Turkoglu. So can we get Outlaw back? There we go. Dwayne Wade, we'll see how long he's going to be out for, but it's a really good team, man. And yeah, this is going to be the 2007 draft class, which is pretty good. It's got Kevin Durant. It's got Joakim Noah. It's got Al Horford, Mike Conley. KG, we could extend him. I don't know. Let's extend Wade on the max. This is the max I can give him. So let's do that. Even with the, oh, you do not have the number of bird years to sign Dwayne Wade. Can I sign him to that? Okay, so I can't give him the full max, I guess. Calderon, like $9 million isn't bad, but like we're gonna get really expensive really quickly. Capono, like I'll give Capono a 2-year extension. I'll give James Jones a 2-year extension. Like this could be Calderon's last year here. Are we like 50 million over the cap? I don't think we should be there yet. 16 million. We'll see like what happens with Eddie House. How long is Wade out for? He's going to be out for 4 to 6 months. So he'll be back probably around the All-Star break. Probably before that, knowing 2K. So Eddie House breaks his left foot. He's out 2 to 4 months. We're here 20-14. We're the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. I was also realizing like what Kevin Garnett has done for us. I'm giving him a 3-year extension. I don't care. Like I have to pay the guy no matter what. He is our superstar. He's our Michael Jordan in a way of this generation. So we did get Dwayne Wade back now. So we do have like a pretty deep roster with having Eddie House, who I thought I could have maybe traded when Chris Paul came back, but I don't, or Chris Paul, Jesus, Dwayne Wade. I don't know, like I might move Travis Alwal, who's really good right now, but I can't keep giving him the qualifying offer. I signed Capono to an extension. I signed James Jones to an extension. I think I'm going to try to sell high on Outlaw and low key, 22 years old, like this season he's having. I think I can get a first rounder for him. And I'm going to send Travis Alwal to the Miami Heat for a 33-year-old Glenn Robinson, just a good veteran to have in the locker room. And a unprotected first-round pick for Miami this year in the '07 draft. Miami's pretty good. They're 21-12. But now they add somebody that's going to be their 6th man right away. Channing Frye's been a lot better this year as well. 47% from the field, 47% from 3. KG is still putting up KG-level numbers. Joe Johnson, I thought was going to score a little bit more in the Dwayne Wade absence. Calderon's been really good. We're going to have a tough decision with him in the offseason for sure. Maybe I could stretch out like 1 year with Calderon. I don't know, man. Like we are getting very expensive very soon. But we know the salary cap will eventually go up. Like Kevin Durant, #1 in the mocks. We'll see. Oh my God. I have the Hawks first rounder. I thought they were going to be good by now. What if the Hawks somehow netted me Kevin Durant? They're 9-27 with Chris Paul, Jamal Crawford, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, Troy Murphy, who's been bad this year. Damn. Andrea Bargnani. Interesting. And I thought about here at the deadline. I don't know. Trading away Calderon, which I don't want to do. Like, Calderon's been really good. What's an extension for Calderon looking like? Can I do it now? No, I can't. So I should have did it in the offseason. We're 4.5 stars, 7 seconds or less. And I feel like Calderon is not Steve Nash, but we're trying to, like, in a different universe. He is becoming, like, as efficient as Steve Nash, as good of a passer as Steve Nash. And he's one of the better point guards in the league. So I could have extended him for $9 million. I feel like that's going to come back and bite me. So I have our first rounder, the Hawks first rounder, and the Heat's first rounder. The Heat have still been really good. They would be the 2 seed if not like the Washington Wizards division rule. The Hawks are 13-33, so that is going to be a lottery pick. And yeah, we'll get Eddie House back before the season is over. Don't think I'm going to make any trades. I have Chandler, Fry, Petro, Jerome James, plenty of center depth. Oh yeah, and then the All-Stars for 07, Ray Allen, KG, Melo. Damn, Melo and Allen, like that's such a good duo. Carter and Howard make it. Bosh, Jermaine O'Neal, Kid. I don't think like any new names here. And then in the West, Chris Paul and Darren Williams in your sophomore year. So those are 2 new names, making it Bynum in his sophomore year, making it David Lee. Is the 05 draft class going to be better than 03 when it's all said and done? Brandon Bass? What? Oh, no. I'm looking at the sophomores in the Rising Stars game. I'm like, what? Oh, that's too good. That's too good. You got Kobe, Gilbert Arenas, LeBron, Duncan, Dirk, Richardson, Parker, Shaq, Yao Ming, Brand, Pau Gasol. I think Pau might be maybe newish. Stephon Marbury maybe made it like in year 1 or something. He's back. LeBron doing the dunk contest every year in an alternate universe with Gerald Green, Superman Dwight, and J.R. Smith. 3-point contest. You got these names right here. And I was looking at this sophomore list. That's embarrassing. The award races, MVP. LeBron may go 4 for 4 to start off his career. Garnett's in the combos. Brandon Roy, top of the Rookie of the Year race. He's been a beast for the New York Knicks this year. Aldridge's been a good nugget as well. 6th man of the year might be David Lee for the Portland Trailblazers. Dwight Howard might win Depoy. And Marcin Gortat, most improved for the Kings. They have him and they have Andrew Bynum, some 2 solid centers in Sacktown. All right, so another new day for me here as we're about to finish out the 2011 season. And Chris Paul is the first player to win MVP basically since LeBron James did it. Look at that. Somebody that never got an MVP in real life takes home one here in 2011. 23 points, 11 assists, 5 rebounds, 52, 45, 87 splits. John Wall takes home Rookie of the Year for the Detroit Pistons. Really good player. Brandon Bass, 6th man of the year for the Hornets. LeBron does win Depoy the year he doesn't win MVP. Wesley Matthews of the Vancouver Ravens is your most improved player. And Walt Moore here is your coach of the year. So Chris Paul, Tracy McGrady, LeBron James, Josh Smith, and Andrew Bynum, all NBA first team. Andrew Bynum is a beast as long as he doesn't go bowling. And then that is your All-NBA first team. Second team, you have Tony Parker, rookie John Wall, Kevin Durant in year number 4, Elton Brand, who got a foot injury, and Dwight Howard. Third team, you have Wall Deng, Yao Ming, Sean Marion, Kobe Bryant, Gilbert Arenas. Here's all defensive first team with Kobe, CP3, LeBron, Ibaka, and Dwight. Here's defensive second team. And we ended up making the playoffs as a 2 seed with no KG. So the Suns are the 1 seed over there. I'm glad to see that trade working out for them. But we're still like competing 56-26 with no Kevin Garnett. I traded him when we were like 11-11, I'm remembering. So I don't know, man. We actually had one more win than the Suns. So our leading scorer was Dwayne Wade, who had that vertebrae injury. Mike Conley, average 16 in a contract year. Marcus Saul, 15-8. David Lee. There's Ryan Anderson. Really good 3-point shooting power forward. Brandon Wright's been pretty good for us. Kirilenko did shoot the ball better, which is good. Let's get that trade value up for this offseason. So we're going to have Conley at the 1, Wade, Kirilenko, Lee, Gasol, Ryan Anderson coming off the bench. Marcus Banks is going to get like 14 minutes a night. Brandon Wright's going to get around 15 minutes a night. I think the last spot I'm going to give is Gerald Henderson. James Jones has not been kind of like good as of late. So yeah, none of these guys are going to get minutes for the playoffs. Shout out Luke Babbitt. Let's go 40 to Dwayne Wade. Let's go 30 to Kirilenko, 30 to David Lee. I'd like to go 34 to Marcus Saul. Maybe we can go a little bit more to Marcus Banks, a little bit more to Gerald Henderson, one more to Ryan Anderson. All right, here we go. 4-star balance under Rick Adelman with no KG, no Joe Johnson. We're taking on Milwaukee with Mario Chalmers, Ray Allen, Blake Griffin, Carmelo Anthony, Spencer Hawes, Beno Udrih. It's a good team. We do win by 17 in game 1. Ryan Anderson. Whew, man, this guy's like Steph Curry. We do lose game 2 by 17. Mike Conley at 18. I say that, then he goes 30-10. I spoke too soon. Game 3, we do win this one by 10, 111, 101. David Lee with 21, Dwayne Wade with 28 and 9. And I just love that the CPU is changing my lineups. I would like Dwayne Wade to play more than that. All right, game number 4. We win this one. Dwayne Wade plays 38 minutes, 29 points, 13 assists. Can we win in 5? Yes, we can. We win 129, 102, 22 and 11 for Ryan Anderson, 20 for Melo. We're here in round number 2. Marcus Banks fully healthy. We're taking on the Miami Heat. Still with Caron Butler, Chris Bosh, Baron Davis, and Nikola Pekovic. Remember him, scary looking dude. You have Orlando versus Boston here. Jameer Nelson and T-Mac. Nelson finally made his way to Orlando. There's Tyson Chandler. Maybe we'll see them in the conference finals. And Rudy Gay, one of the more underrated players in NBA history. Phoenix does sweep Vancouver. So shout out to Vancouver in their first year with J.R. Smith and Delonte West making it out of round number 1. Andres Biedrins, Kirk Heinrich is there, but he's 30 now. They're taking on OKC with Agent Zero, Rashard Lewis, Charlie Villanueva, Emeka Okafor. I thought I didn't change him to OKC, but I guess I did. And then you have LeBron, Jamal Crawford, Pau Gasol going up against James Harden in year 2, Mo Williams, and Dirk of the Mavericks. So here we go. Can we beat Miami to advance to the conference finals? We win game 1, 112-70. Mike Conley with 26, Wade with 23. We lose game 2. Dwayne Wade had 30. Randy Ford had 33. This is what it's all about, though. Dwayne Wade going up against the Miami Heat. Like, he has no connection to the Miami Heat in this video, in this era. We gave up 41 points in the fourth quarter, but we still won by 20. We win game 4 by 23. Please don't blow a 3-1 lead. Please don't blow a 3-1. Oh my God. Okay. So we lose game 4, or excuse me, we lose game 5 by 1, and then we get blown out in game 6. All right. So here we go. We're going to a game 7. Not what I wanted whatsoever, but hopefully we could just, win this one at home. Cute little comeback by them, but nothing is actually going to materialize, and we win in overtime, 127-121, 31 for for Dwayne Wade, 20-7 for David Lee. 10 assists for Mike Conley. The Suns beat the Thunder in 5. Memphis sweeps Dallas. Orlando beats Boston in 6. So we're going up against T-Mac, man. He's really freaking good. We're going up against Tyson Chandler, former Bull. Chance we either go up against LeBron or Kevin Garnett in the finals, who's been a beast for the Suns in the playoffs. All right, game number 1. We do win this one, 118-106, 23 for Ryan Anderson, 34 for T-Mac. We lose game 2 by 22. Marcus Gasol at 24, Conley at 23. We win game 4, 128-121, 29 for Conley, 23 for Lee, 22 for Wade. Game 4, there we go. We're up 3-1, but we blew a 3-1 lead almost last series. Game 5, bang. All right, we win by 20, and we are back in the NBA Finals. Who would have thought I traded away Kevin Garnett earlier in the year thinking we're going to have a little bit of a setback? No, we are in the NBA Finals going up against the Phoenix Suns, who beat LeBron in 5. So LeBron did get his first ring 2 years ago. Now we got KG versus the Bulls. This is a story, man. It's KG and Steph. So this is looking like a win-win trade for both teams right now. We're set up a little bit better for the future, and they just got to the finals. Game 1 goes to Chicago, 126-122. This is what it's all about, man. So let me actually make some adjustments to the rotation. Thank God we won. I think, how's Henderson been? He's been good. I think I'm not going to play James Jones. I think we're going to play Henderson 20 minutes a night. I got 4 more minutes. I think we got to up Kirilenko a little bit and up Mike Conley. All right, here we go. Game number 2 goes to Phoenix, 104-95. KG had a 25-21-10 game. Good Lord. Game number 3 goes to Chicago, 118-107. Oh, man, this is one of the coolest seasons, though, going up against Phoenix. Game 4, we're going back and forth. I'm glad it's a competitive one. 24 for Mike Conley in this game. Dwayne Wade had 15 free throws, but we lost by 20. So we lost by a lot. Who's been the guy for us in the playoffs or in the finals? Mike Conley. He wants that. Dwayne Wade has been kind of mid. All right, game 5. Dwayne Wade fully healthy. We win this one, 118-107. I said Dwayne Wade's been kind of mid. He goes for 28. Andre Kirilenko's been good. All right, game number 6. Are we going to win this one on the road, or are they going to force a game 7? We've been going back and forth, back and forth. It looks like they're forcing a game 7. They win 139-115. Gerald Henderson had 22 points. He took 17 shots. Maybe chill with that. Bellinelli had 35. KG had 5 fouls. Here we go. Game 7 of the 2011 NBA Finals. This would be our first finals win since 06. It would be Phoenix's first win in NBA. No, they've gone one back in the day, right? No? This would be the first Suns finals win ever. All right, well, let's see what happens here. Game 7, we get a good first quarter start. We're up by 12. The offense is coming alive right now. David Lee, 6 for 6. Mike Conley scoring well. Third quarter, not off to a great start. Oh my God. Okay, so they have the lead just like that. Curry and Bellinelli, the Splash Bros, man. Bellinelli is basically Klay Thompson in this. We get off to a good start in the 4th. Up by 8, up by 7, up by 8, up by 5 with 16 seconds left. And yeah, they're not going to foul, so the Bulls are going to get it done here. Mike Conley, sportsmanship. Okay, he misses that. They're going to foul me. Mike Conley's first free throw is up, and it is good. And the second free throw is up, and it is good as well. And yeah, KG could not get a ring with the Phoenix Suns. we are going to beat them in game 7. This would do numbers, man. Maybe this is like this year's or this era's version of like the 2016 NBA Finals between the Warriors and the Cavs. All right, so Mike Conley ends up getting Finals MVP, 21 points, 7.5 assists. All right, I can't let him walk now. I got to bring him back at all costs. He just got Finals MVP. Shaq ends up retiring. We know he's going to the Hall of Fame. Raja Bell got a ring on our team. Technically played for us in the playoffs. Zaza Pachulia, Anderson Varejao retiring fairly early in their careers. Rudy Tomjanovic retires. Rick Adelman retires. He goes out on top. Okay, so we are going to look for a new head coach. Shaq goes to the Hall of Fame, gets his jersey retired by the Lakers. We're going to change, the uniform for the Wizards is fine with me. So I'm not going to implement an expansion team for, I think, a little bit, maybe at one point. So we may get Minnesota's pick there in the top 10. That would be kind of crazy. So we get the 8th overall pick in a good 2011 NBA draft. Also have the 31st pick. All right, so who do we want to become the next head coach? Isaiah Thomas. He wasn't a good coach for the Knicks. Could we get Greg Popovich? Maybe. I'm going to offer him a deal. Anybody else? Sorry if I don't know these guys, but I would like to get somebody I know. Kurt Rambis. I mean, sure. Not a good coach for the Knicks either. I just want to see if I can get one of these guys. Because I'm probably not going to get many of these assistants. We can try to offer Isaiah Thomas a deal. Let's see. Can I at least get one of these? Paul Presley, maybe? Sidney Moncrief. Yeah, sure. All right, let's see if I get one of these guys. And they're all blocked. And I'm probably not even going to get Greg Popovich. Great. I thought that was Dick Cheney for a second. That would have been a pretty cool head coach to get. All right, the only real coach I may get, Rockets fans, maybe shield your eyes. Steven Silas. Yeah, I got Joe Pruney and Bob McAdoo blocked. So Steven Silas, a young Steven Silas, welcome here to the Chicago Bulls. Hey, it's a different reality. And I'm excited to see who we can get with the 8th overall pick in this year's draft after winning the NBA Finals. So we'll scout Vooch. I don't know how Bulls fans feel about that. Kemba Clay, like all these guys, I wouldn't mind. Isaiah Thomas, don't really need him. Iman Shumpert, yeah, like, I don't know if I love any of these guys here specifically either. So I'll scout out Tobias Harris. We could do, I don't know. Shit, I don't really want Chandler Parsons either. Hopefully I get one of these 6, but I'm not getting Kyrie. Where's Kawhi and all that? I don't know. He might go number 1. So Kirilenko has 1 year left. Maybe I'm not going to trade him. Maybe he just leaves next year. I assume Detroit, well, they have Derrick Rose and now Kyrie Irving. Interesting. I wonder how they're going to, or no, they have John Wall and Kyrie Irving. How are they going to go about that? The Rockets at number 2 select Kawhi Leonard. That's who I would have taken number 1. Nikola Vucevic goes 3 to Philadelphia. Number 4 is Jimmy Butler to the Wizards. 5 is Tobias Harris. Could we get Klay Thompson at 8? Nope, he goes there. And number 7 is going to be a trade. 7 and 38 for Jimmy Butler, so he gets traded for pick 38, and Kemba Walker goes. So let's find out who the CPU is going to take for us. They ended up taking Jonas Valanciunas. Okay, he's going to be a backup center for this team going forward. And then my later first-round pick, they took Markieff Morris. Not a bad selection there. I'm not going to sign my second rounders. So let's sign Ryan Anderson and Gerald Henderson under their team contracts. Conley Wright, both Wrights, and Marcus Saul, we're going to offer those deals too. So James Jones, he's been here for a while. Let's give him the minimum. Damn, we may actually have to trade away Kirilenko because we are going to be expensive. Or I trade away David Lee, but I'm also going to have to pay Ryan Anderson in a year from now. All right, so I'm actually going to do this trade with the New Jersey Nets. They just selected Isaiah Thomas at 14. So Isaiah Thomas is going to be my backup point guard. They also took Evan Turner with the 12th pick last year. So he has 3 years left of team control. Isaiah Thomas has 4 years. So I'm going to part ways with an expiring Kirilenko, but they have a Baca kid. Like, it helps them next year, and I'm giving them a first-round pick in this deal as well. I'm probably going to, I don't know, Brandon Wright for $16 million. I ain't giving him that. So let's just kind of see what happens. We're going to bring back James Jones. I don't plan on renouncing the rights on anybody here just yet. All right, so what's the Conley deal going to look like? He doesn't have any real offers out there. Let's give him a 5-year deal. We could do a team option on the last year, and we'll allow it to go up. He was Finals MVP. He's got the leverage on us. Marcus Saul, though, we're going to flat rate that at around $14.5 million, fully guaranteed as well. Banks is gone because I got IT. Like Julian Wright, so we get Conley Gasol 5 years 72, Conley 4 years 65, and then Julian Wright never really had like much of a chance for us. I think I'm going to let him go elsewhere. Same with Russell Butler. And if I get Brandon Wright on the QO, I'll take that. So next year, like we have Isaiah Thomas and Mike Conley. We have Wade, Henderson, and Jordan Crawford. Babbitt, Jones, and Turner, Lee, Anderson, and Morris, and Valanciunas and Gasol. We're going to bring back an old friend, Jason Capono, on a 1-year deal worth around $2 million. And then I'd like to get a third-string center. We could bring in Joe Prisbilla. We could bring in Rafa Frentz. We could bring in Jason Collins, Timothy Mozgov. I'll bring in Kurt Thomas on a minimum. He's 38 years old. I hope he doesn't play. I get Capono, and I do get Brandon Wright on the QO. Dwayne Wade regresses a little bit. He's going to be 29 this year. We just won a title last year. The goal is to win one next year. And Ryan Anderson wants a decent amount of money. So I'm probably going to have to choose between him and David Lee in a year from now. Anderson's really good, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I do need to release somebody. I guess it is actually going to be, it might actually be Capono. I know he spent some time here, but I just don't need another wing. I kind of need that third string center at the moment. So it's going to be Conley, Wade, Turner, Lee, Gasol with Anderson, Wright, Henderson, like in some way, shape, or form coming off the bench. I'd also like Isaiah Thomas to get some minutes as well. We are going for ring number 4 in this video. And hopefully we can kind of stay towards the top. Some good free agents are still here. So I don't know when like the salary cap fully explodes, but I may, you know what? I'm going to add another expansion team at the end of the year just because I want some of those guys to still get signed. Is my team design like download still broken? Like whenever I try it, it just is like, nope, you can't sign anybody. We already brought one team to Canada. I could bring another one. We could bring, let's see, San Diego. No, I want to bring in an Eastern Conference team. So let's do the St. Louis Slimes. Will let me download this one. Nope, it just hasn't worked for me for a little bit. So I will sign the St. Louis, bring in the St. Louis Sound here at the end of the year. First game of the season, Ryan Anderson hurt, great. So we are here at the deadline with a 31-14 record. We have a 10-point differential, by far the best in the East. Shout out to the Vancouver Ravens being this good already. Jason Thompson, former Bull, is a starter over there. So, like, that's cool to see guys getting an increased opportunity somewhere else. LeBron looks like, okay, so he didn't win MVP last year. Might get it right back this year. You got KD, Russ, Kobe, Dwight, all there in the MVP race. You got Kawhi, Kyrie, like, loaded rookie class here. Shout out to Tobias Harris there at number 5. Brandon Bass, kind of like the 6th man of the year legend now. You got Bogut, Harris, Jameer, who left Orlando to go to Toronto. He's really good. LeBron may win Depoy. Brandon Jennings, most improved over there in Denver. Taking a look at the All-Star participants here in 2012. Chris Paul, Vince Carter, still going strong at 35 years old. Luol Deng there in Philadelphia. Iggy in Charlotte. Yeah, I was trying to trade for Deng or Iggy when I got Kirilenko, but they were costing way too much. Derrick Rose there in New York, year number 4. And then in the Western Conference, you got Raymond Felton in Sacramento. Okay. Delonte West in Vancouver. And then you got Amari Stoudemire and Kevin Garnett there in Phoenix. It looks like he signed a 3-year extension with Phoenix. That is good to see because he was an expiring contract. I don't think I'm going to make any trades at the deadline, though. We've had like some injuries this year. Ryan Anderson got hurt. Dwayne Wade got hurt yet again. Can I look at his, where is it? It's the body health. Yeah, like his back. Oh my God, dude. He's got such bad injury history. I feel like you should be able to show me this now. Like Dwayne Wade, why is nothing here in his past? I feel like he's had so many injuries. So I guess that's just a broken part of 2K. So LeBron James goes back to winning MVP. That is what number for him now? 6. That is his 8th MVP. Oh my God. Memphis legend, Kawhi Rookie of the Year, Bass 6th Man of the Year, LeBron Depoy, Greg Monroe most improved there in Boston, Steven Silas Coach of the Year replacing Rick Adelman very nicely, Raymond Felton in Sacramento on a 3-year $47 million deal, all NBA first team with KD, T-Mac, LeBron, and Dwight. You have Russ, John Wall, KG, Josh Smith, and Andrew Bynum there on all NBA second team. Yeah, all NBA second team shooting 43 from the field and 27 from 3. Shout out to the early 2010s. You have Rose, Agent Zero, Pierce, Griffin, and Bosch on third team. Andre Kirilenko in New Jersey, all defensive first team, so they made out nicely there. And all defensive second team in Serge Ibaka, who's kind of a beast, at least stats-wise. All right, so we ended up as the 1 seed this year. We went 59-23. The Atlanta Hawks were pretty good as well with Chris Paul. The Grizzlies, the Lakers were pretty good. The Suns, damn, they didn't make the playoffs this year. 37-45 with Steph, KG, Amari. How did you guys not make the playoffs? I do not know. We beat Milwaukee in round 1 last year. We're taking on them in round 1 this year. We are going to be without Gerald Henderson, though, who is a fractured leg. So Conley, pretty good season for him. He was not an all-star, but a reigning finals MVP. We got Dwayne Wade at the 2, Evan Turner at the 3, Anderson, Gasol. Do I want to start Anderson or Lee? I'm going to start Lee. Like, Lee and Gasol, I feel it could work. Like, could Lee be the Randolph of the grit and grind? Let's go 28 to these guys. Brandon Wright's going to get 15. Like, so many bigs coming off the bench. Isaiah Thomas is going to get 15. Like, I don't really have that many wings. Now that Henderson is hurt, I don't trust him. I don't know about James Jones. So I'm going to go 38 to Dwayne Wade. Let's go 30 to Turner. And let's go 38 to Mike Conley. So we're taking on Milwaukee here with Melo and Blake Griffin. Melo's 27. Game 1, somebody got hurt there. Or somebody was healed. It wasn't Gerald Henderson, right? Oh, no, Marcus Saul. Sore left knee, unfortunately. So we win by 6. Okay. Conley had played 43 minutes. That seems unnecessary. We win game 2. Conley playing 42 minutes. Why? Okay. Game number 3, we win. Or excuse me, we lose by 17. Conley and Anderson for 43. Marcus All fully healthy, but we lose game 4 by 10. Okay, Mike Conley, Evan Turner did not shoot the ball well. Game 5, we lose by 3. A part of me thinks now I should have traded a big for a wing at the deadline. We win game 6, even though we only scored 16 in the 4th quarter. Conley and Gasol combining for 46, and we lose game 7. Damn, we get blown out. All right, so we win the finals, and then we lose in round 1 a year later. Marvin Williams went 6th in this. He's been on a couple teams now, but yeah. That sucks. We just lost in 7 to an 8 seed. 2-seeded Hawks beat Dwight. The Pistons with John Wall and Kyrie Irving. I mean, they're just playing them both, which is pretty dope. Taking on Atlanta. Cleveland with Kevin Durant, Tyreek Evans. Tyreek Evans. You have Portland, who we haven't talked about in a while, with a young Drew Holiday, with Zebo, with still Eddie Curry over there. DeAndre Jordan. They got some bigs. Omri Caspi. And then San Antonio's taking on Denver. With Brandon Jennings, Montelis, just that backcourt. They're not passing the ball, but that's an elite front court. With Marcus Aldridge, Brooke Lopez, and they have Nene coming off the bench. If you really know Nene on the channel, you're a real one. And then San Antonio ended up sweeping with Klay Thompson. Oh, wow. That's like their Kawhi Leonard, essentially. They swept OKC. So let's see who's going to the conference finals. It's Portland versus San Antonio. Cleveland versus Detroit. Talk about parity. 2 5 and 6s going to the conference finals. And the NBA finals between the 5-seeded Blazers and the 6-seeded Pistons. And then let's see what happens here in the NBA Finals. Will Portland get their first ring of this video, or will it be the Detroit Pistons? They're tied 1-1. Detroit's up 3-1. Is this going to be a new era? Oh, wow. Are they going to blow a 3-1 lead? No, they do not. So John Wall, Finals MVP in year number 2. Him and Kyrie Irving, maybe they're going to be like a version of a Splash Bros. Not like more 3-point shooting, but maybe like ball handling and running up and down the floor. So they finally get their ring. Chauncey Billups off the bench. They have so many guards. So we've had some parity here. I know we've won 3. No other team has won more than 1. Oh, no, Wizards have won 2. Yeah, so we haven't had 1 since. Rasheed Wallace retires. Kurt Thomas, who didn't play for us. Stackhouse, Camby, Marbury, Nash retires as an 85 overall. He's got 2 years left. I kind of want him to stay around for 1 more year. Why not? Anybody else? Andre Miller retiring at 36. Shane Battier retiring at 33. I guess he's not really playing too much anymore. There goes Boris Diaw. So yeah, we are going to add an expansion team this offseason. So let's see. Hall of Fame, nobody goes to the Hall of Fame. Jersey retirements, we don't see any historic changes. So the Nets are going to become the Brooklyn Nets. Kind of don't want that to happen. So we'll see what the Bobcats logo becomes. Now, we are going to add an expansion team here, and we're going to add what? So we'll add the St. Louis Sound. They want to put Memphis in the Southeast. Or no. So who do they want to put in the Southeast? New Orleans. Keep Memphis in the Southwest. Throw St. Louis there. That's fine with me. And we'll throw the Wizards in the Atlantic. Yeah, I was thinking about throwing the St. Louis Sound in the Central. Yeah, let's do that. Let's throw the St. Louis Sound in the Central. We're going to throw the Hornets back in the Southwest, and then we're going to throw the Wizards back in the Southeast. So we're going to do that, adding a team to our division, and we know that's going to have a spot there in the top 5 of the lottery. So the Sound are picking there at number 4. The Nets are going to have our pick at 31 from the Kirilenko trade. So the Sixers win the Anthony Davis sweepstakes. The Nets at number 2, Timberwolves at number 3. But yeah, you could still get a Bradley Beal, a Damian Lillard, a Draymond Green. We're going to keep Steven Silas, although that was a disappointing round 1 exit. And for the first time in a while, we do not have a first round pick. I'm going to protect all these guys here. I'm going to protect Gerald Henderson instead of Luke Babbitt. So let's submit those. Now let's see who goes number 1. Brendan Hayward goes at 32. Hito Turkoglu, Iman Shumpert, Markieff Morris, Chris Douglas Roberts, Mirza Teletovic, Sean Williams, Norris Cole, James Anderson, Brad Wanamaker. Is 22 years old. Trevor Booker, Rip Hamilton. I don't think anybody from our team get drafted. I don't think so. Only 14 teams lose a player, so nobody from our team got drafted. All right, so the 2012 draft, the 76ers select Anthony Davis. So he's going to be there with, I think, like Iguodala is there. Or no, it's Luol Deng. Sorry, Al Horford's there. AI at 37, Delfino, Perkins, Capono. The Nets at number 2 are going to select Damian Lillard to replace Jason Kidd. That's a perfect transition over there. Andre Drummond goes to Minnesota. I feel like they've not been the same since the KG trade. This is dope. This is really dope. Bradley Beal goes to St. Louis, where he's from. He's their first player or their first draft pick. Harrison Barnes to New Orleans. Miles Plumlee to the Jazz. Yeah, I would have taken Miles Plumlee over Draymond, or Draymond over Miles Plumlee. And Draymond going to the Warriors, the team that drafted him in the 2nd round. There goes Sullinger, Royce White, and Myers Leonard. So we do have a 2nd rounder. Is it the last pick of the draft? It might be. So yeah, these guys are going to be really good. We ended up selecting, yeah, just not a real player, so we're not going to sign him, but was Mr. Irrelevant. David Lee opts in for $18 million. I'm going to pick up the team options on everybody here. Qualifying offer, we will give it to Ryan Anderson. T-Max unrestricted, Paul Pierce, but they're a little bit older. Dwight is unrestricted at 26 years old. Crazy. So I would like to bring back Jones. He's been here for a while. Like, Dwayne Wade's his new buddy. Like, I'm not bringing back Brandon Wright for $16 million. I'm lucky if I bring back Ryan Anderson. I am going to trade away Luke Babbitt and Jordan Crawford for Carlos Delfino and a second-round pick from Philadelphia. Hopefully, he could be a good three-point shooter for us. They had him on the trade block. So, yeah, we'll keep an eye on... I'm going to renounce the rights on Brandon Wright, but we'll keep an eye on Ryan Anderson. Hopefully, I can get him back. So, I'm going to sign Keon Dooling and Jason Collins, two former Nets, I believe. So, we're here on day 12. He hasn't gotten a real deal. If I gave you a 3-year deal that is front-loading, can we get you on that, Ryan? All right, that's huge. So T-Mac goes back to Orlando. Anybody switch teams? It doesn't look like it. Russ leaves the Pacers to go to Vancouver. Okay, that's kind of crazy. Kirilenko stays with the Nets. Iguodala stays with the Bobcats. Delonte West leaves Vancouver to go to the other expansion team. He's an expansion team merchant or hopper. He goes to St. Louis. Jermaine O'Neal back to the Knicks. Kevin Love back to the Hawks. Zebo back to the Blazers. Ginobili back to the Hawks. And we get Anderson 3 years, $41 million. So David Lee's going to be playing as an expiring deal. He has a chance to be traded at the deadline. All right, so we are here in the 2013 season. We know that this draft wasn't great, but it does have some very notable names in it that you can acquire. We're going to go with Conley, Wade. I think Delfino at the 3. Evan Turner is going to come off the bench with Gerald Henderson. Valanciunas is coming off the bench. Isaiah Thomas is coming off the bench. David Lee can get 24 minutes. Him and Anderson can split. We can go 30 to Gasol. We'll do 33 to Gasol. Delfino, we can go 24 to. Let's go 35 to Wade, 35 to Conley. And the remaining 10, we can see what, like James Jones can do with those, but injuries will happen throughout the course of the year. Big year 2 for Steven Silas. And at the deadline, we're really good. Like, Steven Silas was a 1 seed as a coach last year. He's on path to potentially doing that this year. We're a game and a half up of the Hawks. Shout out to the expansion teams playing well. Al Horford left Philly to sign with St. Louis. They have Wesley Matthews, who they traded for, kind of a bucket from the Nets, who are the 7 seed this year with rookie Damian Lillard. And then in the West, the Lakers are good again. Greg Oden left the Bobcats. Okay, and he's just a monster there in LA. Dallas is good. Denver's good. All right, so we are a 1 seed. I wonder if I should make a trade here at the deadline. Dwayne Wade's played every game this year, which is encouraging. Ryan Anderson is really good. I think we're going to move on from David Lee. So that is somebody I could potentially trade at the deadline, because I'm not going to be able to afford to re-sign him, because that would put me over like the $50 million cap going forward that I want to be at. But honestly, I think I'm just going to lose him for nothing in the free agency period, unfortunately. But I do want to have the best team possible to potentially win it all this year. LeBron, Kobe, Brand, Smith, and Garnett, top of the MVP race. AD, top of the Rookie of the Year race. You got Jarrett Jack, 6th man of the year. Brandon Wright, balling out in New Orleans. Maybe we should have kept him around as a starting center. Who knows? LeBron, top of the DPOY race. Bunch of St. Louis Sound, top of the most improved player race. And Rookie Rubio, replacing Russell Westbrook, Curry Clutch Player of the Year. So do we have any new All-Stars this year? Doesn't like Delonte West in St. Louis. Beast over there. But nobody too new here in the East. And in the West, we're going to have any new guys. Russ balling out in Vancouver. Pau Gasol makes it. But yeah, nobody too new. And LeBron wins MVP number 9. Anthony Davis, Rookie of the Year. Jarrett Jack, 6th man of the year in New Jersey behind Damian Lillard. LeBron DPOY again. Wesley Matthews, most improved. Phil Jackson takes home Coach of the Year. So you have Kobe, Russ, LeBron, KD, and Dwight Howard on All-NBA First Team. All of those guys make sense. Curry, Rose, Brand, Garnett, and Bosch on All-NBA Second Team. Those fairly make sense as well. So yeah, KG had a couple good years left. Third team, Greg Oden is here. AD in his rookie year. Blake, Darren Williams, and Tony Parker of the Spurs. Here's All Defensive First Team. Kirilenko on All Defensive Second Team. Here's our Rookie First Team. All Rookie Second Team. We finished as a 1 seed, but we're going up against KD and the Cavs. I think they've beaten us before. And Ryan Anderson ended up being our leading scorer this year of all players. So we should be healthy, ready to go for the playoffs. It's Conley. The game really doesn't like to play Dwayne Wade. How is Evan Turner this year? 36% from 3. How did Delfino shoot? 42. I want to start him. We're going to go 15 at Turner and Henderson. Way better wing depth this year. Let's go 16 of Valanciunas coming off the bench. Pretty good. Isaiah Thomas is going to get around 16, probably 14 minutes a night. Let's go. I think I want to start Anderson, right? David Lee was really good this year as well. So let's go 24 to Lee, 24 to Anderson. We can go 32 to Marcus Saul because he'll split the minutes with Valanciunas. Let's go 24 to Delfino. Let's go 40 to Dwayne Wade. We can go 6 to Mike Conley. All right, so round number 1 against Cleveland. We win game 1 by 13. We win game 2. We are going to lose Carlos Delfino with a torn hamstring. That is brutal. So Evan Turner, welcome back here to the starting lineup. Do I want to insert anybody else? Not really. So Isaiah Thomas, he was actually pretty good throughout the regular season. He could have won 6 Man of the Year. I'm going to go 20 to Henderson. I'm going to go 28 to Lee, 28 to Anderson, and we'll go one more to Evan Turner. We were up 2-0. We go up 3-0, and we sweep Kevin Durant and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Our winning score was Marcus Gasol. I feel like it's somebody different every single year. And we're getting T-Mac, Kirk Heinrich, Rudy Gay, Nikola Mirotic, Tyson Chandler, Nick Young, Sergio Rodriguez. Jason Kidd is so old. He's got those the coaching glasses out there for them. And we advance. You have Atlanta and Boston over here. Wow, that's a name I haven't heard of in forever. You have Sacramento and Houston over here. And then you have, who's that 90? No, that's Lamar. Oh, Kawhi's already an 89. Damn. And then you have LA and Phoenix here. Okay, so we're taking on Orlando. We win game 1. Can we actually sweep them? There we go. We sweep them. So we're 8-0 to start off the playoffs. Delfino is out for 2 to 4 more weeks. Dwayne Wade was really good in that round. So we're taking on Atlanta here in round 3 with CP3, Ginobili, Gallo, Love, Bargnani. It's a good team around Chris Paul. We do win game 1, lose game 2. Lose game 3, lose game 4. All right, we lose game 5. So that's unfortunate. We made it to the conference finals. Dwayne Wade shot 39% from the field. Conley shot 38%. Turner shot 39%. Henderson shot 32%. So that defense is legit. Are they taking on the 7-seeded Kings? Yes, they are. With Willie Green, the coach of the Pelicans in real life. Wilson Chandler, good scorer. Derek Favors, beast of a big man, Andrew Bynum. Raymond Felton. Sebastian Telfair, Bulls legend. Darko Milicic is there as well. He's had a fine career. Nothing crazy. So let's see who wins the 2013 NBA Finals. The Sacramento Kings. Raymond Felton, 2013 Finals MVP. It was LeBron in real life, and it's Raymond Felton in this. So we've had kind of a run on point guards here. 3 in a row getting Finals MVP of Conley, Wall, and Raymond Felton. There goes Jason Kidd, Peja Stojakovic, Antoine Jameson, Rip Hamilton, Jason Collins. Larry Brown retires, the head coach of the Sixers. Jason Kidd goes to the Hall of Fame, gets his jersey retired by the Nets. Steve Francis gets his jersey retired by the Rockets. So we're going to adopt an incremental luxury tax. The Hornets are going to become the Pelicans. That's fine with me. And the Suns are going to change their logos as well. So draft lottery time. The Thunder win the 2013 lottery, so they may get Giannis. We do have our pick at 30, Jazz at 2, Raptors at 3. Do I want to make any trades here? I mean, Dwayne Wade's in the last year of his contract. I don't think so. I think we're going to keep everybody we have right now. So let's see. Does Giannis go to OKC? Yes, he does. Victor Oladipo goes to Utah. CJ McCollum to Toronto. Rudy Gobert to Washington. Nerlens Noel to San Antonio. KCP to Philly. The Pistons are trading 7 for Tyrese Thomas. So they were in the finals. They won it all and picking top 10. Otto Porter to the Pels. Steven Adams to the Pels. Anthony Bennett to the St. Louis Sound. And MCW to the Heat. So let's see who we ended up with. There goes like Shabazz Muhammad, Tim Hardaway Jr. We ended up with Solomon Hill. Sorry, LeBron James fans. So yeah, we get Solomon Hill there. Matthew Dellavedova at 35. So we have 2 real players here. I guess that's technically 37 in this draft as well. Valanciunas, Thomas, and Turner, all welcome back. Gerald Henderson qualifying offer. And yeah, we are here in free agency. David Lee is probably gone. I would like to bring back Gerald Henderson on a, we can do a 4-year deal, team option on the last year. David Lee's gone. We're going to move in a different era from James Jones, but we'll bring back Henderson. I wonder what team pays David Lee. He didn't get picked up yet. He does have 11 offers. We'll see if he actually signs with the team. Any of these guys leave? I don't think so. All right, so I'm going to actually sign a couple veterans here. Taj Gibson on a 2-year deal, Bull in real life, and Hito Turkoglu on a 1-year deal. So going into next year, we're going to have a little bit of like a different roster with David Lee gone, but I like what our depth is right now. And I'm going to sign Anthony Tolliver and Matt Carroll. So play progression, Dwayne Wade still going up. He's a 93. Conley's an 88. Ryan Anderson regressing a little bit. Valanciunas goes up in the last year. Oh no, he's got 2 more years of team control. All right, so Dwayne Wade is in the last year of his deal. I'm going to give him a new 4-year extension. We're going to make him maybe a Bull for life. We'll see. Carlos Delfino, yeah, let's lock him up on a 3-year extension. I feel like that's a very cheap contract. So this is the 2014 draft with Wiggins and Embiid. It's kind of a loaded one looking back on it. And maybe Jabari Parker just becomes an absolute beast over time. And here at the trade deadline, we are 31-14, but it does feel like the Hawks have maybe lapped us as the most consistent top team here in the Eastern Conference. They got Michael Pietrus coming off the bench. Where did he go to school? He came from France. Troy Murphy's still there. He's been there for a while. Kyle Korver, who ended up becoming the assistant GM of the Atlanta Hawks. I'm not sure if he got let go with Landry Fields this offseason. So Ryan Anderson has actually been our top scorer. Like, low-key, is this an alternate universe where Ryan Anderson is like, I don't even know what his like modern day comp would be. This like power forward that can be a elite floor spacer, but not much of a defender. I mean, is he just like Vucevic? Maybe like modern day Vucevic, a little bit smaller, even though they did overlap for a little bit. We have Marcus Gasol, still been a rock solid big man, 3 years left on his deal. Mike Conley's been good. Dwayne Wade averaging 15 points per game. Isaiah Thomas has been good. I mean, we're here at the deadline. If I look at our salary cap breakdown, like free agents at the end of the year, Evan Turner is probably the most notable one. So I could look to move Evan Turner, who's not been like super efficient this year, if I feel like I'm not going to be able to bring him back in the offseason, which is somewhat of a risk. You know what? Charlie Villanueva has turned into a pretty good player. I'm just not paying that price tag. I got some good offers, but nothing too crazy. Brandon Rush for $8 million and a first-round pick for Shumpert. The 2016 draft with like Ben Simmons and Brandon Ingram, it's not the worst offer in the world. You know what? I'm going to do this trade. Brandon Rush, just remember him. Welcome here to the Chicago Bulls. I'm sending Evan Turner to Houston, and I'm getting their 2016 unprotected first. And LeBron James, I think, just won his 10th MVP award. Yeah, 10th MVP award. That is insane. Giannis wins Rookie of the Year for the Thunder. Gordon Hayward, 6th Man of the Year for the Warriors. LeBron Depoy, Most Improved Draymond Green. So you got Draymond and Gordon Hayward running the show over there. Walt Moore of the Hawks is your Coach of the Year. Tony Parker, Steph at 26 gets his first All-NBA first team. LeBron, Josh Smith, and Chris Bosh. You have Dwight, Kawhi, KD, Russ, and John Wall on second team. Third team, Rose, Paul, Blake, Giannis, and Greg Oden. Monster rebounder Greg Oden. Here's all defensive first team with Serge Ibaka. Dwayne Wade, still an elite perimeter defender at 32. Damn, his three-point shot was not good this year. Raymond Felton on an all-defensive team, okay. There's AK-47. Our rookie first team, you have Giannis, Noel, Oladipo, Plumlee, and Gobert. With Forbes, McLemore, Larkin, Tim Hardaway Jr., and Anthony Bennett. I was just looking at this Wizards logo. I don't think I like the color scheme for the Wizards like that. I don't know. I think it looked better with like the green and whatever it was, tan or beige or whatever it was before that. We ended up as the 2 seed going up against the 7 seeded Knicks, led by Derrick Rose, Brandon Roy, Nicholas Batum. It's a good player for them. Jermaine O'Neal at 35, Dezana Diop at 31. They have Brandon Knight, Al Harrington, Al-Farouq Aminu, Johnny Flynn, Shannon Brown, all coming off the bench. We finished 3 games behind the Hawks. The Knicks went 42-40. We finished with a slightly worse point differential to the Atlanta Hawks. Shout out to Minnesota being good. They had Michael Beasley and Paul George over there with Andre Drummond, Jeff Green. Like Nick Young, Michael Beasley, and Andre Drummond would be comical in a starting rotation. We did lose Ryan Anderson, though, for the season with a spinal injury towards the end of the year. And Carlos Delfino, back-to-back years being hurt come playoff time. So losing Ryan Anderson sucks because he's like low-key our best offensive player. All right, so for the playoffs, what does 2K want to come up with? Hito Turkoglu, what are we doing? All right, so we are going to have Conley at the 1, definitely. Wade at the 2. Can I not start Hito at the 3? I mean, I may start Gerald Henderson or Brandon Rush. I'm going to start Brandon Rush at the 3, actually. Solomon Hill, I don't think is ready for sure. So Taj Gibson could come off the bench. Like, we kind of need another 4. So we're going to have Gibson, Isaiah Thomas, probably Gerald Henderson get like 23 a night. The last spot, like, Delfino really can't play through the goddamn toe injury. Oh, boy. I don't want to play Hito. I really don't. He's 35. All right, we're going to go with an 8-man rotation, which is crazy. We're going to go 27 to Rush. We're going to start Valanciunas and Marcus Gasol in the front court, which is also nuts. Let's go 40 to Wade. Come on, is this your last good year, Wade? Let's go 38 to Conley. We can go a little bit more to Isaiah Thomas and Gerald Henderson. Yeah, 8-man rotation until Delfino's back, and we lose game 1 by 16. D Rose with 32, Conley 21, Valanciunas at 20 and 10, Gasol at 16 and 10. I mean, Gasol and Valanciunas, like, working off each other with, like, the Euro style of play and passing is fun. But we're down 2-1 right now. We lose by 3 here. Please tell me we got Delfino back. Nope, he is still out for 2 to 4 weeks with the broken right toe. We lose game 4 by 10. Derrick Rose probably showcasing he's the best player in this series. And Isaiah Thomas gets hurt. We lose in 5. I think we have to have... Wow, Valanciunas was kind of a dominant big man in this series. we have to have a debate, or I think the discussion and the realization that Dwayne Wade ain't what he used to be. He is making max money, which I know I said not too long ago I wanted to make him a Bull for life, and I want to keep it that way, but I just can't operate with him as my number one. I have to find a number one, and Wade becomes a co-star. So James Harden gets Finals MVP. They beat the Hawks in 7. James Harden versus Chris Paul, now teammates in real life. Kyle Lowry gets a ring. Mo Williams gets a ring. Dirk gets his ring here in 2014. Atlanta beat Boston in 7, led by Greg Monroe, Ty Lawson, and David Lee. Did he get a long-term extension from Boston? No, he got the minimum. Boo. Come on, we need that fixed. And then Washington beat St. Louis in Game 7. Eric Gordon had 39 in this game. Middleton had 20. Gortat, 17 and 11, and they have Gobert. The Sound had Chandler, Lynn, West, Hawes, and Bradley Beal. The Sixers beat the Heat by 7. It is a little trippy having like the old logos and the new logos, but I'll get used to it. And yeah, we know they beat us by 5. Minnesota ended up beating Denver in Game 7. DeRozan had 35 for Denver. We left Golden State for them. And then Denver lost to Dallas beat Minnesota in 5. Portland beat San Antonio in 5 after beating Sacramento. And San Antonio beat Phoenix. Can't believe Klay Thompson ended up in San Antonio. It's basically like the Kawhi Leonard pickup for them. Phoenix has Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. They got him 12th overall. Steph, Stoudemire. Kevin Garnett is still there at 38 years old. He may retire. I wonder if we're going to retire his jersey number. So there goes Ben Wallace, Sharif Abdul-Rahim, AI, Tim Thomas, Brad Miller, Lowry Hughes. There goes Vince Carter. Wow, retiring at 30. Now, one more year, Vince. You're 92 overall and you have 38 million remaining. One more year. There goes Wally Serbiak, Eddie House, Bulls legend. Hito Turkoglu ends up retiring. Lamar Odom at 34 retires. PJ Tucker retires. Jonas Jerebko, Aaron Baines. First, like, Muse account. Like player fan account, I feel like was the Aaron Baines fan club. AI goes to the Hall of Fame, gets his jersey retired by Philadelphia. So we're going to implement a bunch of new rules. USA versus World. Players will, wear Rising Star jersey. So do we want to make the Bobcats the Hornets? No, we do not. No, we do not. Sacramento is going to change the floor. And I guess it'd be weird for the Warriors to have the modern day uniforms with the old logo. I want to keep the old logo. I like it. So we'll change that. Sure. Draft lottery time. I don't think I'm going to actually add any more expansion teams. We got the Sound. We got the Vancouver. What are they? The Ravens. So the Bobcats could end up getting a top pick from Memphis. Oh, Memphis was bad this year with LeBron. Okay. So the Thunder get number 1 in 2014 to add to Giannis Antetokounmpo. Sam Presti's still going to build a dynasty. Magic number 2. Clippers number 3. Bobcats number 5 with the Pelicans 4. Damn. So LeBron won MVP for a 32-win team. Where's our dignity voters? Come on. Steven Silas, I'll let him finish out the contract. I could get Rick Carlisle. I'll let him finish out the contract. So we are picking, I assume it's like 28 or something, 30 out of 32 teams. So we're going to keep our pick there. We could look to make a trade. Anderson has 1 year left. Conley's got a team option. Brandon Rush has 1 year. I don't think I need to make a trade. In more so like selling fashion, it depends if I want to buy. Andrew Wiggins actually goes number 1. So you got Wiggins and Giannis. They could have done Embiid and Giannis. Embiid goes to the Magic. Next great center, Shaq, Dwight, and now Embiid. Number 3 is Nikola Jokic to the Clippers. Yeah, you could have had Jokic and Giannis. I should have said that. Pelicans take Bogdan Bogdanovic ahead of like Julius Randle and Jabari Parker and Marcus Smart. Nets take Zach LaVine. TJ Warren goes to the Raptors, Nurkic to the Pistons, Kyle Anderson to the Jazz, and Jordan Clarkson to the Pacers. So we are on the clock here. We're not on the clock. Let's simulate to see who they took when we were on the clock. Clay Anthony Early. Okay, as a Knicks fan, that is a slap in the face. I thought he was going to be something. I was just desperate. I needed anybody to come through that door and be good for the Knicks because we had some dark years. Oh my God, and Travis Ware. 2 Knicks. Okay. Both were not great players. Valanciunas, Thomas, and Dellavedova, welcome back. Anthony Tolliver, not going to give the qualifying offer to. So, will Dirk leave Dallas? He's got 17 offers. Best ones from the Mavericks. John Wall's restricted. How's DeMarcus been? I don't even know where he is. He's in Indiana with, I guess, Ricky Rubio running the show there. So could I get a 34-year-old Corey Maggette? No, I can afford $2.3 million. So yeah, like I said, I think I need a better number 1. I mean, it sucked that Ryan Anderson got hurt towards the end of the year. I lost Delfino as well. This guy will never be healthy for me in the playoffs. I'm also going to be trading away Solomon Hill for Gorgie Jang, both from the 2013 draft class. I could just use a 3rd string big man, so we're going to do that trade. How does our draft pick situation work? So 2015, we own our first. So we own all our first going forward now. Okay. So I don't think I'm going to sign anybody too notable here. Maybe like a 3rd stringer, Norris Cole. Probably not. Maybe Alonzo G here, G. I always butchered his name, one of the two. So let's sign him. Dirk goes back to the Mavericks. Anybody switch up here? Doesn't look like it. Raymond Felton back to the Kings. Michael Redd leaves Philly to go to the Warriors. Al Jefferson was bouncing around, finally finds a 3-year home with the Warriors. Brandon Jennings stays in New Jersey. Patty Mills, really good player over the last few years for the Rockets, stays there. Maybe a better version of like Jeremy Lin when they signed him. And player progression, Dwayne Wade is still going up. He's got $92 million left remaining. Valanciunas could be a restricted free agent at the end of the year. We have Marcus Saul. How long? So Delfino's down 2 overalls. Ryan Anderson is out for a little bit still with the spinal injury. And is there anybody I want to re-sign before the season starts? So we have a couple. Conley, I'll probably pick up the team option. Gasol, got 2 years left. How much does Valanciunas want? A decent amount. Like, that's the negative $50 million I don't want to go over. Could I sign them both? No, I can't. I mean, I would have to make some budget cuts somewhere else. I mean, I wouldn't mind bringing back Isaiah Thomas. Could we maybe front load this, IT? Let's do that. And then Valanciunas, I'm intrigued about him. But I'm not going to sign him yet, actually, because like I still have Ryan Anderson and Gasol. I don't need to pay that much money for a backup. But if I was starting Valanciunas, then I could see the vision. So yeah, we're probably going to experiment with like Delfino at the 3 just this year. I mean, yeah, I don't really have like a true small forward. Maybe I'm going to make a trade before the season starts. And just kidding. I can't find anything I like. So we're not like a 1 seed this year. We're the 3 seed in the East with a 26-19 record. We have a 5.2 point differential, better than the Hawks. But the 76ers, led by Eric Gordon, Anthony Davis, and Brook Lopez, and Vucevic. You have enough centers. I know Vucevic was drafted by and you have Greg Monroe. Oh my God, you need all those guys. So they're the 1 seed in the East. Our leading scorer has been Dwayne Wade this year. I don't know. Do I want to make a trade at the deadline? I probably could try to move like one of Henderson, Delfino, and Rush. It's just really tough to trade for somebody right now if I don't want to part ways with any of my good players. So also, I don't think I showed you guys the All-Stars last year. I apologize about that. David Lee is an All-Star for the Cavs. Go figure. Marcus Saul is an All-Star for the Bulls. And we also have Dwayne Wade still making the All-Star game. Having a bounce back year, maybe the best year since 2011. Dame balling out there in New Jersey. Paul Pierce is still making the All-Star game at 37 years old. Okay. And then in the West, you have Kobe at 36, Parker at 32, LeBron's 30, Kawhi, Dirk at 36 making it. Tim Duncan at 38 still making the All-Star game, averaging 8.4 points a night. Jimmy makes it. Brandon Wright. Oh my God, this guy's like a 20-10 beast in New Orleans. And then James Harden makes it. I mean, New Orleans might not be good. Like, they're 20-26 with him getting that big of a role. That's crazy. Though LeBron just wins another MVP 2015. I will say it's been kind of lame that he wins it every year. I mean, I'm like, he's obviously one of the greatest players of all time, but I just would have liked a little bit more parity so we could have created some other legends, not somebody that just won his, let's see, 11 MVPs, 11 MVP awards. That is crazy. Jokic Rookie of the Year, David Lee 6th man. So he's coming off the bench now, and he was an all-star. LeBron Depoy, Tyler Zeller, Most Improved, shout out UNC, and Brad Bonner, maybe the data Matt Bonner, Coach of the Year. You have John Wall in Detroit. I mean, he's a stud. Russell Westbrook in Vancouver, LeBron in Memphis, Giannis and Jokic. You have Dwight, Jimmy, Butler, Chris Paul, and Steph Curry on All-NBA second team. Lillard, Rose, Smith, Kawhi, and Drummond on third team. You have Brian, Paul, LeBron, Giannis, Dwight, and then, yeah, here's all defensive second team. I had a thought going through my head, like, I could use a player like Derrick Rose or somebody like that. Could I trade, like, Conley in the, like, we can get there, maybe. We can get there, but let's see how this goes. We're the 4 seed, going up against the 5 seed. Caron Butler still there at 35. They're really holding on to this team. Chris Bosh, they're at 31. They have Reggie Jackson, still have Baron Davis as well. The Knicks are the 1 seed. Atlanta 3, Philly 2, Portland the 1 seed over there. Do they still have Eddie Curry and the Zach Randolph front court? You know what? I'll give them props. They've been running out that front court with DeAndre Jordan as the backup for like 7 years now. Omer Caspi, pretty good. Bledsoe and Bradley in that backcourt as well. So we finished with a 49-33 record. And for the playoffs, we are without, or no, did he come back? No, Valanciunas is day-to-day now, but he could play through the injury, which is good. So this is going to be the 9-man rotation. Delfino, Rush, Thomas, Valanciunas, and then Marcus Saul are going to get a decent amount of minutes. And then, obviously, Wade and Mike Conley in that backcourt. We're 3 stars, 7 seconds because I think it can optimize Dwayne Wade. Let's see if we can beat the Miami Heat in round number 1. Valanciunas fully healthy. And we lose Marcus Saul. Okay, so we're easily just going to start Jonas Valanciunas, but that is pretty brutal. We're going to get Gorgie Jang into the mix now, who's going to get like 15 minutes. He barely played this year. He actually played a decent amount. So he might be ready to go. We'll see. Let's just go 33 to Valanciunas, who's kind of been a dog. I don't even know who else to play at this point, man. I really don't. We're just, the bench has kind of run its course. We'll see. We're up 3-2. Conley gets hurt. We lose game 6. And are we going to lose game 7? Oh my God, man. We weren't up 3-1, right? Game 3, we won. Game 4, we lost. Game 5, and then we lose 6 and 7. Okay, well, that sucks. That is pretty brutal. Marcus Saul averaged 9 points, 7 rebounds. Do I trade Marcus Saul this offseason? And Jonas Valanciunas is the guy I pay? I mean, that's a possibility. Ryan Anderson kind of showed up. Dwayne Wade, like I said, not a number 1 anymore. Though New York beats Orlando in 5. Orlando got a good young player, right? They still have T-Mac at 35. Oh, it's Embiid, right? Cleveland beats Atlanta in 5, so Kevin Durant is still there. Philly loses to Washington in 6, so they get an upset in round 1. Let's see who makes it out of round 1 in the West. 8-seeded Mavericks beat the Blazers in 7. Dirk at 21 and 14. Dirk and Harden instead of like Dirk and Luka. The Kings are playing the Mavericks. They beat the Timberwolves in 7. Damn, I thought the Timberwolves could win the title at one point. Memphis was back in the playoffs, but LeBron drops 46 in game 7. He had a 30-point triple-double basically and still lost. Get him some help. Derek Favors helped duel LeBron, I don't know. And the Lakers swept the Spurs. Conference Finals, the 8-seeded Mavericks versus the 2-seeded Lakers, trying to get Kobe that one last ring. Josh Smith. Oh, they have Gordon Hayward. He left Golden State, so that was a rivalry matchup. Miami really made it to the conference finals. Okay. And Washington as well. Damn. I feel like I should be better than those teams. And Miami swept them. So you have Kobe versus Bosh here in the NBA finals. Elfrid Payton starting over there in LA. They also have Greg Oden and Andrew Bogut. And then there is Miami and the Lakers winning 6. So Kobe Bryant is going to get your finals MVP. This was technically the bubble finals as well. So here we are, 2015 offseason. There goes Ray Allen, Steve Nash, who I think spent 2 more years since they overrided the retirement in Atlanta with Chris Paul, which is dope. Jermaine O'Neal, Chauncey Billups, Tim Duncan. We'll let him ride off into the sunset. Swift, Jackson, Hayward, Murphy. A lot of the guys that we kind of like started this video with are retiring. Kind of an end of an era in a way. Eric Spoelstra retiring as an assistant coach there in Miami to, I guess, Pat Riley. Tim Duncan, Steve Nash, and Ray Allen all heading to the Hall of Fame. Billups, Nash, Duncan, and Allen all get their jerseys retired as well. So we are going to change the division winner thing. We'll change the logo of the 76ers and the Bucks. We'll get a little bit more modern after this offseason. So let's see who wins the Karl-Anthony Towns sweepstakes. The Pelicans. Brandon Wright and Karl-Anthony Towns. They're the Thunder, man. So you have Andrew Wiggins, Giannis, and potentially Devin Booker. Celtics 3, Jazz 4, Nuggets 5. We are picking there at 27. We are going to move on in a different direction. Could I get Spo? I don't really want Isaiah Thomas as the head coach. Any other like real guys that are that are flat out free agents? Kurt Rambis, like they're just going to get blocked, which is kind of annoying. I hope they fix that in the next 2K. Probably won't happen. Yeah, like the only real coach is basically, I don't know. Like they throw him at the top. You have a better chance of them not getting blocked if I offered Isaiah Thomas a deal. Let's see. So they're mulling. Is it going to get blocked? It gets blocked and Pop says no. So that's just great. I guess I can go into another team and allow it to happen. But like, come on, let these go through. And we are going to get Kurt Rambis as the next head coach and assistant from the Phoenix Suns. Was able to get that through. Obviously, maybe we agreed on that. Give us a favor down the line from the Kevin Garnett trade. So we're here on the 2015 draft. The mock drafts have Cat 1, Emmanuel Mudiay, who I loved in this draft. 2, Kristaps, Winslow, Turner. Yeah, there's a chance Devin Booker could potentially fall. I'm not going to trade Dwayne Wade, but Marc Gasol feels like he's not happy here anymore. Let's go in a different direction. And we are going to trade Marc Gasol to the Boston Celtics along with Carlos Delfino for Luke Gotti from Notre Dame. He has kind of a bad contract remaining, so that's why we're going to be able to get the 3rd overall pick for Marc Gasol. So I didn't expect to be picking this high. I'm okay with Kristaps. I really want Devin Booker. That would be pretty sweet. Cat's going to go number 1 most likely. It's not the best draft in the world, but let's see what ends up happening. Mike Conley's got a team option. We're going to potentially move, or we can move Isaiah Thomas as well. So this is going to get really interesting. So number 1 is Karl-Anthony Towns. He goes to the Pelicans. Number 2 is Devin Booker to the Thunder. So he is off the board. Please take somebody good. Please don't take like Frank Kaminsky. Oh my God, you took Stanley Johnson. I traded Marc Gasol for Stanley Johnson. I hate that. I hate that. I would have been intrigued about D'Lo or KP. Oh, KP was right there. I need Stanley Johnson to become like Andre Iguodala or Luol Deng. I got Rashawn Holmes at 27 and UNC Tar Heel JP Tokoto in the second round. Oh man, that hurts. Okay. I think we have to trade one of Isaiah Thomas or Mike Conley this offseason. It just sucks because Mike Conley is, I believe, my most recent finals MVP back in 2011. All right, so we're here in moratorium. Russ is an unrestricted free agent. I would have to clear up $25 million to get him, but I also have Ryan Anderson, who's a free agent. Valanciunas is restricted as well. So, oh God, I did have a small forward problem for a while. I just should have got somebody a little bit more proven. And honestly, I don't know if I could trust Stanley Johnson right away. So I'm going to trade Isaiah Thomas and Luke Herringady, who is really valued by St. Louis, for their 2016 first, and Wilson Chandler, who has 2 years, $31 million left remaining on his contract, but is in his prime and is a very talented scorer. So we are going to bring back hopefully both these guys here in free agency. So we're going to get Ryan Anderson 4 years, about $60 million back. And we are going to hopefully bring back Jonas Valanciunas now, who is going to be the starting center next year, 4 years, $60 million. I'll bring back Brandon Rush on a 1 year or a 2 year deal worth like $2 million. We're still under that like $50 million cap I gave myself. I do want to sign a backup point guard. Is that Mo Will? That's Marcus Williams. All right, we'll bring Kirk Heinrich here to Chicago. It didn't happen, but we're going to make it happen right now. And I'm also going to sign Ryan Hollins. Hopefully get back some of these guys on the QOs. Russell Westbrook goes to the Bobcats. So he goes from Indy to Vancouver to Charlotte. Jimmy stays. Kyrie, yeah, he wanted to be a number one somewhere else. I thought about trading for him at one point. He's going to be a stud for the Wizards. Clay stays. Wow, Favors leaves Golden State to go to the Ravens. Yeah, it's just weird seeing the Ravens and not thinking of like Baltimore. So we get Delly back on the QO. We'll see if this team is better next year. It's kind of like a retool year as well. Any contract extensions before the season starts? Conley, we'll worry about him unrestricted next offseason. So we do need to release somebody before the season starts. Travis Ware is going to get released. So next year, I do think we have 3 first-round picks in the 2016 draft. From us, the Rockets, and the Sound, all 2 or both of those are unprotected, which is pretty sweet. So it's going to be Conley, Wade, Chandler, Anderson, Valanciunas, with I think a better bench. Like I'm intrigued about Henderson, Rush, Heinrich, Johnson, and we got to get like Rashawn Holmes in there. We need at least somewhat of a big. So Heinrich's going to get like 12 minutes, 18 to Rush. We can go like 11 to Rashawn Holmes, rock out the 10-man rotation. Let's go like 18 to Gerald Henderson. Let's go 31 to the front court that could space the floor, 33 to Chandler, 35 to Wade, 35 to Conley. And we start off the year 2 road games. I'm okay if we're bad this year, but hopefully this is the last year we're bad. Like we don't have many years left. We're under 10 remaining, right? So this is technically year 14. So we're getting towards the end of this. And we are 28-14 at the deadline. So we've been pretty good. The St. Louis Sound are also pretty good as well. Gerald Wallace is 33. Isaiah Thomas, 21-4, of course, as a starter. Joe Johnson still kicking, 37 years old. Obviously a Chicago Bulls legend from the start. And then we also have the Rockets first rounder, and they're good as well. So, yeah, they have Kawhi Leonard and Joyce Randle and Hassan Whiteside. So we are currently the 2 seed, but we have the best point differential in the Eastern Conference, which is encouraging. Valanciunas has actually been our leading scorer. Dwayne Wade is averaging 13.5 points per game. Oh, he's 34 years old, man. The knees are probably giving up on him at this point. Oh my God. The second time since he's been drafted, because Chris Paul got 1 MVP. LeBron doesn't get it. Giannis gets it. 23, 12, and 7.5 as a 22-year-old. Cat Rookie of the Year. Greg Monroe in Phoenix, 6th Man of the Year. LeBron still gets Depoy. Cody Zeller most improved right now. So you got Steph, Rose, Giannis, LeBron, and Dwight, all NBA first team. Russ, Beal in St. Louis, KD, AD with the new Sixers logo, second team with Jokic there. You have Conley making all NBA third team in a contract year. Trying to make my life tough, aren't you, Mike? And Dwayne Wade is still like a top 5 defender in the sport as well. If we take a look at the All-Star participants this year, Dwayne Wade still made it at 34 years old, incredibly popular. Melo, making it still at this point. He's a Bucks legend. Kobe, damn, season-ending injury. He made the All-Star game. DeMar made it. Kawhi. Goran Dragic made it. Year number 8. I think it's his first. Paul George made it as well. Damn, same injury as Kobe. So we are the 2 seed going up against the Sound here in round number 1. So Isaiah Thomas Revenge Series. We ended the season with a 52-30 record, the second best point differential behind CP3's Hawks. We have our 5 for the playoffs. Oh, wait. Valanciunas got hurt. 1 or 2 weeks. It's going to be Ryan Hollins' time in the playoffs. Great. So, I don't know. We're going to play Dwayne Wade a ton. We're going to play Mike Conley a ton. And really just hope for the best. Ryan Anderson, You want to be a beast for me? Let's see. St. Louis Sound in round number 1. Just put me out of my misery. Okay, Valanciunas could potentially be back soon. There we go. Back for game 4, and we lose when he comes back. Chandler had 23. Stanley Johnson, who was actually solid as a rookie. I mean, he didn't work out in real life. Hopefully he works out here. Game number 5, we are down 3-2. Great. Game 6, and we lose. Another round 1 exit. This time we have Kurt Rambis as the head coach. I want to trade away Dwayne Wade. I'm like, it's running its course. Anthony Davis, finals MVP. They sweep the Warriors. I shouldn't have gave Dwayne Wade that contract extension. I shouldn't have given it to him. It's like the Embiid thing going on right now, but in a different case. So KG retires. I'm going to wonder if we retire his jersey number. He goes to the Hall of Fame, and we do. He was here from 04 to 2010. The Suns will not retire his jersey number. The Jazz are going to change their logo to kind of the boring note, and then you got the Kings changing their logo as well. So we are here with the lottery. We have 3 first-round picks in this draft, but 0 of them are going to be in the top 16 lottery. So we have 28, 29. The best pick is 18 via St. Louis. So the Nuggets win the Ben Simmons sweepstakes. The Raptors 2. Pistons at 3. And yeah, if we look at the mocks, Simmons projected to go number 1 right now. Alex Caruso there at 7. Thon Maker at number 9. So what do I do here? Mike Conley's a pending free agent. Like I said, I wanted Dwayne Wade to retire as a Bull, but it's making so much money. I may try to reroute Tyson Chandler or Wilson Chandler. I think some of these guys I may just trade as well. All right, so I don't know who they're going to take, but I'm going to trade away Ryan Anderson, who's been a good Bull for basically 5.5 years, to Milwaukee for pick 7 and their unprotected first rounder in 2017. And then I'm going to be making this trade with the Knicks. I'm getting Nicholas Batum, who's got 1 more year of guaranteed money, making slightly less than Wilson Chandler. I just need better defense there, and I'm getting a first-round pick, also including Brandon Rush in this trade. So we own 4 first-rounders in this draft and a second-rounder, and I will own 3 first-rounders as well next year, 1 from the Bucks, 1 from the Knicks. The Nuggets have number 1. They take Ben Simmons. It's a good 2016 draft. Like, could I get a DeJounte Murray? Could I get an Alex Caruso? I'm fine with that. Siakam goes 2 to the Raptors. Jaylen Brown goes to the Pistons. Domantas Sabonis to the Jazz. I would even like Thon Maker. Why not? The Knicks trade number 5 for Kevin Martin and TJ Ford, and Brandon Ingram goes to the Jazz. Great pickup by them. Actually, I don't mind that Jazz logo. It got worse when it just became one singular note, and the Clippers take Buddy Hield right ahead of us. So, time to simulate the rest of the draft. Who did we take? Dragan Bender over Jamal Murray, DeJounte Murray, Malcolm Brogdon, Caruso. Okay, that was the worst pick you could have done. Dragan Bender goes to the Bulls. Oh, man, we're really making this like the John Pax era. We get Torian Prince at 18. We take George Niang at 28 and Dorian Finney-Smith at 29. Can't say I'm a major fan of this draft. Wayne Selden in the second round. I can't even make him a 2-way. Let's pick up the options on early former first rounder Henderson, Zhang, Tokido for now. Why not? Qualifying offers, we'll give it to Delhi. Conley wants $30 million. Now here is your cap spike, folks. $30 million a year from Mike Conley. It's very similar to what he got on that extension when everybody was like, what? At that time with Memphis. So I'm going to trade Gerald Henderson, who's been here for a while now, 7 years, to the Charlotte Bobcats for 3 second rounders. It's going to free up a little bit of money. So yeah, do I want to bring back Mike Conley for $30 million? Do I sign Rajon Rondo for $13 million? Do I sign Jeremy Lin for $13 million? Jose Calderon, former Chicago Bull, twilight years of his career. Conley wants so much money. Like $32 million is insane, but I have no choice. I'm going to give him a 3-year deal, but I'll max him out. 32.95. 106. That is crazy amounts. But I still think he can become tradable at one point, but just like $55 million to Conley and Wade is not going to get it done. I'm going to bring back Dellavedova on a 2-year deal and bring in Robin Lopez on a 2-year deal as well. D Rose leaves the Knicks, to go to Utah to join Brandon Ingram. Dwight Howard leaves Toronto after 12 years to go to Boston. That is kind of crazy. That is definitely crazy. And also Tyson Chandler, who spent a while in Orlando after we traded him there. Actually, he was on the Pacers last year, re-upped with them. So Dwayne Wade's at 94. Valanciunas goes up. Batum goes up. Johnson, Holmes. Like, I don't know what this team is going to be at the deadline. Dwayne Wade has 2 years left on the deal. I do need to release somebody before the season starts. I'm going to keep 4 centers. I'm going to release probably JP Tokido. And let's see what this is going to look like. Conley, Wade. Yeah, the screen's a little bit different. Batum, Bender, Valanciunas, Johnson. I mean, I'm intrigued about the young guys. Like, what if Stanley Johnson is good? What if Dragan Bender is good in this save? I'll take it. We do own our first round pick this year. We own the Bucks first as well as the New York Knicks first, who lost Derrick Rose, but we did lose to them by 40 to start off the year. So we start off the year 7-5. I'm not sure where this team is going to end up at the end of the year, to be honest with you. And at the deadline, we are 22-23. This is not going to be our year either. And you can also see Mike Conley got hurt. Dwayne Wade got hurt. I mean, they've actually missed, I think, a decent amount of time this year. Actually, no. Conley just got hurt. Wade's missed some time. Valanciunas has missed some time. Holmes played a decent amount. Wade Selden's played some decent amount. Stanley Johnson, great. Glad I took him 3rd overall. What is my assistant GM doing? I can't trade Conley this year at the deadline. I could trade Valanciunas, who's been a lot better, but that could come in the offseason. Batum isn't happy, but Batum's kind of good. Like, I'd like to keep Batum around. Bender's shooting 39 from 3. So, Batum will be an expiring at the end of the year. Yeah, he's not happy right now with the team success, which I get. Also, like, what if I Blake Griffin, Mike Conley this year? I extend him, make him the franchise star, and then we trade him. That's a possibility. Embiid might win MVP. Wow, we have some new names here. No longer LeBron. It's Giannis, Embiid, Jokic, AD. And you still got Kevin Durant there, but these 4 were drafted in, like, drafts 3 years apart from each other. Simmons at the top of the Rookie of the Year race. D'Lo at the top of the 6th Man of the Year race with Jamal Murray, Ty Lawson, Joakim Noah, who I haven't really seen too much in this video, and Jeremy Lin. Depoy could be Giannis. Justice Winslow, most improved potentially in Phoenix, or Seth, or Booker, McCollum, or Turner. And I ended up with Stanley Johnson. So Giannis does win back-to-back MVP awards here in the 2017 season. Simmons takes home Rookie of the Year. D'Lo 6th Man. Giannis, Depoy, Justice Winslow, most improved, and Randy Whitman, I guess Terry Stotts at the time, Coach of the Year. CJ McCollum on All-NBA first team. Hello. Mike Conley, All-NBA first team. All right, everybody else. Top point guard in the NBA. He averaged 10.4 assists. He's good. 37 minutes a night. Oh my God, man. I thought I was like definitely going to trade him in the offseason, but now I don't know. I should probably trade away Dwayne Wade. Ben Simmons, All-NBA 3rd team in year number 1. Was Dwayne Wade at least an elite defender still? Mike Conley, All Defensive 2nd team. And Joggin Bender, All Rookie 2nd team. So I know we own the Knicks and the Bucks first rounders too, and our first. And I don't see any of those teams. Oh my God. What is this? The 2017 draft. It's a good one. So we could end up with like pick 15, pick 12. Okay. We're potentially cooking. So here for the playoffs, we are at full strength. We played a bunch of guys this year. It's kind of like a retool year, like I said. Valanciunas ended up being our leading scorer, followed by Dwayne Wade, who now just decided to shoot 47% from 3 at age 35. Like this 4 is really good, but the league is just catching up, right? Like this would have been a fine team 10 years ago, but now you have like Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, like these absolute ceiling raisers around these like already established cores because they got lucky in the lottery. And let's see if we can upset Damian Lillard, Rajon Rondo. Oh no, they don't have Dame, or is he hurt? Oh damn, Dame's hurt. All right, maybe we can pull off an upset. And so is Andre Drummond. He's hurt as well. Okay, I'll check how long they're out for. They still have like Serge Ibaka, Rondo, and Levine. It's still a good team over there. So are they the Brooklyn Nets or the New Jersey Nets? I guess it really doesn't matter too much here because it goes by the last or the team name. So, I mean, Drummond can kind of play, and Dame will probably be back. So, game 1 goes to New Jersey by 8. That's like a game we have to win if we think we're going to win this series. Game 2 goes to the Nets. Okay. Yep, we're not beating them. Dwayne Wade at 20 and 5 turnovers. Batum 5 of 12, Valanciunas 4 of 14. I gotta tell him to stop taking so many threes. All right, game 3, and we're gonna get swept, right? We lose by 10. Mike Conley's really good, but I don't know, man. I think All-NBA first team. Do I trade him away? I don't know. Batum was good. Levine was good. Conley was solid. Valanciunas was solid. Did I say Levine? I mean to say Levine. Wade 25, Batum 24. Okay, are we gonna come back down? Nope. We end up losing in 6. So they won 3 in a row. We won 2 in a row. And we are going to get eliminated. So you're going to have the Nets versus the Cavs, the Celtics versus the Magic. Who's like headlining the Celtics? Oh, Gordon Hayward made his way to Boston. And yeah, they signed Dwight Howard. Forgot about that. T-Mac still going strong with Rudy Gay and Joel Embiid over there in Orlando. Cleveland obviously has Kevin Durant at the top of his game. This was the first year that he was in Golden State. Portland still running the Zach Randolph, Eddie Curry, DeAndre Jordan trio. I love it, man. They're a 1 seed. Maybe it's working clearly. And then they're going up against San Antonio with Clay, Nerlens Noel. Yao Ming is in San Antonio. Whoa. Is Duncan? No, Duncan retired. And then you have New Orleans with Cat, Barnes, Brandon Wright coming off the bench. And then the Pau Gasol and LeBron James still going strong. So instead of like Pau Gasol and Kobe, it's Pau Gasol and LeBron James as buddies in the save. And you have Portland beating San Antonio in 5. You have Memphis beating the Pelicans in 7. New Jersey with Dame back. KJ McDaniels, what a dunker he was. And then you have, was it KJ McDaniels or Gerald Green? Maybe both. And then you have Orlando beating Boston. NBA Finals, Nets beat Orlando, and LeBron beats Portland. Let's see, does Dame get a ring or does LeBron get a ring? it's going to be LeBron James. He averages 32 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists, and he gets the second ring of his career. There goes Dirk Nowitzki, Paul Pierce, Sean Marion, Jamal Crawford, Quentin Richardson, AK-47, Joe Johnson. Are we going to retire his jersey number? Probably not. Eric Bledsoe never really had much of a career. Markieff Morris, Nicole Melli end up retiring. Let's see. Does anybody go to the Hall of Fame? Don Nelson. I feel like he retired. No, that was Jerry Sloan I was thinking of before. Dirk, Pierce, and Marion head to the Hall of Fame. Marion gets his jersey retired by the Wizards, and then no shockers there. We're going to use the timeout system, all-star captains, and then we'll change plenty of uniform changes. Good Lord. And logo changes. So please, with the new logo, new vibes, can we get some luck here? I'm projected 9, 12, and my pick will be around 15, and we don't get lucky. We stay at 9, we stay at 12, and I will be picking at 17, which is our selection. Yeah, not 15, right? There's 16 teams in the lottery. So the Pistons won the Tatum. Wow. They have a chance to get the Jays because they drafted Jaylen Brown last year, but they may take Lonzo Ball for all I know. Do they still have John Wall? Take Jason Tatum. I feel like I would do that. So let's scout out some guys. I feel like they'll take Tatum. I would love Markelle Fultz, but I just don't know for sure that we would get him. But I don't know. Like, I'll scout out these guys. Fox, Bam. Lonzo would be fun. I'll scout out Markkanen. Can I get one of these guys, please? I could even try to trade up as well because I don't need to take that many rookies. I would offer 17, 33, second rounder, and 9. Could that get me up to like 5 with the Raptors? Okay, so I have the 5th pick. I'm okay with that. We have Wade on expiring, Batum on expiring. Okay, let's just see how this draft goes. So number 1 is Lowry. Whoa, you fumbled that bag, Detroit. Okay, so that means somebody slides to us. Number 2 is Jason Tatum to Charlotte. Yeah, I don't know what you're doing, Detroit. That's crazy. The Jazz at number 3. Select Jonathan Isaac. Oh my God. Okay. The Kings at number 4. Select Markelle Fultz. Damn it. I wanted Fultz, but the CPU probably wouldn't draft me Fultz because we have Conley. They're going to draft me. If you draft me Josh Jackson, I'm going to lose my mind. Donovan Mitchell. Okay. That is good. That is the successor to Dwayne Wade. That is very good, assistant general manager or whoever made that pick. That is very good. We also ended up with Malik Monk. Could have been better. Could have been worse. But I'll take that. Mitchell and Monk. I'm just glad we got Donovan Mitchell in this draft. Stanley Johnson, Rashawn Holmes, going to pick up those options. I'm actually going to pick it up on everybody right now. Damn, Curry's a free agent. Blake, Cousins, Wall. Gorgie Jang's a free agent. I mean, we're going to have cap space next year. I kind of wish it was this free agency right now. So, like, next year, who are the only guys under contract? It's Valanciunas. This is expiring. And Mike Conley's $38 million. All right. I think we're going to go all in on the 2018 free agency class, but I would like to still be competitive this year. And I'm going to sign Gerald Wallace to a 1-year deal. It's a 1+1 with a team option. Also going to do the same with Gorgie Jang. And then oh my God, Steph left Phoenix to go to the team that almost drafted him if he was on the board, the New York Knicks. That is crazy. Blake stays in Milwaukee. Everybody else kind of stayed. Yao got kind of a bag from the Sixers. I don't know what they're doing. He's 36 years old. Wilson Chandler got a $144 million contract from the Knicks. Hello. Dwayne Wade starts to regress. Maybe this is going to be like Dwayne Wade leaves the Heat for the Bulls. This might happen at the end of the year. Gerald Wallace regresses. That's fine. I wanted to just sign somebody on a 1-year deal. So is the future of this team, Nick Batum, Donovan Mitchell, Stanley Johnson, Dragan Bender, and Malik Monk. So Wade wants 33. I'm not willing to go there right now. Batum, if he refuses to re-sign, then I probably should trade him. Which sucks because Nick Batum's kind of good. I don't know what he wants. How many guys do I need to release? Well, I'm going to release Clay Anthony early. Or actually, Robin Lopez will be 1. I got to release 2 more guys. Clay Anthony early will be number 2. And we'll release George Niang maybe. Former 28th overall pick. Wayne Selden. Kind of had like a moment last year. So I kind of want to keep him. I'm going to release, there's too many guys. I'll do George Niang, former first rounder. So let's go here to the 2018 season. The Warriors beat the Cavs this year. This could be Dwayne Wade's last year here in Chicago. And for the first time, we're going to see some all-star captains, Kevin Durant and LeBron James. Who's better to be the first initial captains? Kobe's still doing this. Steph, Giannis, Embiid here in, 2018. Do we get any all-stars? Brandon Knight is an all-star. Dwayne Wade is an all-star starter. I don't know if he's that good right now. That is it, though. Like, just Dwayne Wade doesn't feel like he's on the level of some of those other guys. We're 22 and 24 here at the deadline. I don't feel like this team is competing for a title. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell might be ready to be like the starting shooting guard. Mike Conley missed some time yet again. And Nick Batum, is really freaking good. Like, how much does he want? He might want like 144, like Wilson Chandler. I'm gonna trade him, although he's really good. Maybe I can sign him back in the offseason. All right, could I trade Nick Batum, Matthew Dellavedova to the Spurs for Dontas Montejunas, who's not very good, but for some reason is 2.5 stars. Dante Exum, who is good. What about if we just did like straight up Batum for Montejunas and a first rounder? They would want Wayne Selden and a second for PJ Hairston. Could I somehow finesse 2 first rounders in this deal? Dorian Finney-Smith and my first. All right, I think I'm going to do this. So I'm going to trade Dorian Finney-Smith, which I'm okay with. 2020 first, Selden and Batum, but I'm getting their first this year and a 2019 first, which is fine with me. Montejunas, don't tell me this guy is a sneaky player option. I will cry. He's an expiring. And tell me the Spurs are like really bad this year. They are currently 19 and 26. So we kind of sold there at the deadline. We're going to see some more of the young guys play, like Bender and Stanley Johnson, and then hopefully have some more cap flexibility in the offseason. And LeBron James, even averaging 19 points, wins MVP. Bam Adebayo of the St. Louis Sound is your Rookie of the Year, so him and Beal finally get to play together. Dennis Schroeder, 6th Man of the Year. Pretty good player. Not super efficient, but a solid player over there in Vancouver. Sam Decker, Most Improved. LeBron won DPOY. Randy Whitman, Coach of the Year. Ben Simmons as a sophomore with John Wall. All-NBA first team with Giannis, LeBron, and Embiid. You have Rose, Harden, Pascal Siakam, KD, and Jokic on second team. And you have Booker, really good. Curry, AD, Randall, and DeMarcus Cousins on third team. Here's all defensive first team. Dwayne Wade, all defensive second team, and probably his last year here. He's going to be like, I don't know, Mavericks, Klay Thompson, Patrick Ewing on the Magic, right? And Keem on the Sonics or whatever it was, right? Like that's going to be the meme for whoever Dwayne Wade signs with. Was Markelle Fultz really good? He was. I do wish I had Markelle Fultz, but I'm perfectly fine with Donovan Mitchell, who was a bucket this year, but unfortunately broke his ankle. So I hope he's going to be fine going forward. For the first time in a while, we did not make the playoffs. We ended up going 35 and 47. Like I said, I could potentially try to get Nick Batum at the end of the year. And the Spurs did not make the playoffs, but they were pretty close in doing so. So it will be a lottery pick, although the pick won't be perfect. So we will have 2 lottery picks going forward. Hopefully we can be a little bit healthier going forward as well. But I'm probably going to look to move potentially Mike Conley in the offseason and potentially, what's his name? Jonas Valanciunas as well. LeBron gets ring number 3. He swept the Boston Celtics. Dwight Howard, man. I don't know if did he ever get the ring with Toronto? Or has he just been incredibly unlucky? No, he never got the ring in Toronto. LeBron, like I said, just got his 3rd ring. He got 09, 17, and 18. Just definitely like around the times he was in the finals in real life. The Nets ended up they lost to Boston in the conference finals. Portland lost to LeBron. Boston and Philly playing each other in 2018. I feel like that definitely happened. And we know the 2018 draft is a loaded one as well. There goes Pau Gasol. How is LeBron going to respond? We'll see. Gerald Wallace retires. Jason Richardson, Gilbert Arenas, Yao Ming. So the Sixers kind of get out of that contract. Lucky them. Kevin Martin, Chris Wilcox, Emeka Okafor retiring as well. He spent every single year at OKC besides the last. That's kind of crazy. Delonte West, David Lee, a couple of years as a Bulls legend, 2.5 years. He was part of the Kevin Garnett deal that we won it all after we traded him away, right? Gilbert Arenas and Yao Ming end up going to the Hall of Fame. Bunch of jersey retirements. TJ Ford by the Jazz. He was in the same draft class as like LeBron, Wade, and Bosh. Jason Richardson, David West. Oh, what did I say? Delonte? I forgot what I did. Maybe both of them retired. So we got some league meetings. Shot clock will go to 14 seconds instead of resetting. And can we get Luka Doncic? We have the 10th and 12th best odds at getting number 1. I think this was the final year of these lottery odds. And we get number 3. Let's go. Our pick moves up to number 3. We're also going to get 12 via San Antonio. All right, so I'm probably not going to get Luka, but could I get Shea, Trey, Brunson, Triple J, Mikal? I'll scout out Luka. Just give me one of these guys, please. That's all I want is one of these guys. Don't reach on Mikal, though. All right, so we're here at the NBA draft. No way Luke Babbitt ended up getting $35 mil a year. That's crazy. Or $35 mil over 2 years. So I plan on trading away Mike Conley. I thought about getting Brandon Wright back, who's kind of a beast. And I would save $21 million. I'd get a first-round pick. This is basically Blake Griffin for Tobias Harris, right? Let's do it. I'm going to get Brandon Wright. I'm going to save about $20 million, and I get a future first rounder out of this deal. Welcome to the team, Brandon Wright. All right, so number 1, the Raptors take Luka Doncic. No shocker there. The Clippers, are they going to take Shea and keep him this time? Yes, they do. All right, so we took Donovan Mitchell last year. I don't know how I feel about a Mitchell-Trey backcourt. I mean, Mitchell Brunson isn't much taller, And that almost happened with the Knicks at one point. So let's see who they end up taking. I mean, maybe they don't even take a guard. They do take Trae Young. Okay, so we have Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell. We're going to have to make it work. And then at 12, Grayson Allen. God damn it. We could have gone Michael Porter Jr., DiVincenzo. Mikal Bridges was still on the board. We got Jock Landale and Jacob Evans. He wasn't the guy that won the dunk contest, right? That might have been Jawan Evans. Or was it Jacob Evans? No, it might have been Jacob Evans. I don't remember. He like blew out the candle. So we are going to pick up the team options on Johnson, 7.7 mil. Bender, Holmes, and Torian Prince. Gorgie Jang, I'm going to let walk. Same with Ish Wainwright. Paul George is a free agent. Could be intrigued right now. So Dwayne Wade is out there. He might be a Dallas Maverick. James Harden is out there as well. I would love Harden, but Paul George I feel like would make the most sense. Jokic is restricted. Same with Embiid, unfortunately. Paul George has a max deal to go back to the Timberwolves, but does he want to come to Chicago? I'm going to try to clear up some cap. Could I get a 2022 first and a Vita Zubats for Jonas Valanciunas? The Grizzlies say yes to that. Hey, they would rather have somebody around LeBron James. So please tell me I could sign Paul George. Why is that the max I can give him? I'm probably not going to get him then. Yeah, I'm not bringing back Dwayne Wade on that much money. I'll sign James Harden. Do I want to give him that? That's so much money. I'm not giving Batum 25 mil. Don't want to do that. I mean, who's a free agent for us next year that I have to pay? Stanley Johnson. Hopefully it's not a lot, because I could roll over the money till next year, but I don't know how I also feel about that. Like, I would love to get Paul George. I'm not going to get him. We're going to renounce the rights on everybody here, which is crazy. Dwayne Wade is probably going to leave us. We'll see. Does he end up signing with the Mavericks? No, he does not. I could bring back Wade on a 1-year deal at this point, but I don't want to. Jokic is unrestricted. Wait, hello. Can I get him? Why can't I offer you more than that? I guess there's a max I can offer. I mean, I'm going to sign Jokic in free agency. Can I get him, please? Just let me get Jokic. Let's do it. Bang. Nikola Jokic, welcome back. Can I also sign Wade? Like some weird glitch? No, unfortunately. So, we're going to have Brandon Wright and Jokic in the front court, which is kind of fun. Like, this is a deeper team. We have plenty of guard help. We have a rookie Trae Young. Dwayne Wade's still unsigned. He may get a veteran minimum somewhere. I guess that's going to be the case, sadly. Embiid went back to the Magic. Jokic is an 88. Mitchell's an 84. I mean, this is an alternate universe too in Denver where they don't trade away Donovan Mitchell on draft night. And Stanley Johnson wants 19 million, which he's just not getting. I'll let him hit restricted free agency. Kobe's going to retire here at the end of the 2019 season. We're going to have Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, Stanley Johnson, Brandon Wright, Nikola Jokic, with Zubats, Monk, Bender, Holmes all coming off the bench. I like that team a lot. I'm kind of excited about it. Let's go balanced, at least for now. And maybe we could be back in the playoffs this year. And LeBron and KD are the all-star captains again. James Harden's an all-star. But we have like Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young that I think will be good players, but we'll see. Did Dwayne Wade make an all-star game? No longer here. He did. He's in Boston, age 37. Ooh, Bulls to the Boston. He got a 1-year, $26 million deal, but yeah. Chicago Bulls to the Boston Celtics. Crazy pipeline. We did get Jokic, or no, we didn't get Jokic as an all-star this year. We are 21-20. I feel like we should be a lot better than that right now. Donovan Mitchell is our leading scorer. Jokic is averaging a triple-double, which is kind of crazy. And Trae Young is averaging 20 and 10 in his rookie season. I feel like we just got to get like an elite small forward defensively, and we're chilling. And Giannis wins MVP. Luka Rookie of the Year. Josh Hart, 6th Man of the Year for the Atlanta Hawks. LeBron Depoy, Most Improved goes to Pirtle. And yeah, Luka, John Wall, Giannis, LeBron, and Jokic, all NBA first team. Well, thank you that I was able to sign him. You have Cat, Randall, Kentucky front court right there. Fox, Kentucky as well, KD, and Ben Simmons. And then you have John Wall. Damn, like 4 of the 10 guys on all NBA first 2 teams are from Kentucky. Luka as a rookie, all NBA first team on Toronto with CJ McCollum, who I think was all NBA like 2nd team last year or 1st team. Trae Young, all NBA 3rd team as a rookie. All right, I'll take that. Dwayne Wade, gets all defensive 2nd team there in Boston. We snuck into the playoffs as a 7th seed. We go 43-39, and we should be good to go for the playoffs. Malik Monk is recovering from a back bruise, but Stanley Johnson, 3rd overall. That's a good old-fashioned bust for you. I could have taken some really good players that went after him, but I think it's cool. But if you guys don't like that as much, of me randomizing it, like letting the CPU do it, I think it's cool. It provides a challenge, and obviously I know who's going to be good or not, so it allows it to be kind of randomized in a way. So we're taking on Brooklyn, a team that we've lost to in round 1 before. We're getting Malik Monk back. And as we get Malik Monk back, we are up 3-0. Donovan Mitchell and Trae Young are getting it done. Yeah, passing the torch from Dwayne Wade to Donovan Mitchell was kind of electric. Okay, we do win in 6. So we win our first playoff series in a minute. We're taking on the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm sure the younger generation has no idea what Melo and Wade was like back in the day, but Carmelo Anthony is still there with Blake Griffin. They ended up with Pat Connaughton. You can't escape him. Ryan Anderson is there, who's averaging 23 in the playoffs. Great. And Sebastian Telfair is there as well, former Chicago Bull. 1-0, 1-1. We take a 2-1 lead, a 3-1 lead, and we almost blow a 3-1 lead, but we are going to game 7 in which we win. Stanley Johnson has been abysmal here in the playoffs. Taking on Toronto with Vince Carter at 42 years old. I overread his retirement a couple years ago. They have TJ Warren, Pascal Siakam, Jared Allen, Luka Doncic. Yeah, they weren't able to win with Dwight Howard, but they may be able to pull it off here. DeJounte, Booker, Wiggins, Giannis. That's crazy. Nick Stauskas is an 87 in OKC. And then you got LeBron there with Jonas Valanciunas. So let's see what happens here. Can we go to the NBA Finals again? Yes, we can. I'm sorry, Raptors fans. I'm sorry, Vince Carter. You may not get it done. And we're taking on OKC. So we're not getting LeBron James in the finals. Jokic versus the Thunder. Going up against Devin Booker, who went one pick ahead of Stanley Johnson. So there's no conference finals MVPs. It probably would have gone to Jokic, but Donovan Mitchell was incredible. So we are back in the finals as a 7 seed for the first time since 2011. This is 2019. We win game 1, win game 2. There goes Ivica Zubac. I mean, I guess we're going to call upon like Rashawn Holmes, which is fine, but we're up 3-0. 3-1, 3-2. We win in 6. Wow, Nikola Jokic has saved us for sure. I didn't get Paul George in free agency. Probably ended up being the best thing ever because I just won it all. Donovan Mitchell could have gone finals MVP as well. So I'm waiting for like Dwayne Wade to retire. There goes Kobe Bryant. There goes Tony Parker, Al Jefferson, Kyle Anderson, staff retirements, George Karl, Doug Collins ends up retiring. Kobe, Elton Brand goes to the Hall of Fame. Same with Tony Parker. 19 All-Stars for Kobe. Does not get an MVP though. And 2 Los Angeles teams retiring a jersey and San Antonio. So we have a new lottery system now. We do have a lottery pick via the San Antonio Spurs from the Nick Batum trade. Wow, that trade is paying out for us. And it gets us number 2 here in the 2019 draft. I mean, Zion would fit this team perfectly as a 4. And I got him in the Lakers rebuild as well. But I don't know. Oh, don't tell me Kurt Rambis retired. But I guess we could add Ja Morant. Wow, Kurt Rambis is going to leave us after winning a finals. What? Why? And I thought I was going to get Greg Popovich. That's not going to happen. So I'm ending up with Shane Fisher on a 1-year deal. Thanks. Because I basically ran out of time to sign anybody. Let's scout out. I mean, I don't mind RJ over Ja because we could use somebody like that. I just don't need another point guard. But we'll scout those 3 at the top. I assume Zion's going to go number 1 in the mocks, right? Yeah, Zion across the board. So it looks like we're going to take Ja Morant, even though we have Trae Young. Brandon Wright's got 1 year left on the deal, but I don't mind keeping him. I kind of like him at the 4 spot, the double big. So we should have 2 first-round picks or just 1, because I think I traded away my 2020 first. We have 5 picks upcoming, so I assume Zion's going to go 1 to the Miami Heat. Let's see who we end up taking. It is going to be Ja Morant, who, I don't know, is going to make Trae Young. I don't know. That's, I guess, a good problem to have. We ended up with Caleb Martin. I feel like he's been in the league longer than 2019. Chuma Okeke, Nasir Little, and Mfiondu Kabengele there in the second round. We're going to pick up the team option on all the step that we have right now. Derrick Rose is entering free agency. I am not bringing back Stanley Johnson. Okay, so this may be a stupid idea, but I want to try it. Ja Morant, I'm going to trade for Ben Simmons. I'm going to trade him and Torian Prince to Denver for Ben Simmons in their first round pick. So there we go. And I'm going to make Ben Simmons a small forward where he goes up to a 91 overall. His backup position will be a point guard. So we're here in free agency. Stanley Johnson is gone. We're going to renounce the rights on him. It was just a bust of a pick, unfortunately. So yeah, we believe in Trae Young. We decided to trade away Ja Morant for him, or to keep him around. So Kyrie leaves Washington after 4 years for Portland. Dwayne Wade gets a 1-year, $30 million deal from the Lakers. He's going from big team to big team. Simmons is a 91. I don't know how him and Jokic will work because we can't space the floor really with Simmons and Brandon Wright. But I think it could be okay. We have plenty of shooters on the team, and Trae Young and Donovan Mitchell are elite shooters. I'm going to give Brandon Wright a 1-year extension after this year. And I mean, this is stacked. Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, Brandon Wright, Nikola Jokic. We have Allen Monk Bender, who was a former 7th overall pick. Caleb Martin, OKK, all going to get minutes this year. System proficiency, yeah, under maybe a 1-year head coach. Could it be like our Ime Udoka in Boston, but maybe without the off-the-court stuff. So I'm going to hope Jokic gets the respect he deserves. Fultz is really good in Sacramento. Jokic does not make the All-Star game. I don't get it. Ben Simmons makes it, though. So Luka Doncic wins MVP. Ja Morant is your Rookie of the Year for the Denver Nuggets. No surprise there. Nerlens Noel, 6th Man of the Year. Well, I guess like Zion could have been a what's it called? Rookie of the Year. LeBron, 35 years old. Like, when is he going to retire, right? Is he going to play till he's 41? We have 2 more years after this year left, so we'll see. Kevin Durant, still in Cleveland. It's crazy, too, that he became, like, the kid from, well, not the kid from Akron, but going to Cleveland. Chris Dunn, elite defender. Dwayne Wade, dude, this guy's got so many all-defensive teams in his career. We ended the season as a 2 seed, 50-32, a 7.1 point differential, going up against Brooklyn, who I feel like we play every single year in the playoffs. Keita Bates-Diop, Serge Ibaka, Andre Drummond. Our leading scorer was Donovan Mitchell, but unfortunately Ben Simmons tore his Achilles. I didn't even realize that. Oh, damn. That is brutal. That's brutal. Okay, well, who's my starting small forward? It is Caleb Martin for the playoffs. We are screwed, and Brandon Wright's kind of regressed a little bit. That was premature to give him that 1-year deal, and we're going to lose without Ben Simmons. I'm surprised. Like, we made it far last year. But yeah, losing Ben Simmons stinks. I think I'm going to make him my power forward next year, and we're going to try to find a more floor spacing 4. Luka, finals MVP. So the Raptors finally get one. Good for them here in 2020. Not like they got one in 2019. They lost, I think, yeah, they lost in 2009, which now feels like forever ago. So there goes Vince. He retires on top. That's kind of storybook. I don't know if T-Mac ever got one. There goes Chris Paul. I think he got one. Actually, I don't know if Chris Paul got one. He did get an MVP. So I assume that alone should put him in the Hall of Fame. Yep, he got that 1 MVP. T-Mac, will it have finals rings in here? It does. So Vince Carter got one. T-Mac did not get one. Neither did CP3, unfortunately. They have been here since the start. We watched Chris Paul get drafted. And we're going to implement the play-in tournament and the rich get richer. From the Ben Simmons, Ja Morant trade, I'm netting the 3rd overall pick from the Denver Nuggets here in a pretty good 2020 draft. Can I get Phil Jackson, please? Let me get Phil Jackson. I just want a real head coach. Man, I can't believe Kurt Rambis left us to become assistant in Denver. This game is so stupid with that. I already know I'm not getting Phil. So I'm getting Lynn Terry on a 4-year deal. Just give me an auto-generated. Give me somebody that actually wants to come here. I'm actually a dumb ass, and I kind of downloaded the 2020 draft class or 2021 instead of 2020. That's on me. So next year I'll input the 2020. So they're going to just be one off from each other. Yeah, I can't believe I did that. I don't know why I thought it was in the 2021 season. Evan Mobley on this team would have been sick. He goes to Indiana. Alperen Şengün with Zion in Miami. Let's see who we end up taking at number 3. Scotty Barnes. Okay, so maybe Ben Simmons will not be the 4. It could be Scotty there at the 4 next year. Cade falls all the way to 4 to the Pelicans to play with Karl Anthony Towns. That's pretty electric. And we got Jordan Goodwin in the 2nd round. Mitchell Young, Allen Monk. I'll bring back everybody here for now. Yeah, like this team's going to get very expensive very soon. Like Zubats, I don't know if I'll be able to afford him with Bender. Ben Simmons is a free agent, so he's about to get a lot of money from me. So yeah, we're matching a 4-year, $140 million deal. And I'm going to give Zubats 2 years, $27 million, and Bender 2 years, $22 million. Dwight Howard stays in Boston. Dwayne Wade stays in LA. Jaylen Brown stays in Detroit. All right, so Chris Bosh is going to retire at the end of the year. Trae Young, Donovan Mitchell, Ben Simmons, Scotty Barnes, Nikola Jokic. Let's get it done this year. Let's get one more ring. We have 2 years left. So Trey Lyles is making the All-Star game. He's really good. But no Nikola Jokic. Ja Morant makes it. Oh, no, Nikola Jokic is a starter. I'm stupid. This is his 3rd time. I don't know if it's his... yeah, I think it's his 1st time with us because he's only been here for 3 years, or maybe he did make it in 2019. So Giannis ends up winning MVP. Evan Mobley, Rookie of the Year. D'Lo, 6th Man of the Year, now in Toronto. I feel like Toronto's just stacked. LeBron winning D-Poise at 36, averaging 13.7 points. PJ Washington, Most Improved. Marco Fultz, All-NBA First Team. Man, what could have been? What could have been? Ben Simmons, All-NBA Second Team. What could have been as well for Ben Simmons, right? And now with the play-in tournament team, we're taking on Kevin Durant and the Cleveland Cavaliers. Bobby Portis is Kevin Durant's sidekick over there in Cleveland. They also have Tristan Thompson. Yeah, you can't escape Tristan Thompson, but he played on a plethora of teams throughout his career. We are fully healthy, ready to go, and let's see what we can do. Can we beat Cleveland in round number 1? Yes, we can. It took us 6 games. Don't feel great about that, but you know what? We have still a long way to go. We're taking on Charlotte, who have Jason Tatum. He probably should have been a Piston. They also have Thon Maker and Jason Tatum and Russell Westbrook playing together with Marvin Bagley, Nerlens Noel, Brandon Clark, and Patty Mills. We're going to beat them in 5. So we're taking on the Raptors here in the conference finals. Are we able to get to the NBA finals? The Raptors are good with Luka. No, they beat us in 6. And the Raptors are going to go back-to-back. Luka Doncic, a 32-point, almost triple-double in the NBA finals. Gets the Raptors, like, better late than never, right? The third to last year they win. The second to last year they win. I'm going to try to win in the final year. 20 years is next year. So many notable retirements here. Guys that we watch get drafted, that we've had. Hall of Fame is Chris Bosh, 12-time All-Star, and Josh Smith. Chris Bosh gets his jersey retired by the Heat. Smith, Darren Williams by the Timberwolves, and Zebo by the Blazers. These Sixers get the #1 overall pick, which will be now the 2020 draft to finish things off. Okay, I'm going to fire Lynn Terry. Please tell me I can get either Rick Carlisle, Mo Cheeks, or is that Nate McMillan? Please, just give me one of these real coaches, please. Rick Carlisle, take the job. Cheeks, take the job. Thank God I got somebody to take the job. So the 2020 draft sent Anthony Edwards to Philadelphia, LaMelo Ball to Memphis with LeBron James at the end of his career. Wiseman goes to Dallas, Halliburton to Vancouver. We took Lindy Waters at 29 and CJ Elleby from, not Purdue, not VCU. Where's he from? Washington State. I think I'm thinking of Saban Lee. So Jokic opts out. We're going to make sure to bring him back. We're going to pay Donovan Mitchell a lot of money as well. So Jokic, take every single penny I own and do not sign anywhere else, please. All right, so we're get Jokic back. We're going to renounce the rights on Brandon Wright, Jock Lawndale, Kevin Jelly. And I'm also going to sign Donovan Mitchell, 5 years, 162. And Malik Monk, 4 years, 73. It would be sick to get Dwayne Wade back for like one more year. But like for the last dance, we just don't have the money to do so. So this is the last dance. Young, Simmons, Jokic, Mitchell. It's funny because like Young kind of broke Ben Simmons's career a little bit back in the 2021 playoffs. Here we are entering the 2022 season. Dwayne Wade's going to retire at the end of the year. I hope so, because then we could see if we retire his, well, we're going to retire his jersey, but we'll see him go to the Hall of Fame. And Luka Doncic wins the 2020 MVP award. LaMelo Ball wins Rookie of the Year and Sixth Man of the Year. LeBron wins Depoy. Kuminga Most Improved. And I guess, yeah, the Heat coach get Coach of the Year. You got the Cameroon front court on All-NBA First Team with Siakam and Embiid. You have Giannis, Rose at 33 in Utah, and Luka. You have Murray in Houston. Markelle Fultz signed with the Lakers. Okay, KD, LeBron, and Kat on second team. Third team, Bam left St. Louis to go to Charlotte. Zion had a pretty good year. RJ Barrett, all NBA third team as well. And Lonzo, really good player actually in Portland. Really good all-around player. So we ended the season as a 2 seed. We're going up against Charlotte in round number 1. We go 57-25, an 8.1 point differential. Charlotte was pretty good though, 46-36. They have a Marvin Bagley, Bam Adebayo front court, but it's Quinn Cook, Boston, and Xavier Henry. We should beat them. Oh my God, Russ and Tatum are hurt. That's like low-key a stacked team. Oh my God, are they out for a while? Where the hell are the Hornets? Or are they under the Bobcats still? Okay, Russ, wow, Russ is out for the series. Tatum is gonna miss like 3 games. All right, so can we just make light work of Charlotte while Russ is out, please? We're tied 2-2. And there goes Scotty Barnes for the rest of the season. We did win 4-2. Trae Young averaged 27 points, but there goes Scotty Barnes, who's been a very good power forward for us. So we're going to see like Caleb Martin or Dragon Bender, who are not very good, step up. We're taking on rookie Anthony Edwards, Jalen Suggs, and Anthony Davis and the Ant-Man is pretty sick. 80's 29 now. They have Naz Reid as well, so Naz Reid and Ant meet up. Can we go to the conference finals? There goes Nikola Jokic for 1 to 2 weeks. Game 3. Okay, we're up 3-0. Don't blow a 3-0 lead. There goes Malik Monk. 3-1, 3-2. Okay, we advance. Please tell me we're going to get Jokic back. Thank God. Taking on the 1-seeded Miami Heat. Yeah, Barnes is out. All right, Jokic, need you to step up a little bit. Sacramento with Fox. So they end up getting Fox anyway. Marquise Chris. And then you have Utah with D. Rose, Ingram, Sabonis, and Isaac, and Mitch Robb. We're taking on Miami. You have Şengün and Zion and Josh Jackson and an 85 overall Cameron Payne. Can we go to the NBA Finals in the last year, please? No. We ended up losing in 6. So you have Zion versus Fox in the finals, and the Heat beat the Kings in 5 with Zion Williamson getting your finals MVP. So that was year number 20. That was a long rebuild. I hope you guys enjoyed that. We ended up winning the 05 finals with KG, 06 with KG. We ended up winning 11 after trading KG, Mike Conley finals MVP, and we won 2019. So we won 4. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Is that good? Could I have won more? OKC went to a lot of finals. Atlanta went to a lot and lost as well. And yeah, obviously LeBron won like every single MVP for a while. You can see Chris Paul got in there, some parity later on. But yeah, he dominated throughout this. Let's look at the last Hall of Fame class. There goes Amari Stoudemire, Carlos Boozer, Dwayne Wade retires with the Bucks, and Brandon Wright retired as well. So Hall of Fame, Dwayne Wade was really good for us. 11-time All-Star. How many time All Defensive Team? 6-time on second team, 3-time on first team. And we are going to retire his jersey, that's for sure. And I hope you guys enjoyed that 20-year Bulls rebuild. If you did, I'd appreciate you dropping a thumbs up. That this might be the last rebuild of 2K25, or it's the second to last one. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely enjoyed the Lakers one and this one, and I expect to do these in 2K26 as well. So make sure you are subscribed. I've gotten some really good ideas. You can let me know what you'd like to see next. I thought a process era like Sam Hinkie Pistons start or Sixers start could be fun. And then any other ones you can let me know in the comments on this video. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.